Welcome to the Dad Couch,
where we're here to celebrate fathers and give them their flowers.
and we'll be giving you two different perspectives on the good, the bad, and the ugly of fatherhood.
While shining light on current events, personal experiences, and iconic moments in pop culture.
And how they affect fathers and their relationship with their kids. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.
And leave a comment to show your support. Let's get it. Yeah, let's go.
Yo.
That's some good stuff.
Another one.
Let's go it up, man.
Another one. Another
What episode
bro.
is this?
I don't even know, man.
Episode million. What's up, man? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? We back.
Special number.
Fact, we got a guest in the building. We did y'all a little favor. Got y'all guest in the building.
Special guest.
My man Chayce in the building.
Man, my man Chayce, man.
What's going on?
Talk to me.
Before we get to you, let me address my son Speed. What's going on with you? Follow my man Spdo at SPDO on IG.
All day, follow my man Birdie. Birdie _up
Don't
on IG.
follow me if you ain't jumping in my DMs. Don't
tell him.
follow
Jump
me,
in the DMs now.
You know what I'm saying? Get stuff activated. Fuck is you talking about?
Tell him.
Cut it out, people back there.
Activate him.
You know what I'm saying? How was your week, bro?
Bro, my shit was good, man. You know, just came back from ATL. It was all good, you know.
You was in Atlanta?
Of course.
You a thotty, bro. How you travel so much, bro?
I don't know. I just be trying to move and shake, you feel me?
And you trying to tell me your DMs is not lit?
Not lit at all. I got nobody on my DMs.
You's a liar, bro. Don't believe. Exactly. Look, he.
You're a liar.
Ain't nobody in my DMs.
Flock,
man.
what's going on? Flock in the building, huh? What's going on, Flock? How was your week, bro?
Week's been great, man.
Okay.
You know,
Everything's good?
everything's
More
good.
technical stuff?
More technical
That's
stuff.
what's up.
Okay.
Flock.
More
Tell
money?
us.
Experience, but
Okay.
you know, everything is great, man. Can't complain.
Who else we got here? Who else
Okay, we got Connect in the building.
Okay. How you
How's your
doing?
week been, Connect? Man, I can't hear you, man. Speak up.
You can hear me. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. I'm having a good weekend. I had a good week.
Okay.
I'm back here with the girls.
Oh, it's girl time back there now.
How many meals you cooked this week?
Oh,
if I may
tell us.
ask.
Tell us.
Not warmed up.
Not,
Okay.
Not warmed up meals.
We ain't gonna get crazy.
Not
We gonna get
warmed up
crazy.
meals. How
We
many
gonna get
meals you
crazy.
cooked this
Who
week?
we got special guests in the back, right?
we do.
We got Munchie in the building. Shout out Munchie in the building.
Okay.
Who else we got? Who else we got?
Who else we got? Who else we got?
Honey Box in the building. Clap it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but Bird, don't go to. How was your week?
You just get to the guests.
No,
my
no,
week.
how was
talking about you, bro?
your week?
My week
Bird?
was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a little vacay now, so I've been chilling. Been
Okay,
in the
that's
crib,
good. That's what's up.
macking. You feel
Macking.
me? That's all light. Oh, I spent the weekend with my niece and
That's
Romeo
what's up.
this weekend. That was cool during the week.
That's
we
what's
went
up.
bowling
That's
and
what's
all
up.
that.
Shout outs.
Shout out to Ava Francois. You feel me? Romeo, you know what's going on. We had fun. We had fun. We did our
That's
thing.
what's up, man. That's what's up.
Okay.
Now going on to our guest that we have here today.
Yo.
Introduce him right. He needs some claps, some bombs, some all of that. Chayce, what's going on,
What's good?
man?
It's Chayce.
What's going on? Introduce yourself, man.
It's
Let them know
Chayce.
what's
What's
going
up?
on,
It's
man.
Chayce.
It's your IG, man. You know, your IG fake lit. What's going on, bro?
Nah, it's fake
Chayce,
lit.
tell
Very
him.
fake lit.
I see
man.
what's going on.
It's good. It's Chayce from
I know
Canarsie.
your DMs is crazy, so
You know,
get
Canarsie,
fleet.
Flossy.
I see what's
We
going
outside,
on.
but you know, Instagram is Chayce Clark Kent. Chayce
No underscores?
CHAYCE_Clark Kent _.
Okay, my
Know what
man
I'm
Superman out here.
You see what's
Yeah,
going
we
on.
out here.
Superman
Superman.
out here. That's what's up,
Clark
man.
Kent.
That's what's up.
Chase from where? Where you say?
You from the
Chayce from
floors.
the floors.
For
Feel
the
me?
floors.
You know
Yeah.
For the
what's
viewers
going
that
on.
don't know what the floors is, that's Canarsie. But
If you don't know what the
floor
floor says, don't even ask.
Don't
Get out of
act.
here.
Right. You don't know the floor. That's what's
you're
up.
not on timing right now.
That's
That's
a
you don't know what
fact.
the floors is.
That's a fact, man.
But
Shout
welcome-
out to
yeah,
shout out to my man Rich, man, and shout out to my man Jermaine from the
Trinity
floor.
done. Brr.
But what we gonna ask? Welcome to the show. You know what I'm
Respect.
saying? You know what the show is about. We here to celebrate fathers and shine light on all types of different fatherhoods and you know the ups and downs and
The
that.
good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the
Don't
ugly.
matter.
And we just like to shine light on, you know, your experiences as a father and, you know, how your outlook on fatherhood. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts.
Take us through your journey.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
if you
having
don't
me.
mind.
I
It's a
appreciate
fact,
this right
fact,
here. No, I mean, this is
fact,
real stuff right here. Real recognized real.
It's
Good
a
looking.
fact. All right, so where you want to start off? If you want to start off.
So Chayce, man, tell us about yourself, man. Let's start.
How did you get Chayce on the show? How did he get on the show?
Chayce got on the show
through emails and
through
connects.
emails, connects.
Shout out to
Munchie.
Munchie. Shout out to Munchie.
I'm happy
Listen,
somebody was checking for me. I ain't
it's a
checking
fact.
for me. Good respect.
That's what's up.
we was on the phone and she had told me she was gonna have him up on the show, and I was like, "Yo, he a pops, right?" She was like, "I got the phone call. I'll make the phone call for you," and then bow.
That's just crazy.
on
And
the show,
the
man.
crazy part, as soon as you got here, I was like, "Oh, yo, you know my."
It's a small world.
We all from
You know,
Brooklyn, though.
We all from Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn. We outside. We've been outside.
Yeah.
The long way. The long way.
That's long way.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? But-
So thank you for accepting our invitation to the
I
show.
respect. You know what I mean?
And
This is real to me right now. you know
Yeah,
what
we
I'm saying?
appreciate you coming, man.
Respect.
For real,
You know
real
what I'm
shit,
saying?
man.
Okay, where you want to start?
But Chayce, man, started.
Can I ask real quick?
What's
Okay.
I
up?
just wanted to know, Chase, what made you want to come on the show? I know you got the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard for me too, you know what I mean? But the reason why I came on the show, I don't know if everybody knows, but I lost my son January 1st, 2019.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He had a allergic reaction / asthma attack. It happened sudden. But I mean, you know what I mean? I've been going through it for the last, it's been 2 years now?
2
But
years.
to me, it feel like yesterday.
Okay.
You know, I had people come to me and ask me, yo, we want to know how you feel. You know what I mean? What's going on with you? You know, you look like you're doing good, but what's real with you?
Yeah.
But you know, I've been in my shell because it's hard for me. It's not that easy. You think it's just like, you
That's
know
a
what I mean?
fact.
It's hard, like, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, I spoke to a little spiritual person. I mean, not spiritual, but
Nah, it's
a church
good.
person, whatever.
Nah,
and then they told me,
spirituality
but like,
is
yo,
good,
you just
man.
gotta let it out. Stop holding it in, and just take it there.
And that's why
And that's why.
we're
And when
glad.
I got the invitation, I thought about it. It's just ironic that I just connected together. So
Connect the
I
dots.
just said, fuck
Connect.
it. Let's do it.
Connect the dots.
Let
man.
me try. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, don't watch me. You know what I mean? I might get a little emotional here, but this is something real, right?
Oh yeah, no,
It's
it's
all
a fact.
good, man. We appreciate
and
having
we-
you here, man.
yeah,
For real,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Respect.
So yeah, clap it up for that, man. You know what I mean? We gotta find power in other people's experiences too.
All
you
the
know what I'm
time.
saying?
I
You
feel like
can
this is
heal-
my little therapy right now. I
Yeah.
haven't been in therapy since my situation happened, but
and we appreciate that, bro.
something like I'm just fucking just talk about it.
Let's vent. Let's talk
Just
about
vent.
it.
What
do you
But
wanna- what
but
do you wanna
Chase,
get into? What do you
let's
wanna
start.
ask
Let's
first?
start about yourself, man. What school you been in? What school you went to? Where you from? Let's take
You
the
from the
viewers on
floors?
journey.
You
I'm
from
from
the
the floors. I mean,
floors?
I'm from the floors, but you know what I mean. Growing up back in the days, I'm Haitian. You know what I mean?
Shout out for fed.
See what's going on, man.
Come back, you know what
See
I mean?
what's going on? You know the Zoes
Vacation,
is
but I'm
building.
Haitian. Though. Never vacation. I'm just talking. All right.
That's what's
You know what I
up,
mean?
man.
How
But,
about your parents? How about your pops? How was your pops? Was your pops around?
Nah, to say my pops died when I was 2 years old.
Damn,
You know what I mean?
sorry
So
to hear that, too.
I got a double in charge right now going
Double on
on.
time.
So you want to talk about that? Like,
Of course. I mean,
2
we can
years
get
old.
there.
How was it growing up without a father? Like 2 years
Man.
old. And not saying that, you know what I'm saying, he's not locked up. He was. It's not like he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? He was taken away from you at two.
At 2 years old. And the crazy thing, I'm gonna talk about it. My father died January 1st, 1984. My son died January 1st.
2019.
19.
Damn.
Who would have ever fucking thought that?
Yeah,
I
that's
would
crazy.
never thought that.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
Real
crazy.
shit.
That's crazy.
But growing
January
up,
1st.
January 1st, the top of the new year, man.
It's Haitian Independence Day.
Haitian Independence Day. We strong.
For real, man. That's the
Yeah.
soup Zumoon.
I've
Crazy.
been growing up with that. I mean, living with that for a long time.
Dang.
But anyway,
sorry for that.
like I said, growing up, like you said, asking about my pops, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm the oldest of four.
Okay.
But before that, it was just me and my moms and my sister. Prior to that, my sister, you know how back in the days, the West Indians, your mom's come over here, you got 2 kids. Like I said, my pops just passed away. She can't hold 2 kids for herself. So, you know what I mean? She couldn't hold 2. So she took my sister and let my sister go back to Haiti with my grandmother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So at that time, it was just me and my mom. So if I'm like, I think probably like, let me talk real. I don't care. I'm born 82. You know what I'm saying? So my pops died 84. My sister's 2 years apart. So my sister's born 83, November 2nd, 83. My father died January 1st, 84. So he didn't even get to see my sister. You know what I'm saying? You know how times it's hard. You know, they came in the 80s or whatever.
The 80s was different,
It's different
man.
at the time. So, you know, my pops went back home to I guess went back to Haiti and try to make some more money, I guess, do what he doing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So my mom is out here with my aunts and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So she left with 2 kids and he passed away January 1st. But
Dang.
anyway, growing up after that, my mom
Do you mind me asking how he passed? Or
I want to get to that. I'm gonna tell you.
all right,
Because I didn't know at the time.
all right.
But growing up, like I said, kid, it's only me and my moms. You know, growing up, my sisters in Haiti. You know how if you Haitian,
I'm Haitian.
Western,
I know what it is.
sent. My mom sent me back
It's a
too.
lot of
But I got
beatings, man.
my mom sent me back to Haiti too. But I got some allergic reactions, so I came back to her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
I wasn't born here.
You
either.
can't
I'm
even
from
drink the
Honduras.
water in
Yeah,
here.
whatever.
You
But
know
the
what's
crazy
going
part,
on.
I'm from Honduras.
Oh, yeah, Honduras, okay.
Yeah, so we all what you call it? H&H connection.
Oh, yeah.
Asian
That's
connection. That's
You know
what's
what
up.
I'm
You know what I'm saying? We won, but like I said, so I was growing up with my mom's. My sister came around. I was like 5. My sister was probably like 6 when she came back.
Okay.
And then she was probably 4. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, I used to tell my mom. I mean, like ask my moms about my pops because I used to be around my cousins and everybody. Everybody got their pops,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't got my pops. I'm like, so what happened to my pops? So my mom being in denial, not telling me. You know how moms want to be secretive. Not
Yeah.
Don't wanna
How
hurt
old are you at this time?
This is probably like 6, 7 years old.
Boy, you 6. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm telling you what you need to
know. Exactly. So for me, it was like she just telling me, "Oh, your dad died," but she's not telling me why my dad died.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I grew up with. I had 3 uncles, and I had my aunts had uncles. So that's who I looked up to. My grandfather, stuff like that.
Those are your father
That was
figures?
my father figures. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I took a piece of from each one of them.
those.
Gotcha.
But at the end of the day, I didn't have mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
So-
like, yo, where my pops at? What happened
So-
to how did my pops die?
Now you said you oldest of 4, right?
Yeah. I'm
So
oldest
now
of
you
4.
have 2 other siblings, right?
Yeah, I didn't get to
So-
that, but yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But I had 2, and then my mom's remarried, whatever, and I had 2 brothers. So me and my 2 sisters, me and my sister got the same father, and my 2 brothers got the next pop.
So you have stepfather.
I got
involved.
stepfather role, but
How
prior
was-
to that, huh?
Oh, all right, got
You
it.
can talk.
I was gonna say, how was that relationship with you and your stepfather?
Man, when they first come around, real nigga shit.
Fuck
When they
outta
first
here
come-
with
they-
that.
No. When they first come around, they shine with you. When they want your moms, they like, yo, baby, they doing everything for you. Real shit. I'm gonna talk real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They made you feel like you was on top of the world, take you shopping.
That's what they do. They
you know
try to love you up
the
first.
Haitian dogs. They shoo you, man. Shoo you, like they make you feel like they wine and dine you, make you feel like you a million. You know what I mean? So
you already knew.
and I didn't know at the time. But I'm just saying, this is growing up shit. But I'm just saying, like, my step pops, he was real. He was good, real pops. You know what I mean? But as soon as my brothers come, that's when he started going towards. Now he got his own kids because remember he met my mom's with 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? So now he got
he
his
had no
own
kids?
He ain't had no kids at the time. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So when he got his kids now, it started changing a little bit. He wasn't moving the same way.
Was he
Now he
showing
was
that-
more shading towards my brothers. Shade than coming towards me. You know what I'm
Really?
saying?
So he kind of, you felt like he was treating you a little different?
Yeah, no, real fact. I feel like he tried me up. Like he felt like, yo, that's his, and that you're not mine. That's real. I'm talking real.
Wow.
That's how I felt.
Oh, that's how you
Because
felt.
I told
okay.
you before that everything was.
So you
kosher.
felt when your brothers came around, he was just doing for them, wasn't doing for
that's
you
his
at
kid.
all?
Yeah, not saying that he wasn't doing for me, but he was more checking for them, more checking for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, it was all
He
about
felt
them.
the vibes. Like
felt the
that's
vibe,
what's
yeah.
gonna happen. Like
I don't know.
you know,
It don't
like
happen
he
all
gonna.
the time.
Not saying that that's supposed to happen, but
Yeah.
as a grown nigga, sometimes you can understand that. And how old were you when he came?
When he came around,
yeah.
I probably was my brother. I probably was like 8 years old.
Okay. So you 8 years apart from you.
I probably, I mean, I'm like, what, 30, I think around there. I think around 8.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe 7, 8 years old.
So you felt a different vibe from their father. Did you feel comfortable calling him?
Nah, I never
least-
called him pops.
Never?
Never like that. Call him by his government. You know,
Okay.
You know what I mean? But respectfully, though.
Did you have a good relationship with him though? Would you?
Like I said, prior to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. Even though my steppop was around when I was younger, you know what I mean? But I was one of them kids. I was outside, bro.
Okay.
I had a situation probably when I was like 10 years old, where, damn, man, I'm going into personal shit.
He
but
pulled
fuck it.
up.
Nah, it's not even crazy. I mean, I'm gonna talk with life, man. We talking.
Yeah.
I was 10 years old. Me and my brother, I love my brother Dudley, yo. Shattuck, rule. You know what I'm saying? My little brother. But, like I said, that was my first little brother, you know what I'm saying? So, you know how kids back then, we play with everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he was my little brother.
Right.
So he was on some on that timing where anything that they want, you got to give it to them. They're younger than you.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
But at this time, I'm like, yo, man, you know what I mean? You get every time you have something, you got to give it to your
You're
little
the big brother.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
big brother. but
And
I'm
you
like,
Haitian.
damn. And then I'm like, yo,
Like, ain't 2 minutes to go around.
but I'm just saying, like, yo, I don't, you know what I mean? I was playing with something, so my brother wanted it, and he, you know, he took it back. Damn, this is deep though, and he took it back. I mean, my brother wanted it. He started crying, and then my step pops came and like, yo, why you take that? And just came and just took whatever I had in my hand, just fling it at me. Damn, I'm talking deep. Yeah, he flinged it at me. I'm 10 years old.
How did you feel?
That nigga hit me in my head. Blacked out. I got the scar to my day right now. I'm shading. You can see it's right here.
Damn.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, and I was like, damn. You know what I mean? I blacked out. You know when you hear like, like a sign in time? Yeah. I blacked out. But like I said, you know, moms was around. I mean, I love my mom's everything. But, you know, back then, a woman always wanted like a secure blanket.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it now. As a kid, you don't understand it. But, you know, even though she was mad, and she was, of course, but I felt she didn't take from me.
Okay.
She took for, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't, you know what I mean? Like, for my step pops. You know
But you going to say it was an accident? Maybe he didn't mean to hit you.
He didn't mean to hit it,
that's what I'm saying.
but
That's
it was a
crazy
reaction.
to send
It was a reaction, but still, you know what I'm saying?
You should
For you
really
to
talk
even
about it.
do that, my nigga, like
Yeah.
real shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So my mom didn't take it. That's before I moved to Canarsie. I lived in Flatbush. You know what I'm saying? So I always say
Haitian,
like
bro.
Flatbush made me, Canarsie raised me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? But anyway, before I moved to Flatbush, we moved on Flatbush. That's where we was at on Flatbush, and that shit happened. I was in the 5th grade, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And my mom didn't really go hard like I felt like she should have went hard.
You felt like she took his side.
Yeah,
more
but
than
my
yours?
aunt, I have one. You know, you always got that one aunt that
The
do
turn up.
any turn up aunt.
Okay.
She went, you know, and took care of that. But anyway, I didn't want to move to Canarsie at first. I moved to Canarsie like when I was about to go junior high school type shit.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to move to Canarsie. I wanted to stay in Flatbush by my grandma and all that because that situation happened. I was good. You know what I'm
How old were you when you went to Canarsie?
saying? I was probably like 11. I moved to
11?
Canarsie like around 11.
Well, how old were you when you moved to Coney Island?
I think I was like 8, 7, 8.
8? How
7,
you like was you hesitant
Transition?
to move?
No, it was the same. To me, it was from hood to hood, so it was the same shit. You know what I mean? I
understood
went
that
from
at 8?
Farragut. Yeah, went from,
Farragut.
I came from a place where you don't even have sneakers on your feet, bro.
So all this a come up for you, boy.
To me, it's all good. It's what it is. To me, it's nothing. You know what I mean? I moved from another. Mind you, when I first came to this country, I used to fight every day.
Okay.
Me and my brothers fought every day just because we didn't even speak the language.
But you see how you said that? That's funny because I was born here, but I'm Haitian. You know, back in the days, niggas would be like, yo, Haitian booty scratcher.
Yeah.
And you see, for me, I couldn't even
Come
front
on.
that I was Haitian. And I didn't care about that. But my last name is Jean-Pierre, nigga. Real shit.
My last name is Francois. So it's no play.
So at the end of the day, nobody couldn't. I mean, like, you know, I used to have that, you know, jokes things, but nobody couldn't come to me and tell me that. Only
Nah,
my
we can't
dogs
play
could
that.
tell me that. Like my
Nah.
dogs, but outside my dogs, you couldn't
That's
come
crazy.
To me joking
I went
on
to
me.
War
But
Whitman,
imagine-
so
I went
niggas
through
know
all
what
that.
it is,
Yeah,
bro.
but
You know what I'm saying? But I never fronted on my
imagine.
shit. Like, yo, this is what it is. I couldn't front it anyway. My name is Jean Pierre. What the fuck are you gonna?
Can't
You know, I'm saying it now, but back now he's like Jean Pierre.
Yeah, I moved to Coney Island around that time.
But you was
12.
like what? You was like 14, right?
Nah, like 12.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
remember I went to
Facts,
I
went
was
to
12
South-
and I was going to Walt Whitman at the time.
Okay.
And I was not
Oh, see,
leaving Walt
exactly.
Whitman.
You went
Yeah.
Whitman, yeah.
I was not
I went to
leaving
Builderseed
Whitman.
in Canarsie. I went to Builderseed.
I wasn't going to no bum ass booty 288, no
288.
none of that shit.
Yeah, IS 68.
But my mom's fucked around and I don't know.
Yeah.
Got me into
Cephalo.
got me into Cephalo my last
Cephalo,
year,
that's
but
what's up.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Cephalo was fake lit though. I ain't gonna lie,
fake lit.
It
But
was
you
fake
know,
lit. Shout
I
out to
moved to-
Cephalo. Yeah.
I moved to right before I moved to Canarsie, my mom wanted me to move, and I was like, I ain't feel like, you know. Now, like I said, I already felt a vibe with my step pops. Get me after that situation. I'm like,
Word.
I don't want to be around this man. Get me?
Oh, so you felt the way.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
We ain't jackets
shit
up.
like that. I'm just giving long story short type shit.
So there was more incidents that
I mean,
occurred?
nothing crazy. My step pops was cool.
Boy, he
You know,
got
don't
the
get me wrong.
scar on his
Yo,
head,
you know
bro.
what's funny?
I know, but
you know what's
I
funny?
just don't know the
My
incident.
step pops was driving the fucking how you call them?
He
shits?
Haitian too?
Yeah, he Haitian.
Yeah.
But you know, them niggas is
It was a Zoclo going wrong.
Yeah, Zoclo went wrong. That's basically, you know what time it is. We all get beatings back and we just went left. That's all it was. You know, I ain't taking no way, you know what I'm saying? But this nigga used to drive a fucking MPV. If you know about the MPVs. But you know, as a young nigga, I'm like, damn, he driving an MPV. Like, I don't even know what that is. But although my step-pops was doing it, I didn't even know this nigga was doing it.
My pops had an MPV too.
I didn't even know. But if you look back at it, you know, 92, 93, if you got an MPV, he was doing it. That's a fact.
He had a 94.
Yeah, but anyway, regardless of the fact, right before that, I was like, I'm not moving to Jersey. I mean, to Canarsie. I didn't know what the fuck Canarsie was anyway, because Canarsie was like left to me, like, you know.
That's a fact.
So I'm like, my mom was like, no, you gotta come. You got your house, mama. You coming from a building apartment, and you going straight to the house. My mom, you get your own room.
Oh,
so
nice.
So you like,
one of that.
You know what I mean? Like, so now she's bribing me, like, yo, you know what I mean?
Own room.
I got my sister and my two brothers. You get me? So she's like, yo, I'm gonna give you your own room. Right. So I went. Go to Canarsie. Now that Canarsie is a different vibe to me. Now it's like, yo, you went from the hood playing basketball on crates in the hood type shit to now you have fucking basketball courts, nigga.
Backyard,
full furnished, and all. You're like, damn, this is what life is. This is life. You know what I mean? So, better. And my mom is middle class, nothing fancy type shit. But my mom always wanted extra. You know what I mean? Better for
that's a fact.
For all of you know what I mean? You coming from you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know that's
my mom is a go getter. Like, you know, if you see my mom, like she's one of them ladies. Like she show you, like even though you might not think you never know she don't got it because she's always on top. Like she always look, you know, she well kept, and she always she's strong minded. She always look out for people, and that's always kept myself. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what's up.
But anyway, I moved to Canarsie. Like I said, went to Bildersee, whatever. After that, high school went to Lafayette. Okay. But between, that, you know what I mean. I played basketball. You know what I'm saying? That was,
tournaments? Any tournament?
Yeah, I played.
Was you nice?
I was alright. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be real.
My son was dirt.
I'm gonna be real. I wasn't one of the nice kids. Let me tell you real. You wanna talk real? I have my homeboy, yo. I have my boy, rest in peace, Jamel France. You know what I'm saying? Sideshow. You know what I mean? I played basketball, street shit. But you know, we was outside, kids running around. Everybody knows if you from the street, you just know your neighborhood. You don't go outside your neighborhood.
Jump shot.
You know what it is. Mm-hmm. But everybody was just regular type shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my boy introduced me to they had like FYA. I don't know if you know FYA. Screen. Okay. I don't know if you know Flappers Youth Association.
Yeah, I know.
So he took me around to the bush and he was my boy was a real baller. You know what I'm saying? So I started rolling with my dog. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how you got out.
I started playing ball, like taking it serious. I was just playing around dumb shit. And I know I wasn't nice though. Okay. But I was just following my nigga tail.
You played in like tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, I played tournaments and all that. You know
you never had a time like, damn, I wish my pops was there to see me play ball.
Of course, man. You know, that's what I'm trying to show you. That's why it leads up to how I loved my son and wanted to do so much for him because I didn't have that.
So I could see that. I could see you really like, being at the game.
I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But
did your mom actually go to the game?
My mom, back then, we West Indian Haitian parents.
They
working hard. They're not doing all that.
Calling out of work.
They're not working.
This is the support I be talking about, though.
Yo, you know your parents love you and all that. They want to do for you and all that, but they don't. West Indian parents don't show you to. They're not telling you they love you.
Okay, we back. Okay, we still here. We still here with our guest Chayce.
Going nowhere.
Chayce is here. Chayce is in the building.
Trying to do better.
Okay, now where we was at? Your basketball games.
Oh yeah, play ball, but the funny thing about sports for me, it was a way just to get out the streets. Because when I wasn't playing, as a kid, you don't understand it. But when I got into my 20s, I understand. But I'm just a long story. But when you in the 20s, back in the 90s and all that, if you wasn't outside, you wasn't playing ball or doing what you doing?
Selling drugs,
doing something dumb. Mm-hmm. That's when I was getting in trouble, doing dumb stuff.
Getting to illegal
activities and doing dumb stuff that you're not supposed to be doing at a young age. Mm-hmm. I left the porch like, I don't know, 11, 12, really doing stuff. I seen stuff from like 8. You know how I was 8, my cousin stayed in the 90s, back then was DSEP. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, all them niggas used to be wild now. DSEP, you know what I mean? So this is my first time outside to understand, you see, music and whatever, but this is my first interaction with, outside.
Man, we were seeing crack vials all over the floors.
But I'm talking about, I was 8 years old. My cousin was probably 4 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? And he was DSEP back then. He lived in the 90s. And my mom, like I said, my uncles was the type of dudes that had kids all over the fucking place.
Oh, so they was just rolling
I got uncles, I got cousins in different, different moms, but you know what I mean? So my cousin was not really around me as much, but at the time he was still around me. All right. So my mom finally let me let loose with him. But I know my mom know he was a little, you know, bad boy nigga.
Okay.
But anyway, so I chilling with my cousin. This is my first experience. So 8 years old in the 90s, whatever. And go by his homeboy crib. All you see is beer guns. You're like, damn. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You see it on TV. 8 years old.
Okay.
Beer guns and all that. Just chilling with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm the young nigga with the older dudes. You feel me? And after that, we go outside, whatever, chilling. All I know, we walking up. I don't know what street we was on. Probably 95. I don't know what street we was on. I'll just be walking up. Some niggas start busting. Pop, pop, pop. My cousin just threw me under a van, and then he just started with his dogs.
He started letting
yeah,
up?
you know, and I'm 8. My cousin probably like 12, 13. So imagine what 12. These niggas 12, 13 years old niggas doing that shit.
Funny
Bro.
work.
That's
crazy.
how it was though back
But
in the day.
in the 90s, this is early 90s. It's crazy. And I'm like, yo. My cousin was like, yo, don't ever tell nobody. You know, your family.
Yeah,
So, you know, I kept that to the heart. That was my first interaction outside. Like, oh, wow.
He loving that shit.
And you know what I mean?
As a kid, how did you feel as a kid?
As a kid, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know what's going on. Because you remember back then, you seen,
Of course.
outside was different compared to how it look now.
Okay.
Okay, we back.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
But I was going back to, with my, you know, like I came out the porch at 8 years old, seeing what time it is, you know what I'm saying? But as I got to junior high school now, you know, now
Junior high school.
That's time now, you know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about a situation about Step-Pot. That was a funny situation where, remember when Tupac came with the Hit 'Em Up?
Hell
So remember
yeah.
back then we used to get our cassette tapes.
Hell
and you
yeah.
wanted to
Hit 'Em
listen
Up was
to
real.
all that stuff, and you hit it. So I'm listening to Hit 'Em Up in my bedroom with my cousin Jerry, you know what I'm saying? Yo, my Step-Pops comes in the room, takes my CD case. I mean my cassette player. Takes
Oh, you
my
had the
thing
you had
and
the dirty version.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah,
that shit
like-
cussing up in the crib. You know, like,
That's what happened.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what? When I hit him up, I was probably like 12 years old around that time.
Okay.
So you know, I'm in the crib and I'm in my room busting that song. You get me? So my step-pops come in the room and just like grabs my cassette and breaks it. So mind you, I already had a situation with him when I told you 10 years old,
Yeah,
right?
when he gave
So
you
that
the Zocco.
always was in my, you know what I mean?
He
Like,
gave
yo,
you that
nigga,
mark. He
I'm
gave you that
older now. I
mark.
told you, I'm in junior high. I'm getting it now.
You ain't doing no push-ups though.
I'm playing ball, nigga. You talking about? Nigga? I'm heavy, nigga. I felt like I was, you know what I mean? I'm probably in like 6th, 7th grade when
Fake
he came
Aki.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck outta here.
He breaks my tape. Now I'm about to step to man. Like, what the fuck you about to take? And my cousin had to.
It's the Tupac. You see me?
Yeah,
Tupac.
yeah.
You got the cock juice in.
Hit him up. That's it. Hit him up. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trying to show you, like, yo, sports. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, man. If it wasn't for the sports back then,
Did you fake shake with him for that?
I tried to press him. It was because my cousin that held me back. That I
Fuck
didn't.
out of here.
Yo,
I
'cause
told you step on me.
Yeah,
Let's see
he was
what's
my
going on.
step. I was tall too. He was like probably 6'2". I mean,
He,
still 6'2".
he fixing you. That's why you
Yo.
let your cousin. That's why.
Yo, hold it back. Yo, hold
Yeah,
it
he
back.
held me back.
Yo, hold it back.
That's why you
Yo,
let
but
him
I hit him up. Yo, cassette, you remember back then? Yeah, cassette. I paid. I saved
Hell
my money.
yeah.
Yo, you know what's funny talking about that? Kids these days.
B Street. You
Yo,
remember
B Street and all that. But remember, these kids don't have no hobbies. I had hobbies, nigga. Collect basketball cards.
Oh yeah,
All
you
types
have,
of
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Right? You know, type shit.
Before
you know?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, before junior
Yeah,
high. But you know, I
yeah.
used to do all that dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? But back to that, you know what I'm saying? But back to junior high school time, I'm on timing. You know what I mean? I was outside.
That's what's up. So
And
basketball's what you said saved your life, right?
Yeah, because like I said, if I wasn't playing ball with matter of fact, talking about that. Prior to, like I said, if you in your neighborhood, everybody lived in the neighborhood. Don't go outside their neighborhood, right? But basketball took me to like different
neighborhoods.
places, different neighborhoods. Took me to like Harlem, took me to Bronx, took me outside the state. FYI, that's what made me
what's
feel
up.
like, yo, there's more to just what I'm seeing right here.
That's a
so
fact.
I never thought small. Like, you know, most niggas in the hood, they just thought what they know right here. Nigga
Yeah.
like me, nigga, I'm like, yo, there's more.
I played
out
for
here,
St.
nigga.
Jerome's.
You played for
St. Jerome?
Flames,
Yeah, you went to
nigga.
St. Jerome's.
No, I'm saying when
Yeah.
I was in my Flatbush days.
Oh,
I know
Flatbush
St.
days.
Jerome's, but
You know, look.
communion there. If you Haitian, you know about communion.
Of course. Yeah. You have to wear the
I had
all white.
St. Yeah. But that's that, you know what I mean?
He also played for
I played for St.
Flames.
Jerome's.
Yeah, he played for
But like I
Flames.
said, ball wasn't like
No homo, but I
I
played
knew
for-
I wasn't gonna go to the league and not like that. I knew I wasn't going to the league and not, but I was with my dogs and we used to do wild, you know, it just kept me out of trouble. Like it was something to do. Like I mean,
Nah,
as after a while, I started getting better. Of course, you know what I mean. I was.
I think you dirt though, bro. Okay.
I'm alright. No calm shit. I'm not level like my dogs done, but I was like I said, it wasn't even about that for me. Honestly, true story, son. Because I could have been doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? I did dumb shit. True story. As a young nigga,
trying to get fly. Canarsie niggas trying to get. They do anything to get fly.
That's our time, man.
They do whatever to get fly.
They do. They do.
If you know about me, you know, man. If you know, you know. But that's the type of time I was on back then.
All right, so now you in.
We finally got somebody who's seen footage of Birdie getting washed on the court because this.
Oh wow!
Stop it! Nobody got no footage.
They got footage
of me getting washed on no court. So let's
they got footage too. They got live footage too.
They frontin'.
Birdie tried to challenge the basketball.
Birdie, come on, bro.
Listen. From Coney Island, 25th Street, 7th block. Y'all know what it is. I gave a lot of y'all work. Basketball. Cut it out.
Yo, but anyway, basketball too. That was a way of like, you know, for girls too. I'm not gonna front. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you
on the basketball team, nigga. You fresh all day. Well, you going to different schools. Everybody mean like, oh, that's Steve. You know what I mean? That's all that. That's young nigga shit.
Oh,
you know?
that's
Come on,
so,
I'm not gonna front.
So you was out there getting the girls too.
I'm not gonna front. You know what
all
I'm
right,
saying?
all right. Now you in junior high school. Or you
Now I got to
transferred
high school.
Now you're in high school.
Yeah.
And what high school you went to?
I went to Lafayette.
You went to
shout out to Lafayette.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
Lafayette.
went to Canarsie. The only reason why I went to Lafayette.
And that's far though.
That's far.
Yo,
you know the reason why? Because if I stayed in my zone school with South Shore or Canarsie, I would never graduate, bro.
But South Shore is known for the
worst. That's now, but back then,
they were
basketball back then was
they were known for the girls, but they were terrible,
it was popping.
South Shore was
popping.
That was different.
I don't think I would give up South Shore for life.
No, you're not listening.
That's
to
what
me.
I'm saying.
It was different for me though. Like I just told you, I felt like if I stayed out there, I'm from the zone. That's my zone school, bro. If I stayed out there, niggas, I'm not gonna graduate. Like I'm like, real nigga shit. I'm a real nigga.
You wanted to think outside the box. I see what type of person you are.
I was always one of them that think. You know what I mean? So I played ball in life. Even though that school wasn't all that great. One of my dogs went there. Ended up going there. Me and my boy Jamel. You know what I'm saying? But that shit wasn't all that peach and candy.
But that's a journey though. Going from Canarsie to Marlboro.
I used to take that bus, yo. B82,
82,
B6. With my homegirls, Tisha, Siobhan.
Shout them out.
Shout out to the ARC. You know what I mean? We used to be on the bus heavy. But that shit made me different. 82, you know what I mean? But mind you, to get to Lafayette, I had to pass Madison, Sheepson,
everything,
all the schools, whatever. So you meeting people come on, my nigga.
You having an adventure?
Come on, my bro. It was like an adventure. Come on, my nigga.
I think it's going on.
Yeah, I went anyway out there. But yo, back then, you know, them days they had shit wasn't easy. Don't get it twisted
at all.
They had the Marlboro niggas. If you wasn't from Marlboro, you was an outsider.
Oh yeah, you get spanked.
So you know, back then I'm a fresh nigga coming. Freshman year, I probably 3 months in, niggas trying to steal.
What you had on your feet?
Jordans all day, you know what I mean? North Face. I got Munchie.
Your freshman year, you had a North Face?
North Face. I had polo coats, nigga. I'm telling you, I was not one of those.
Your Munchie.
What year was this?
Hold on.
What year was this? What year?
This is 95, 96.
96, you had a 96. You had a North Face.
96, I had my polo North. I got pictures, nigga.
Hold on, we got Munchie to vouch for.
Vouch for me. Talk to me. I was one of those. I'm not one of those. What you see now, you see them.
Yo, Munchie, what's going on, Munchie?
He was flying school and all the girls loved him. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. Chayce had it go.
Okay. My son do got some Yeezys on right now. I'm telling you. This is what I'm rocking with right now. This is what I'm rocking with. Stop playing.
Whoa, stop, talk to me.
But my son got the my son
I'm chilling. I'm outside, but
you off on the floor. Y'all do anything to get fly though.
Floor C. Shout out to the floor.
My son Pop said the best, man. You know what I mean? He said the best, bro.
Pop.
Alright, so now you in high school.
Yeah, now I'm in high school. You know what I mean? I'm playing ball, whatever.
Your step Pop still around?
Was he around? Yeah, he's still around. But my thing was basketball and all that stuff kept me out.
He came to any games?
Nobody came to my games.
Did you ever press him for that? Like your step Pops?
I didn't care for that. At the
for real.
high school?
Yeah, listen, like, would you care that your step Pops didn't come?
If they would have came, I would have been happy or something.
Yeah, I'm saying your mom's nobody.
Listen, your mom was Haitian. My mom's is not coming to no games.
But you know what I'm saying? You know, you had some kids that had their parents come to the game. But I'm cool though because I had my dogs. My homeboy Mel, his pops used to be with. He used to doing tag us along. He was more into his son I'm
Did you
not
go
the
harder?
nice nigga though.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
the nice nigga, but I'm good though.
But like, if your step pops came, or your pops or your moms came,
You
I
would've
would've
been
happy,
high.
of
you
course.
probably would have been harder.
Of
Like,
course.
Of course.
caught your first. You
Of
feel
course.
me?
See, I'm one of
definitely.
those. I'm one of the fathers that like to support their kids and whatever they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
one of
about how I
those.
get to my son too, but that's just me. I'm telling you about me right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
that's what I'm trying
I
to
didn't
see
have
with-
that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't even about that to me. I told you it was just.
You don't think it affects you?
Of course, it affected me.
That's what I'm trying to.
I didn't
That's
have.
what you get into.
Listen, bro. I didn't have a pop's presence growing up, bro.
I know,
I had
I'm
to
telling
see. I learned. I was outside still. Like I used basketball, or I used to tell my mom I'm going to play ball just to go, but I'm outside really. I'm coming home at 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night. I'm telling I'm coming for a basketball tournament
At 12,
12 o'clock went outside.
you ain't get a
2
B in your mom's
My
Haitian,
mom,
boy.
my mom was not one of those because she knew that I was trying to be away from. Like I tried to stay away from my crib. Like you know what I mean. As long as I had to be in my crib, I was okay. I just sleep, come home, whatever. I was outside, but I was doing what I had to do though at the same time. That's the funny thing about it. Like my mom was strict. My mom.
So you
like
graduated
said, my mom-
from- you
I
graduated
graduated
from- on time?
on time and everything.
All right, so you was good. You
still-
Yeah,
but
but at
still
the same
was
time, I
outside.
was still outside though.
Now say you graduated Lafayette on time,
I mean, yeah, I did. I did. True
4
story.
years on
4
time.
years on time.
Did she come to the graduation?
Of course, my mom went to graduate.
Your step pops?
My steppop was around by the time I graduated.
Was you happy about that?
I wasn't
You didn't
happy.
care?
I didn't care about that. But then I was like holding my own, bro. By junior high school, come on, I was in a different level, bro.
These are the things. These are the
I'm
times.
saying
I be
you
saying
17,
that
right?
won't affect
18.
you, but you.
You know, I got to go back to you. I'm sorry, because I got to talk to you about how I found out what happened to my pops. Because I didn't know my mom. Like I said, growing up as from first grade to fifth grade, I always kept saying, "Yo, I'm mad." You know how you say, "Damn, why I don't have a pops? Why my pops not around?" I see my cousin, my cousin going up with his pops doing man stuff. I don't got that. I just had a woman around. My mom taking me to movies, going to see
His mom took him to the movies,
Yeah, we go to the movie. I'm doing
He's Haitian. See, he's Haitian. His mom take him to the movies. Why your mom's
My
didn't
mom
take
was
you to the
taking- we
movies?
go to
My
see fucking
mom's
senior- I mean,
probably from a
fucking
deeper
Beverly
hood
Hills
than his
Cop,
mom.
And she said babe type shit. I'm doing stuff like I'm not doing man stuff.
At the United Arts, right? UA.
Huh? Yeah,
UA.
exactly. That's what I.
Your mom took it to UA?
Yeah, I used to see. That's how I see.
Wait, on a
Not even on the matinee.
Listen,
my mom used to do stuff
my
like that.
mom's
But I'm
taking
not
note
doing
of
man
that.
stuff like doing like fixing cars or doing. You know what I mean? I didn't
Okay.
have that. I didn't have the man figure in my life. Even though I had my uncles. And
So
I learned from them.
when did your mom decide to tell you?
Oh
what
yeah,
actually
so
happened?
go back to that. I'm sorry. Like it was my mom. It wasn't my mom. It was my grandmother.
Okay.
So you know, my grandma was like I said, I always asked until like you know, you get older, you start asking questions. You learn it in
How
school.
old are you?
I was probably like around 11, 10 now. You know what I'm saying?
Before high school,
It was before high school.
you found out.
Yeah, because what happened was, you know, now you in school, you go in science, and they tell you about heart attacks, and so my mom, I forgot to tell you that my mom used to always tell me my pops died at a heart attack. My pops had me at 25. So you know, as a kid, you don't know, but you like, so now you in school, you learn, and you know, you more curious. Now you start asking more questions. Heart attack, 25, that don't make no sense. So I start asking my teachers, yo, my father died at 25 heart attack. So teachers like, that don't make no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. So now I go home and I'm asking my mom, like, yo, teacher said that don't make no sense.
You didn't get a beating for that?
Nah, my mom was.
My mom's would have whooped my
you know,
shit for
that's
that.
the funny
nigga.
thing because you're not supposed to ask them questions. You just listen to what you're supposed to do. But you know, that's what I did. But I'm starting to ask questions. So my grandma pressed me. I mean, now I'm talking to my grandmother now. Like, yo, what really happened to my pops? Come to find out, he went back home, whatever, and somebody killed him. He got killed.
Oh.
So now that shit like, wow. So now I understand what my mom was holding that back
She
from
didn't
me.
want to tell you got
Yeah,
murdered.
of course. So, you know what I'm saying?
Did you find out how did he get murdered?
Oh man. They, you know, Haiti do the different shit. You know what I mean? Like he went back. Like I said,
understand.
my sister was born 1984.
He went back to
and
make
he
money.
went just for a little couple, and then niggas killed the man, dog. Hating shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Hating
you know.
So when that actually happened, how did you feel when you really
When I found
that
out?
Yeah.
I mean, by then I was like junior high school, and I ate it, nigga. Just like, yo, you know what I mean? I had people just, you know what I mean? Like just ate it and just forgot about. Now, by the time I got to junior high school, I wasn't even thinking about like, oh, I don't got a dad. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm outside. You know what I mean? I just learned that as I go. But I'm meeting people.
Is that like numbing the pain?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
Definitely.
And it
Definitely
worked.
say- And it worked. That's it. Or
Okay.
I'm just meeting people around. I mean, oh man, like I said, I had my basketball coach. I had my friends' fathers around. That they took me in like their pops. You know what I'm saying?
Because to
Like
me,
Mr.
it's like,
James,
yeah.
that was like one of my dog's pops.
But
he took me in.
Because
like,
it really filled the void. Though.
It looked like he looking for it, right? Like
it was.
every,
Of course,
like
I was looking for it. But that's what I said. So I always said to myself, by the time I have my kid, my nigga, I'm gonna give that everything, all that feeling that I ever wanted. I'm gonna give it to my dog.
As you should.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's how I felt.
As you should.
As
though,
growing
man.
up, you know what I mean? But like I said, by the time after junior, I forgot all about not having a pops. It was just we on timing. What's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
but like I
still-
said, even though I was on I graduated college, high school. I did all that. You know what I'm saying? But I was still doing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say funny. I like to call myself a sophisticated thug.
Okay.
And when I say thug, I'm not saying I'm a thug. I just know I got street smarts and I could be, you know what I mean?
That's a
What's
fact.
up? Like, how you doing, sir?
A gangster and a
a
gentleman.
gangster and gentleman. Just like my son Poppy.
Right.
Double G. But I never said double G, but I used to call myself sophisticated thug. And anybody know, I used to say that. Sophisticated thug, because I switch it up. You can't tell what you know what I mean? Like, you can't be one dimensional, bro.
That's true. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? When
respect that.
You can look at somebody sometimes and you like, yo, man, you can tell what he is. He smoke. He do this. He do that. Just by looking at somebody.
The judgment, right?
It's just judgment. But for me, you looking at me like, damn, man, I'm curious about this dude. That's why people I track. I'm not one of the person that talk. I'm not a talker. Like, I'm doing this right now. I'm not a talker. You just see me. If you know, you know. That's the type of person I was. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Shout out to you, Chayce.
Respect. You know what I'm saying? But respect.
All right, so now you finish high school.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
You finish high school.
I went to end up going to City Tech.
Oh, you went to City Tech.
City Tech.
You
Yeah.
talking about
Who else went
Tillery?
to City Tech?
Tillery.
Yeah. Who else?
Of course.
Where you
That's
went?
right.
Where you went?
I went to Toro.
You went to Toro.
I went to Toro.
I
Oh, you went to
remember
Toro?
you going to Toro.
Yeah,
I
I went
remember
to
that.
Toro.
Where did you go, Flock?
I went to.
I think I went to. He went to Florida.
So you went to City Tech. All I'm trying to see who went to City Tech. Okay.
My uncle went to City Tech. Hennessy.
I went to City
Yeah.
Tech for like one semester. And then
Funny.
I
Was it the bitches? I heard City Tech had
And
them.
lit.
Definitely had
The
bitches.
lunchroom,
Yeah.
all that.
Definitely
I
had
heard City
bitches.
Tech.
But the funny thing
had
about it,
boy.
that's what I'm trying to show you. See, even though I went to school, but remember, every kid had a basketball the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going pro, but I still wanted to go to college now and go
play
away.
D3?
But mom, I wasn't getting the scholarships, full scholarships. I was getting partials. But
Okay.
my mom was like, I ain't paying for no school. I'm happy she did that, bro.
Listen, y'all thought I
Because I was thinking like, nah, I want to go to school. I want to go away. You know, everybody want to go away. I'm like, nah, I want to
You
go
thought I
away.
was talking crazy. This is how Haitian parents.
Yeah, like I
bro.
ain't paying.
You went to D. You went to.
He went to Florida, nigga.
Exactly.
Came back.
My mom
This nigga
wasn't
went
having
everywhere.
that.
I used to
I'm
be on the
happy I didn't
phone
go,
with
though.
you when you was in Florida in college, bro. Remember that? Yo, he used to be.
I used to go to the homecomings.
Hold on,
Went to the
hold on.
homecomings.
Let me tell you, he used to be homesick.
He did all the time. Like, yo, I want to go home. Like, yo, nigga, you want to fucking
Word.
go up there? Nobody told you to
He
fucking
used to
go.
call me on the phone like, "Yo, Bird, whatever." I'm like,
I can't do
"Alright,
this
let me give
shit."
you I'll give him a rundown of what's going on in the hood.
He like, I can't do this shit no more, boy. I met my little Florida niggas down here, but yeah, I
But
can't
she
do
from
this
North
shit.
Cac, right? Connect. Wait.
Come on, North
So-
Carolina.
So what college you went to? What college?
Carolina University.
Okay.
Look
We
at
want to
that.
know, did you go to City Tech? That's what we want to know.
Yo, City.
No,
No,
I
you know what's
didn't
crazy?
graduate there.
City Tech. I grew
Where'd
up
you
in
go? Where'd you go,
Farragut
Honey Box?
Projects.
Okay,
just
I
down
know.
the
It's right
block.
there. I used to park my car. over
Farragut,
there and all
yeah,
that.
that's
Look,
where I grew
Chayce.
up at.
What
I did a
happened?
year at City Tech.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
I didn't graduate from City Tech. My story didn't
What
finish
year
it.
you went to- what year you went to
Yo,
City
Box, you
Tech?
went to Toro?
I went City
Box?
Tech. I think 2001.
Come on, son, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toro.
Toro's
2000.
lit.
Huh?
I was in the track team.
Oh, you was on tech team? See,
You went to. You was on a track team.
Cause she
in
ran
Toro?
all the time.
At City Tech.
At City Tech?
On the track.
But you remember back then in
Okay.
school, like I mean, even though I was going to college, but I was for the my mom's. Like my mom, you know, my mom was strict. You know,
What did you go to City Tech for?
First I went for computer science. That's what I'm about to tell you. My mom was like, yo, you know, you want to do. I never wanted to like, I never wanted to. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, my mom was like always on top of me on trying to do better and do, you know, never think less, think big. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I never wanted to disappoint us. That's why. You know, even though I was doing my dumb shit, my boy's like, yo, how you graduate and you was with us? And I'm like, because I'm thinking about my mom. Like, I didn't want to disappoint my mom. So anyway, I went to school. I took computer science because remember at that time that's when they were saying technology was popping. But
Yeah.
I wasn't taking that shit serious. I just was going to school.
Technology.
You know what I mean? But I was going, when we was in City Tech, I was just playing around with it. We and my dogs, we just go to school. But then before that, I used to work too. You know, as a kid, I used to work. I worked at Ladies Foot Locker in Kings
Say,
Plaza.
where you worked at?
Oh, as a young nigga, first young. I mean, I had worked at McDonald's one time. And the
Did
only
you
reason I
have
worked-
summer yummy? Did you do the summer yummy?
what's
Summer youth.
Some of you.
Summer, I never did summer youth.
Oh,
Bro, I was outside.
I didn't
bro.
either. I didn't
never
either.
did.
So don't feel bad.
Like I said,
never
the only
did
reason I
summer
did McDonald's because I had got in trouble when I was
I worked
15,
at
16.
McDonald's.
KFC.
And they told me, yo, if you don't get a job, you got to do something. So I got 16 working at McDonald's. But I did it for like 3 months because they would tell me you got to, mind you, I'm Haitian. You know how Haitian moms, they love their sons. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Sure
make your
do.
sons do work in the house too
Listen,
much.
they don't make
you feel. They make you feel like a prince. You royalty in the house.
This nigga.
Haitian mom, they make you feel like
yo, you know the
So
crazy-
they will
yo,
clean
Chase.
for you. They do all that. But my mom will make me do work.
Hold
but
on,
not
Chase.
work.
Chase,
You know what I'm saying?
hold on, Chase. I witnessed this shit.
Yeah.
I witnessed
Yeah,
this shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
this nigga right here, boy. This
Yo,
nigga
listen.
spoiling the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. My mom
Yo,
too. Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, I know they love
Yo,
Haitian moms love their kids.
I seen girlfriends be tight. I seen his
Yeah,
brothers.
that's a fact.
Yeah, this nigga hit
That's
me
a
like
fact.
this.
That's
my
a fact.
Moms
Moms
treat me
love you like a king, bro. All day. They tell you, my moms will tell my girl, yo, he's not supposed to wash dishes type shit.
Yeah. He's about to do his laundry. He's about to do shit.
Laundry?
He's about to do nothing.
How you get?
But it messed me up though as
I
growing
had
up
an
as a man
argument
though.
over
Because I didn't know how to
laundry.
cook when I grew older
Like-
type shit. Because you know what I'm saying? Because my mom used to do everything. But I was outside. But
Never
my mom
seen
did
my
everything
moms
to me, too,
argue with
right?
my pops over laundry.
Yo,
Never.
Never. My mom
Never
did. My moms did
seen
it
my
too.
moms
I know
argue with
some
my
moms
pops over the dishes.
the dishes.
Me
Never.
Never.
No, that's what
Me
they
either.
know what time. You know what I mean?
Foreigners.
Never seen my moms argue with my pops over like
Talk to them.
dirt on the floor. She
Cleaning the
They
house.
cleaning the house. They doing that.
They got
They know.
it.
They got it.
Yo, those
So-
are right there. Those are rare
Those are morals.
breeds,
Like
bro.
we really should.
Playing on the back end, like, you know what I mean?
He just didn't
I
see
said
it.
I never seen. And I listen. I heard mad they
He
fuckery.
just didn't see it.
I heard they fuckery. I heard a lot of
I'm not gonna lie,
stupidness.
Me too, bro.
But my pops, that was never a topic. Like,
That
you
was-
ain't cleaned.
What? Never.
Never, bro. That's not even.
But I lost
Back to
where
the
I was
story.
at. I
Let's
lost
get-
where I was
Yo,
at.
hold on. Shout out to the real women out there, man.
Word.
I don't know.
Facts, talk to
Real,
them,
the
man. Real
different.
women.
The
Do
different. The difference.
The difference.
Look, I'm not saying
Don't hate to the
real,
ladies.
fake.
Don't hate to the modern ladies now. The modern ladies
Shout out
now,
to the
they-
women,
the-
man.
don't-
We ain't
don't hate to
talking
the
about modern
I love all
ladies.
of them,
We
you know what I
talking
mean?
about women.
Everybody's real.
Shout out to the women
But the
here,
real.
man.
we
wanna
love the
get in
women.
trouble.
We
I see
love
what's
the
going
women
on.
good.
All right, real women, because we sitting right here.
Shout out to the real women out
Shout out
here.
to Munchie
It's
in
the
the
love
building.
that we need. The real women.
Shout out to Munchie in the building.
Word.
But all right, now,
Yeah, I forgot where I was at.
now you working at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, no,
Bum
this
ass
is like
job.
I'm just like, this
I
is
see
like in
you.
between time. I did catering jobs, like, you know, calm shit, like, you know, on Saturdays doing little catering job, fun stuff. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Then my first real job was working at Ladies Foot Locker in Kings Plaza.
Oh,
You was getting
that?
$7. How's that
$7
$7?
with commission, bro. What you talking about, you dumb? I'm fucking 16 years old now. I'm 16 now working Ladies Foot Locker in Kings Plaza. But I don't watch
Higher
that, bro.
checks looking.
I'm young and nigga. Remember high school? Come on, bro. I'm in Kings Plaza, bro. Are you dumb? Everybody used to pull up
Plaza.
in there, nigga.
You just
I
did
just
for
would be
the bitches.
chilling, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He just did
you
for
see
the
everybody pull it up, but
but
I mean, they have bad.
he getting exclusives.
I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm getting
But
a
women's
50%
size, though.
It
discount.
don't matter.
You getting women's exclusive.
No,
I'm
but
not
no,
trying to
I
hear
can go
that.
to Foot Locker too. But you know, listen to me. I'm working at Ladies Foot Locker. How you think I'm getting commission? The ladies, the older women and the young ladies, who are they coming to? To sell, to buy their shoes.
I
That's
hear
you.
you. I hear you.
That was me, bro. No
I hear
facts.
you.
I'm not even talking. No, I'm not tipping my hoe or nothing, bro.
Yeah, I hear
Like
you.
I'm just saying. Like I worked Ladies Foot Locker, and then at the time I was like, wait. I mean, I did it from like 16 to
Did you
18.
kill anything?
Oh man.
Body bag. With
Come
body
on,
bags.
come on,
Body
Jim.
bag.
Oh, let's get the energy in the building.
Yo,
Shout out to
we
Chase,
here,
man.
we
Shout
here,
out to
we
Chase,
good,
man.
Chase is still here.
It's all about a feeling we here, man. It's experience.
All right, where we at now?
Yeah,
You at
was
Lady
saying-
Foot
I was
Locker?
like Ladies Foot Locker.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm making commission, whatever. I'm getting money, doing whatever. But I always, like I said, that sophisticated thing I was talking about. I always
Yeah.
worked and hustled on the side.
Did your thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did my
that's what
thing
you're
on the
supposed to.
side. So I was, you know what I mean, dibbling, dabbing. You know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, long story short, how I was working one day. My supervisors and them was taking my commission.
Oh, they was
They was
sneaking.
dead at me because I was young nigga. I was the young nigga there, but I'm getting old. I'm making.
Okay.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm not
All
even
the
dead
sales.
at. When I'm making all the sales, the woman was coming to me. Though. I'm not even
Damn.
jacking.
So how they
okay?
go and start getting
But
shiesty?
they getting shiesty. But one day I'm tight. I'm tight at work, and then I'm helping this lady, and she's like, "Why you look so tight and shit?" And I was like, nothing. I'm fronting like it's nothing. Don't worry about it. She's like, nah, I wouldn't really know what's wrong with you. What happened? Told me whatever. And I was like, my supervisor. I started telling my story. Like my supervisor deaded me on my fucking commission. You know what I mean? I'm eating over here and they playing. She's like, you look like a a young, dependable, handsome young guy and all that stuff. You ever thought about working in banking? I was like, I mean, no, but that sounds great. You know what I'm saying? This is a true story. I'm 17 years old. It's 18. It's about to turn 18, around 18. So she's like, yo, you ever thought about working in banking? I'm like, word? Hell yeah. I mean, I never thought about it, but that sounds cool. She's like, yo, I'm a supervisor at such and such bank. And, would you, pull up?
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying? That's how I jumped in. This is how my life just took for another.
Was she fired?
Say again?
Was she fired?
I mean, she was an older lady. She wasn't one to play, but
okay.
She was old. It wasn't like she was fired, but it's not even about it. A lot of older women always attract to me. I don't know, like they used to see.
So you would have killed in your head. You like down?
Would I kill? But I didn't go that way. I was just thinking like I'm 18 years old.
You gotta try and get some.
You know what I mean?
So you called the number.
So I called her. Yeah, she hit me for an interview, and it was a trash interview. She didn't even go hard for me. You know what I'm saying? Started working as a teller, as a banker. You know what I'm saying? That's how everything started now. So, I'm like, I just graduated high school. I'm 18 or whatever. Like I said, you said, I was taking that bus for 4 years.
Haitian moms think you made it if you work at the bank.
Of course. Don't get it twisted yet, bro.
The teller?
Yeah.
Your mom's thinking you made it.
I'm in a suit.
Yeah.
19 years old, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Come on,
18,
you
19, I'm
made
in a
it,
suit.
yeah.
I feel like I'm the little man, you know what I'm saying?
And you graduated
high school.
Yeah, listen, my mom
compared to a lot of my
bragging like crazy,
my
bro.
My dogs know what time it is. They knew what it was, but I graduated, whatever. But anyway, I fucking started working in the bank. You know what I'm saying? But at them times, like you said, when I was in high school, I did 4 years taking that bus every day to fucking school.
Long, bro.
That shit got to me a little bit. So I was like, by the time I want a car.
Okay.
Like I'm not taking the bus. I want a car now. So 18, 19. Back then everybody driving Honda Accords.
Okay.
Maximas.
Okay.
Infinities.
But I jumped in the I-30.
I-30.
If I know I can't jump in the Benz, but I know my level. You know what I mean? I'm the type of dude like. I think big, bro. Like, you think the highest. You can't get the highest, you get the next best thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never try to settle myself, bro.
I feel you.
Understood.
If you look at me, I never try to settle myself. Like, I always thought big. So if I can't get the big thing, I get the next big. I'm good with that, bro. You just know
I'm saying?
So now you're in the bank.
Yeah, I'm in the bank,
I-30.
18, I-30.
Okay.
19, whatever.
Damn, bitches on your body.
I'm going to school. You know what time it is? Now, my dog's from on Flatbush, on Albany sides. I'm riding bike.
And you got your own room?
And I got my own room.
That's lit. He's lit.
And my son and he in City Tech.
I'm in City Tech. But I'm playing around too. I'm playing around with school. I'm not taking school serious. You know what I'm saying? So now, like you said, I've always been working and hustling. So the streets, I felt like banking was similar to the streets. Because it's all about talking to people and numbers. And so I took like, I could do this.
Okay.
So as I'm working, I'm not just working. I'm seeing people coming in like real top dogs coming in suits. And I'm like, damn. This guy got that much money in his account. No disrespect to nobody. I'm like, damn, he got bags. Now I'm asking questions like, what do you do? Real shit. Like, what do you do? I'm no disrespect, sir. I'm just want to know, what do you do? What's your job? I'm not afraid to ask questions, bro. He told me, I'm doing real estate. I do investments. Oh, word, that's what you do? Oh, damn. Okay, cool. So now I'm just taking it in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just seeing all these people coming in. So I'm like, I could take this serious. So like I said, I was going to City Tech for computer science. I got kicked out. Because I didn't have the grades because I wasn't doing what I had to do.
Because of the,
I was bullshit.
Because of the bitches.
You know the bitches.
I-30.
I had a I-30 and I had a little bike too. You know what I mean?
You
was riding a little dirt bike.
All
type of shit. I was wilding, dumb shit. But now I'm thinking, I'm getting, my mental getting to me like, yo, nigga, stop playing around, bro. It's bigger to it, like I said. So I said, let me go back to school. Oh, yeah, before that, one of my dogs, my right-hand man, Jamel Sideshow, he passed away.
Damn.
Right before my 21st birthday.
My condolences.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry to hear that.
Yo, the crazy thing, a lot of firsts come in my life. My pops died January 1st, 84. My son passed January 1st, 2019. My dog, my right hand back then, died May 1st, 2003.
Wow.
Yo, if you look at, I think about this after going on, but I'm just going back. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, so after my dog passed and that shit happened, I'm like, damn, man. Remember, I wasn't taking school serious. I'm still working. I started working at the bank, but, I wasn't, like, on it. I'm like, what can I do different from everybody else, yo? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get out that way because my son left Brooklyn for a situation and get passed away in Georgia.
Damn.
So you know how you leave one situation and you
then
just
wind up, yeah.
get me right before my 21st birthday, bro.
He was in the streets heavy.
You know, like I said.
So when did you wind up going back to school?
That's what I'm still in school at this time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't, like I said, I got kicked out. I mean, by this time, I started school 2021, I think 01. So like I said, I was 2 years in. Well, I was bullshitting though.
Yeah.
So I wasted 2 years. So now, like I said, after my dog passed, and I'm just sitting around like, yo, what can I do different from everybody else? I was like, yo, go to school. Because nobody of my friends go to school.
At all.
All my niggas is
But you still doing banking though.
Yeah, I still do banking, but the banking is what helped me want to do because I realized, like, yo, I could take this. I see this potential here, bro. Like I said, it was like the streets because it's like I'm commissioned. You got to talk to. It's giving gab, bro. That's all it's about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's about appearance and giving bab. So that's what I did. So I went to school and took. I went going back to Kingsborough.
Oh, now you in Kingsborough.
Now I'm in Kingsborough. So you know that I took a step back. You go from a 4-year to a 2 year. So I took a step back. Feel me?
I
but
graduated from Kingsborough. Shout out to Kingsborough.
Kingsborough, you can't knock that though. Don't knock Kingsborough because that rehabilitated me. You know what I'm saying? It gave me an uplift, like to give me a second chance to like pick myself back up.
Okay.
So now I took up business management.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Took my 2
Got
years.
that.
So as I'm working, you know what I mean? I'm still going to work. I'm still outside. You know what I'm saying? So this is around the time now my friends started calling me Clark Kent type shit. Because
you Superman out here.
Not even about to be a Superman because
switching up. Like
because I'm coming home in a suit in the day 9 to 5. I'm working in the suit in the daytime. I'm in the corner. Back then niggas would be in the corners.
Okay.
So I'll just pull up on the corner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had two different
lifestyles.
Yeah, okay.
lifestyles.
That's what's up, man.
Understood
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It got me away with a lot of murder, but you know, I'll take that away.
Nah, we good.
But you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know. But yeah, so I went to school, went to Kingsborough. From Kingsborough, got my 2 year. You know what I'm saying? You know the funny thing about it? What motivated us to keep going to school? My son Rich too. That nigga was my son. Like that was my
Rich,
dog.
my
Like,
nigga.
if you
Rich,
see
my
Rich, you see
nigga.
my son
Shout
Rich
out
because
to
that's how we
Rich,
went to
man.
school. Like I did, you know, not all of my dogs. Not nobody going to school, bro. Everybody, some people started school and then everybody just stopped. They started making money, bro. But me and my nigga Rich was right there, so he gave me the motivation too to keep going.
That's
Keep
what's
going to
up.
school.
Shout out
And
to
I
Rich,
gave him
man.
that motivation to keep going.
So you say you graduated from
Kingsborough at 2 years, and then from Kingsborough I went to Brooklyn College,
Oh.
and I took business
DC.
management finance.
Okay,
And
that's
then-
what's up. Shout
Yeah,
out.
so now I'm working. So even though I'm in the banking, I'm climbing up the ladder though. I went from I was in a teller all this time. I went from teller, customer service. I'm building, but like I told you, I was talking to people. I mean, to dudes and asking what they do. So at them time, I'm like 22, 23. I got my real estate license. I got my notary because
Okay.
they telling me what to do. So I have people in my ear, but I'm still on this side. So it's like I have 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Okay.
That's the fucked up thing I keep talking about, that sophisticated thing. I thought I was doing the right thing. Like, you know stories like people telling you like when they just do one thing, that's how you get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find a way. Maybe if I do
A little bit of
a little bit of this,
a little bit of that.
happen. But you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
how I used
facts.
to take it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not pressing for that. Because I know I got something good coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, even though it's about being patient for the long haul. But you know, fast money's.
So you was in the bank for how many years? You was working
Man,
in the
bro,
bank?
I worked the banking from 19 to like 27, 28. But
So
I went from
9
corporate. I went
years.
from regular to corporate.
That's what's up.
Like I didn't just sit there. Like I said, I was not just sitting. I went from teller, customer service, personal banker, and then I just climbed up. You know. You
So
know
8-9 years you was working there.
Yeah, but I went deeper. I went into corporate banking after that. I'm
That's
talking
dope.
about like they call retail banking,
And then there's corporate banking. Correct. Now, in the mix of you being in the bank, right?
Oh,
You now are having kids at the time?
No, I didn't even have kids yet. So
Okay.
this is funny because, so like I said, I was working in banking. I was moving up. So it's like I wasn't sitting in one bank, but it just so happened I was working at it's called Norfolk Bank. I'm about to tell my story right now.
Norfolk.
I'm about to tell my story right now. So I was working at Norfolk Bank, and then by the time I've been working in the bank now. It's like I told you 19. This is like 25 now. I'm about to get into fatherhood now.
Okay.
So before fatherhood, so you know, my friends was having kids from like 18, 19. Niggas was like me. I wasn't having no kids. I was in the street having fun. You know what I'm saying? I was the one doing a little traveling here and there. My friends had kids or whatever. Some of my friends.
Have you been to more baby showers than
Oh,
weddings?
of course, you know that. Back then, that's what everybody was doing. Baby showers. I was going baby showers all day.
What you mean back then? They still doing it now.
More baby showers than weddings, bro.
At one point, that's all you was doing. It was going to baby showers.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to feel like I want to have a youth. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I was outside. I talked to girls, but I never took a girl serious.
Okay, he's playing around.
My grandma always used to be the one to be like, yo, you a young man. You don't need no girlfriend. Do what you gotta do for yourself, and then you get a girlfriend. So I'm talking about this is like high school type shit. Like, yo,
I tell that to my son.
It's true because when you get in a girlfriend, that's when what happens. That's when you get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
You start having kids because you all up in your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I had no feelings. I'm sorry to say that.
I ain't gonna say it.
Like, and I wasn't no disrespectful guy, but I'm just trying to show you, like, I never like took no girl serious. So, but at this time now, getting to my 20s, like I said, all my friends are having kids now. I start wanting to have kids, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying, like, I want to find the right one. So now, every girl that came across me, I without them knowing, I'm doing my I'm just checking what you about, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, yo, you outside too much, yo, you know what I mean? But it's like nobody knows that, but this is in my mind, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. So it's so funny. Like, I'm working in the bank one day. This is how I met my son's mother.
Okay.
So she comes to the bank one day, you know what I'm saying? And then she was one of my customer reps was helping her. I was a personal bank at the time. And she was helping her, an older lady. I'm like, damn, this girl coming in. I'm like, damn, she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but that's like, pretty girls come all the time, so it's nothing. Okay. I'm like, yeah, she's pretty, but it's nothing. She came, and then, I left it alone. The next day she comes, she needed some help with something. It was like just periodically type shit. She comes in, but it so happens I help her. Okay. So now I'm helping her. And you gotta give me your ID. So I'm like, okay. So he gave me her ID, and I'm looking now. I got the whole government,
her address,
everything.
Age and all
everything. So I'm like, but when you look at some people IDs, the IDs look ugly and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? But I looked at the ID, and damn,
you look ugly.
No, nah. I'm like, she's pretty. Like you a PYT type shit. That's how I felt. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, usually I was a young nigga, but I used to always talk to your older woman. Okay. You know what I mean? Real thing. But my baby mom, I'm 2 years older than her. So at the time, when I met her, I was 23. She was 21. All right. You know what I'm saying?
You thought she was older?
No, I know she was younger. But I'm just telling you, like, how my getup was. Like, all right. I used to talk to older women, girls. Like, girls that look like they, like, 40? Over the top, like 40s. You don't get me. You know what? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But my baby mom, when I first met her, she was I've looked at her as a PYT, like she was a pretty young thing, like, okay, you know what I mean? So when I looked at her, I'm like, oh, okay. So I just started talking to her, like, you know what I mean?
She got in, right?
Man, I just started
on the job.
On the job.
Okay, you ain't care about nothing.
Huh?
You ain't care about nothing.
I didn't care about nothing. I was like, she's pretty. This is, you know what I mean? I'm 23 years old this time.
He determined.
You know what I'm saying? She's 21, so I just started talking to her. And it's funny I'm talking about this. You're laughing. But anyway, so I started talking to her, and I got her number. We started polying, and then, like I said, it's not something that I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I knew I could see the potential. Like, this girl could be.
She had her own room or no?
At that time, I didn't even know she had her own room. But
she had her own room.
She probably did. She lived. She was from the. She was from the 40s. You know what I'm saying? At the time, okay. But she did have her own room after the fact. I didn't know she did have her own room.
Okay.
But it's just not even about that. I just seen that she was
definitely about that.
She was. You know what I mean?
They need housing.
Word. That's funny. She didn't need no housing or nothing. She was good. But you know what made me think it was like I talked to a lot of girls, but it was nothing different. But what made me feel like it was her, it was like she was the one. Yeah. I went to church on Easter one time with her, with my dogs, and guess who was there with there?
Who's that? Rich.
Rich is always there.
You always there, Rich. That nigga Rich, man. Shout out to Rich, man.
That made me like, she went to church with me. Like, I never did something like that. Then she come to my mom's crib and have my mom dinner, and she loved. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not something I don't. Anybody know me? My family know. I don't bring girls to my crib. Like, I don't introduce girls to
your moms at all.
To my moms and all that. No, I mean, she would know. Of course, she know one or two girls, but as far as to show show a feeling, nah, I wasn't that type of. You know what I'm saying? Even my family, like, of course they know I'm talking to people, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway. So I did that. So that made me feel like, yo, this girl could be, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm still on my timing, though. I was still on my bad boy timing. Okay. Not taking nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? But I still felt like, yo, she's the one. Like, I said that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still on my boy.
And you're 23.
At 23.
All right.
Because, your boy is it. He's at the time. He's good. He's good. You know what I mean? I got I'm going to college. I'm driving a nice whatever.
So let's go to 24. Now
Now I'm 24. Whatever. In between time.
Are you still with her?
We together.
Off and on
Type shit. You know how time it is. But we together though. But like I said, I was on my bad boy shit. I'm still in college right now.
Okay.
One day she calls me. She calls me at work and says, "Yo, I'm pregnant." I said,
"Oh,
what?
That's how you
found out. At the bacon job.
At work. At the bacon job.
That's how you found out.
Sorry, Jody. I'm telling you our story. We here, baby. Don't worry about it. But anyway, she called me and said I'm pregnant. But mind you, prior to that, I'm gonna tell you real. I never in my life had a girl tell me, "Yo, I'm pregnant."
I'm fake pregnant.
I'm fake pregnant. Or I mean, I had a fake pregnant one time. I'm not gonna.
You ain't had no oopsies.
But I never had like no oopsie. Never had no ABs. No, none of that. True story. It's a true story. So for her to come at me at 20 and at a note, and mind you, you're
24 at this time.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Yeah,
I'm 24. So for her to come at me and say that,
she called you. She ain't text
at
you
work,
anything.
no text, nothing. This is how my first situation came about. I'm at work doing I'm looking clean at work. You got me. And she calls me like, "Yo," she caught me off guard.
So you didn't think like, "Damn, I splashed in her."
Nah, I kind of knew. I'm not gonna lie. My son was in November,
know
baby.
you finessed.
It was January. Yo, I told you I was in my. Yo, man, I don't want to go too deep right now.
Come
on. It's deep.
So this is what I'm saying. You knew you was fucking with her because you was hitting it raw.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
So you knew.
But I was in my feelings.
See, short. What's her name?
Jody.
Yo, Jody, man.
I got you, Jody. Don't let him try to. I got you.
Shout out to Jody.
That was my girl though. Like I said, even my dogs are like, "Yo," you know what I mean? Because I was doing different shit compared to I was doing for elder girls. Like I was really hanging out with, like, you know what I mean? But I was still not on that timing. You know what I mean?
Got you. So she told you were pregnant. So then how did you feel?
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. So she's gonna be mad, but I'm not gonna lie. She caught me off guard. Like I said, you know what I said? I never had nobody in my life tell me that they had a kid for me. So I took it, even though I wanted the kid, but I was like shocked, like, "Oh shit." And you told me at work,
you should.
as I'm helping a client. So I'm like, "Oh shit." So I'm like, okay, I took it down. I took it for what it was for. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you later. But at the same time, I was like, "Oh man, am I ready for a kid?" Even though I know I wanted a kid, but I'm like, now I'm thinking like, am I really ready for a kid?
You started questioning
Now
yourself,
I'm questioning my head like that. So I ran to my cousin the older cousin that had the situation when I was younger. But that's who I used to come to. Like, he was like 4 years apart. But I ran to him like, "Yo, son, I'm about to have a kid. I don't know what I should do." Like, what? You know what I mean?
What he said?
Of course, he was telling me to hold it because my son was already had all the kid. But it wasn't even about that. I was not even thinking about AB. It was just like, I was like, "Oh shit," shocked. Like, it really happened.
Like, I'm here now.
Like, I'm here. Like, but you know what I mean? But I kind of made her feel like I didn't give her that excitement that she wanted. But in my mind, in how I felt, I really was excited. Yeah. But I didn't show it to her.
But look, this is what this show is for. Because women don't know how men really think.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because we so block it off.
Exactly. You know exactly. So till this day, I mean, she would tell you like she probably took it wrong, like the way I presented it.
Yeah. The delivery. Because it was wrong. I'm not even gonna hold you because I really was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm happy to have a kid, but I'm really having another kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, she told me. And,
do you think like damn, like your pops ran through your head at that time? Like,
yeah, because you know the ironic thing, because I told you my pops my pops passed at 25, and I was having my son about to be at 25.
That's what I'm saying.
How ironic is that, my nigga? You see that? Oh, my nigga. I didn't realize all this stuff until after my situation. Numbers, my nigga.
Yeah. Numbers mean a lot.
Cause I didn't realize that though, bro.
Numbers mean a lot. People don't understand.
I didn't realize that though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying, when you got the news.
Yeah. So when I got the news, I was like I said, I was shocked, but I came at her on some bad, not in a great way. I didn't tell her to do no dumb shit, but I was just not on like happy. Yeah. So she took it away. But after I spoke to my cousin, whatever, and it wasn't even about that. It's not even about talking to him. I just had to man up.
Of course.
I man up. Like I did what I did. Let's do it. Because I knew I kind of did it. I'm not even going to hold you, cuz. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So how was the pregnancy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So So from the time she told me, man, I was at every fucking...
appointment,
nigga. And she'll tell you that.
How did your mom take it?
Oh, I told my mom, like...
right after, like a month, like I didn't tell my mom right away. I think probably like, you know how that goes. I was 25 at the time. I mean, I was 24, but still, but I didn't tell my mom right away.
How long did it take?
I took it like a month.
Okay.
Because I was still trying to take the decision, like grasp it, like, yo, I'm about to have a kid, nigga.
Yeah.
Me, Steven? Hell no, you lying.
How about this? Did you tell your step pops?
No, my step pop's been gone by then.
Oh yeah, you told
he
me.
He left by high
that.
school. We didn't go in debt, but
you told me that. You said that.
But he left in high school, so by then I was already, you know what I mean. I was the one, like I said, even though I was working and I say going back, I was still helping my mom. So my mom was a single
so
parent with 4 kids.
The older
bro.
father figure in your life would have been your cousin,
my cousins and my uncles.
Yeah.
So
I looked at everybody. I took a piece from everybody.
Did you feel like you were a father figure to your younger brothers?
Oh, of course, but let me tell you, that's fucked up because my first brother. Because remember I told you that situation where my pops banged me in my head.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It kept me away from my first younger brother.
Why though?
Because it was resentment, nigga.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, nigga, your pops did that for you. So it was like I was not around my brother. Like it kept me away from him for a while. Like actually anybody in my family, like I didn't want to be around my brother, son. But it's not until my step pops left, then I seen that I was doing something wrong. Like, you know, as you get older.
Nah, you could talk this, bro. It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because before that, I would not want to see my little brother. But I love my little brother. It's a fact. But I didn't want to be around him from that time. Imagine, I was 10 years old. The kid was probably 2 years old at the time.
So tell me, how was the pregnancy?
The pregnancy, I mean, during the time, like I said, I was there with her through everything, you know what I mean?
All the appointments.
You know, women. Okay. They always want something, ice cream or whatever they wanted. I was doing what I do
at all times. I remember I went from Connecticut all the way to Brooklyn because she wanted some seafood.
Seafood, yeah. They always had that need.
Crazy, right?
I was there too.
Still couldn't appreciate it.
But my son,
that was cool. I like that. Clap for that. Connecticut. Yeah,
you was trooping.
I drove that whole shit for some fucking...
No, you had to do that.
He just wanted to get out the house.
For some blue crabs,
She can't say
bro.
she had no need because wherever she needed, I was there for her. Right, Jody?
That.
Stop playing. You know I was there. But
Joe, shout out to Jody, man.
Facts. Tell Jody what's up.
Shout out to Jovi, too.
Word. But I remember, so, you know, Cam was supposed to be, you know, they gave the due date, whatever. So I guess he was like a week past. Like, he didn't come out.
Okay.
So, you know, they had like a scheduled pregnancy. I mean, yeah.
C-section, right?
C-section, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
the kids come out like fake burnt.
They dark, right?
They dark.
When they like when they stay out when they stay out when they stay in the belly too long.
Like the 2 weeks after.
Something like that, right? Am I right?
They get a little overcooked.
They get a little cooked.
They come out wrinkled.
Women, do y'all know? Do women?
They come out wrinkled. They look old.
So are their
he
skin
was wrinkled. That's funny.
Yeah, my son look great.
Okay, are they skin burnt or something?
I just said what they look like. They look older. They look wrinkled. Their
All right.
skin gets a little bit like wrinkled after staying in past the due date.
All right, so
he was wrinkled.
He was wrinkled.
Yeah, but he was light skinned and all that. But the funny thing about it, before he came, the way that shit set up, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you like I want to talk about. I never wanted to have a son at first, bro.
Didn't?
I wanted no girl.
You want a girl for a son?
You know why?
Oh.
Because for all the shit that I put my mom through or whatever situation, like, yo, it's hard to raise a boy out here in the streets.
Nah, this girl is different.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I wanted to have a daughter. So for the get, I was like, I want to have a girl. I don't want to have a boy.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I had
that's
a
a
girl.
new perspective.
What did you want first?
I want a boy first, but you know, my daughter, she's
mad. What you got first?
Like, I had a boy.
Okay, what did I want first? A boy.
A boy. I had a girl.
What?
I mean, I had a boy too, but I wanted a girl.
Fly, what would you want first? What would you want first?
Political.
Political guy.
It didn't matter to you.
Guy.
But the reason I didn't want a boy, I just knew that it's pressure to carry. Yo, it's hard to carry a boy out here, my nigga. So, you know what we've been through and all the stuff in the street. So I'm like, yo, I felt like the boy brings more pressure.
But to me,
female was easier to raise a female. Than
I feel different because I know what it is to be. Now I know what it is to be a guy.
Exactly.
See, I don't know what it is to be a woman.
I don't know what it is to be.
So I have to allow the mother to take more role. I gotta be the lover, the provider, I give you this. I'm the game. You know, to my daughter, like my daughter's mad, like she do whatever she wants. She's gangster. She tough.
Exactly. You want daddy's little girl. That's why I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was scared to have a boy. But anyway, by the time she told me she had a boy, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm having a boy. Fuck it.
Did you know the name already?
I didn't have no male name. She gave Cameron name. I just had a female name. Like I said, I just wanted a girl. I had my daughter's name since I was in college.
He got your last name.
Yeah, he got my last name. Yeah, I signed my papers and everything.
All right.
I wasn't denying that. I knew that was mine.
Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Cam.
You feel me? Respectfully.
All
but
right.
like I said, I didn't want a boy. But anyway, when I found out I was having a boy, I took it down. You know what I mean? She gave his name because I didn't have a name.
Word?
I had no boy's name.
No junior.
I didn't want a junior.
You didn't want a junior?
Yo, my name is Steven Government. I was like, yo, that's so common.
You didn't want a Steven
Yeah,
Jr.?
I didn't want a Steven. I was like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But even though growing up, I used to tell everybody my name's Steve. I didn't give a fuck. You know how everybody had tag names? I had little tag names too, but I didn't want to. I wanted you to know my fucking name. When you see me, my name is Steven. What's up?
But we call you Chayce on the
You call
show,
me Chayce
so.
now. No, but that was back then. But now that was the young nigga shit.
Yeah.
But now I call me Chayce. Yeah. But yeah. So I had when I went to the hospital, I didn't get to that point. When you get to the hospital, you know, because like I said, it was a C-section. So she was in labor for more than I don't know how many hours. Like we got there from like the one day before. Probably
You
like
went straight from work, or you was?
No, I was off that day because I knew it was it's C-section.
All right.
So it was a schedule, whatever. So we went to the hospital. Like I don't know what day was it, but like I'm saying, a night before, like 7:00.
Was you smacked?
You know, of course, come on, bro. I'm about to have a kid. I'm out of my dogs. I was like the first one to have the kid. I was about real niggas, like niggas I grew up with. So you know what I mean. So you know what I mean. So I was smacked, but at the same time, I'm nervous.
Right.
You know that, like yo, I'm really about to have a youth. But the funny thing about it, I went that day looking rugged. Right,
Okay.
you know what I mean. I'm a clean nigga. Don't get me wrong. Always trying to stay. You know what I mean. So that whole time she was in labor. The overnight we just sitting there. You know how it goes for mad long, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That morning she still didn't have the baby yet. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck that. I'm about to go get a shape up, yo. She's like, what? You about to go get a shape up? I left to go get a shape. I'm like, yo, my little nigga can't come see me looking rugged, nigga. He gotta see his daddy looking fresh. What do you mean? This is a true story.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I left my baby mom at the hospital to go get a shape up. As I'm getting the haircut, getting my little whatever, I get the phone call. Yo, I'm in contracting. I'm like, yo, you better hold up. Stop playing with me. Yo, I'm mind you, I'm on Rockaway and Avenue K. Cameron was born in Long Island Hospital, downtown Brooklyn. Yo, my nigga, I flew. I took all the lights. I didn't care because I was like, yo, you waiting? You better. I want to see my son come. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
To say I didn't have a push, but you know what I mean. I got to see her. I mean, she did the C-section.
Did you get the skin to skin action?
Of course, because I was the first person. Like remember, she's on the.
Oh, shout out to the second skin to skin.
My son is the first.
Yeah,
I'm the first person he touched when he looked at me straight eye to eye, nigga.
Same thing.
Eye to eye, and I looking like, yo, that's mine. Like,
Right.
that's mine, boy. That's how I took my first love, and I'm telling her like, yo, your boy, look, that's come on, talk about it.
That's a fact.
Real shit. That's
a fact.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. That was my first experience.
Gotta clap for that. Gotta clap for that. You know what I'm saying? C-section.
Yeah, C-section. Yeah.
So you know now he's born,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's growing up. How do you attend to him? Like how do you?
So you know them times,
show
like I
him how
said.
to
So
be
by
a-
the time she had my little man, I was 25.
Y'all still together?
We still together.
Okay.
I'm 20. Yeah, that was my girl. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was a hot. But that was my girl, and when I had my kid, it was a wrap.
Where you living at? Y'all living in
No, we
your
not living
crib?
just separate. I'm living with my mom. I'm talking about Jody. She Jamaican, so I'm Haitian. So it's two different households. So he getting flavor. He getting
She a
that
wild
spice.
one. Okay.
You know what I mean? Cam got that spice. He got that Haitian flavor. He got the Jamaican on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we were still young. I'm 25. She's 23 at the time now. Feel me? So I'm living by my mom. She living by her thing. But I would still go attend to my son. I wasn't one of them niggas that wasn't there. I was always there from the beginning. She would tell you that I was there from the beginning, bro.
So how was
Don't
it
get it
raised?
twisted. You know how when the kids, when they babies, you would tell they take your turn to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up. But remember, I was outside all the time, chilling, whatever I'm doing. I'll come home. I'll come, lay my head. But she was there all day with him. She's like, I'm tired. But I was
So
like,
you take over.
Nah, he
I was
gonna
supposed
sleep.
to, nigga. You never told you. I was outside, I was smacked. She's like, you supposed to be sleeping, but damn, man, I'm sorry, bro. But yo, by the time my little man came to like 1 year old and he was ready, full effect, man, I was ready taking him outside, man.
Yeah,
I was ready
that's
taking him
what's
to little kid parties, doing whatever. Cameron, yo, I'm not even saying little man, that's Cameron, man.
Shout out to
Cameron's already outside with me from like, I didn't hold. It wasn't even about nothing. Like, remember I told you I didn't have no father, bro.
Yeah.
So
for me, it was like,
what was the things you was doing with him as he was growing? Like at 1, 2 years old, what are the things you was doing with him?
Cam was that kid that I was trying to elevate him. Like I said, I've been through so much from growing up, so I just wanted him to be better than me. So I didn't want him to be like me. I wanted him to be better than me.
So what were the things you were doing with him? What was you showing him? What was you taking him?
So I mean, back then he used to be with me with the dogs.
Okay.
Like I wasn't. You know how back in the days when we was kids, our parents used to sugarcoat. I told you, our parents used to sugarcoat. Don't tell us whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Cam knew everything. I used to keep him around me. Like he used to be. If I'm chilling with the dogs, then I'm chilling with whatever. He's right there with me.
So you was exposing him.
I was exposing him stuff, but to a limit. I'm not saying I was like out there reckless with it, but he was with me. Like I would take him to parties. I was taking kid parties. You know what I mean? He was an infant. I wasn't waiting until he was 2 talking and stuff like that. He was waiting. So by the time he was 2 years old, he's driving with me all over the place. Yo, my dog know every car. Like he was just watch. Like he was like one of those kids like watch commercials, and he was just like, oh, Lexus, Benz. Cause remember he's driving on, so he sees, he just seeing the road, and that was one thing. He know music. Like this is stuff I'm just showing him. Like this is like baby stuff I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? To the point like I was like you can't baby. I don't know. I felt like he was bigger, older than he was. I don't know. People like, yo, you always had him. Yo, let me know what's funny. This is a funny story. The Shanti video, the one that she had.
Fat Joe? Not
with Fat Joe. The first Foolish.
Yeah, Foolish.
All right. So you remember when like the moms. I'm taking it back before that. So remember before, this is me and my baby mom. So remember when the moms came to the door and she started yelling at
Lorenz Tate? Yeah.
It wasn't Lorenz Tate. It was the guy from
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So before that, like I said, I got to go back. Claudine, Jody. I'm sorry, I'm giving her Jamaican. You know how Jamaicans be having different names. I'm nice, right? But Jody, she was, even though I knew her, I knew she didn't really take me into her family prior to Cameron, like,
really?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so she kept you away?
Like, it wasn't like she kept me away. She was like, let me tell you what about it. I was looking for a girl that wasn't outside like that. Like, I was one of them guys that was in the parties, hanging out. You wanted somebody that was
opposite
of me, you know what I'm saying? And she was that. But I seen the potential in Shorty, you feel me? So, like I said, I still kept her, but she was still, like, guarded. Like you said, like what you was saying before. You was like, what you say? Woman are guarded. Like, who was saying that? Didn't you say that?
One of them back there was saying
that woman are guarded. And that's how she was. Like, she wasn't like, because, I guess she was coming from a good home. I seen that she coming from a good home, but she didn't really want to bring me into her home.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to show you?
Yeah.
Before Cam, you know what I'm saying? But me, I was ready showing her like, yo, this is my family. This is what
she probably think you was a dirty nigga.
You never know.
Like she was
not sleazy. Like she was being cautious. Like, you know what I mean?
Like this nigga look like he steals or something, right?
You know what I mean? But what I was gonna say was, it's a funny story. It was like, I always think about this because Laverne, that's my, you know what I mean, Cameron grandma, my stepmom's Laverne. She so like I said, I was never really going into her crib. When she found out Joey was pregnant, they didn't really know me. You know what I'm saying? They just see me pull up all the time with the car or whatever.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
But they allowed you in?
No, I didn't get into the crib. I wasn't even up. I see her brother. I know my boy Cass, but I didn't know the moms and the pops when she was pregnant. See, I'm going back. I'm sorry. But it's a story to do. It's always funny. But like I said, she didn't. I never went in the crib. So I used to, like I said before that, she would be hungry or whatever. I would drop the food off to her. Come to the crib, front door, and just drop the food.
While she pregnant?
But I still didn't meet the
So
pop.
you didn't get a lot of like pregnant pussy. Like you didn't get it like on a rag.
No, I did get it. She would come to my crib.
She would come to the crib, but he won't do it in her crib.
I won't go to her crib. She would come to my mom's crib.
She didn't stay at your crib since she was pregnant?
She would come days. Of course, she would be there. But
his mom allowed it.
My mom allowed it. But
she's a Haitian mom. She's gonna allow.
It's just her mom that had the.
I didn't meet their family yet. I'm doing too much talking. Oh shit.
No, you good.
But anyway, it's funny. But I'm just saying, like, so Maja, like I said, she'll be hungry. She'll call me. I could be whatever I'm doing. I'll stop and go get her food. Yeah. So one day I go drop. You know what I mean? That's real shit. So one day I go drop her some food. The moms come to the door with her. Like, she come to the door, and then you see her moms come to the door. So you just picture my dog is in the car chilling for me. If you remember the Foolish video. Where you been? Where you been? So she's basically like, how you up, man? You got a girl. You not coming stepping. I'm like, mommy, it's not no disrespect. I would definitely do. Because you see me, I've been here. It's not like I was hiding.
It's just that I wasn't welcome. Wasn't told to come to the crib. So that's when I stepped up and went and go talk to the pops, and tell him like, yo, I did what I did, and I'm gonna man up and take care of my youth.
That's the first time you meeting the moms and speaking to the moms?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. She checked you though.
She checked. Yo,
she checked you. Shout out to moms for checking.
Yeah, Laverne.
She checked you.
She checked me first. She's like, yo, how you get? You not. But mind you, Jody know my family. She been around, but I just never really. No, but I knew the brothers, but I never really met the. You get me? But
anyway, all the family.
Yeah.
So how was your kids? How was your son's grade in school?
Oh, going back to that now. By the time now, Cam started school at 3 years old.
Oh, smart.
He was going to Phil's Academy and down
Did he get good grades?
Yeah, of course he got good grades.
Straight A's or was it like?
Let me tell you, bro. From 3 years old, like I said, I used to call myself sophisticated. I used to tell Cameron, you a swag nerd. The swag nerd come from, you know how we was innocent kids. You think nerds is being
goofy,
corny, goofy. You know, I had to find a way to make him feel like school was cool.
It is. I do that to my son.
Whatever. So I call him swag nerd, and swag nerd is not being like you. You think swag nerd is about being confident.
Exactly.
So
knowing that you smart.
Yeah, like you smart. Not even about being smart. Like you smart, confident in yourself. Like you know what I mean. You got before you could love anybody could love you. You got to love yourself.
So that's a fact.
That's the type of stuff I used to tell my little nigga.
And look, Romeo is gonna be watching this.
He always watching. Shout out to TJ. TJ, you my guy. You my guy, boy.
When I be telling him, yo, I can't post your grades.
You gonna post him? You gonna post him now?
When we was in school, right?
You gonna post him now?
You gotta remember when I used to tell my son straight up. Like I said, you know what's the difference between us?
Everybody got fake genius kids, but
you gonna post my man TJ, bro? You gonna post his grades?
My son, I used to keep my son flea all day. I'm telling you, it's not even about the clothes for him. It was just that's how I carry myself. So I can't be that dad looking one way and my son not looking my way.
That's a fact.
You know how some niggas is looking one way, your kids look nah, dog. If you see me looking like this, my dog look like that. I didn't look at it. That's my son. That's my brother. That's big brother, little brother, father. I mean, best friends type vibes.
Yeah,
I have with my little nigga. You feel me?
As you should.
That's how I
respect that.
So at the same time, like I used to tell him, like, yo, bro, you can't be that kid looking all cool, getting all the, look at the cool kid, and you got the bad grades. Nah, that don't mix, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be like I said. That's where the sophisticated come. You gotta be the
swag nerd.
You gotta switch it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could be the cool kid and you could be the smart kid at the same time. Everybody gonna respect you now. They gonna be like, damn. You got all the Jordans. You got this, that, and you smart. Nah, I'm fucking with you, bro.
Yeah.
You a leader. You're not a follower, bro.
I'm with that. I push that on my son all day.
That's how I talk to my little. And I just talk. Like I said, I'm sorry. I might be too excited right now, but it's just like.
Get in your bag. What you talking about?
Like, I didn't want him to feel like. I mean, even though he was a kid, but I didn't want him in the streets, but I want him to understand the streets.
Of course.
Because at the end of the day,
that's everybody.
Our parents used to keep us wet beyond the ears, but we gonna learn it inside from our friends.
Yeah, you gotta know it.
So I'd rather him hear it from me than hear it from anybody else.
Facts.
Straight up, you gotta pick the kids' brains, bro. It's a reverse psychology type shit, like because you was there one time. Remember, we're first generation of out here. Back then, our parents didn't understand us. That's why when I wanted my parts or I wanted flat, my mom, vagabond.
Vagabond
means like you're a bad boy. Oh, that's drug shit. Oh, but they don't understand.
Did you have your ears pierced?
Of course. Come on.
Well, how old you? Yo,
I got my shit late, like high school, like. Like I said, I respect my mom because Haitian parents.
Not in the 90s.
I was like, because they thought everything was bad, but remember they coming from the island, they understand our time.
My mom was like that too, bro.
With my little man, I understand. I've been outside. I was outside. You can't come past me, bro. I know what time is it. So I feel like, yo, why am I hiding from you? Why am I not telling you what is? Say you hearing from your friends, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Facts.
But at the first time, it's a reverse psychology situation. What I mean, like I will pick his brain. Like, what do you like? Because you would think they don't know. They know more than what you think they know, bro.
They sure do.
They know
technology.
More than you think they know.
You know what I'm trying to show you. So that's how I moved with my little guys, bro. So like I said, with the swagger thing, I just wanted to be a leader. I didn't want to be a follower, and I wanted to be. Like I used to give him, like DJ Khaled, when he'd be like, "Yo, you the best." Okay. I used to give him shit like that, like, "Yo,
tell him this as well.
You extraordinary. You gotta hype him. I'm his hype man, bro. I'm like, you extraordinary. You the best, bro. Come on, bro. You fly." But at the end of the day, at the same time, you could be confident without being cocky, bro.
Yeah,
it's a difference. People look at you, "Oh, you too cocky." No. You gotta.
People don't understand.
They don't understand.
Though,
it's about character. Because self-esteem is a big thing, son.
It is.
That's the first. Because at the same time, people, you a guy or vice versa with a woman. The first thing they're looking at is your appearance or how you stand.
Mm-hmm.
If you with your head down all the time, looking all they're not gonna respect you. But when you walking like you with your head tall, regardless if you don't gotta feel like you better than everybody. You know you better than everybody, but you don't gotta act like you better than everybody.
Exactly.
That's how I used to tell them, like, yo, bro, that's how you gotta move. Walking, you're the experience. When you walk somewhere, people gonna feel your presence.
Gravitate. It's called shine. It's called that light.
Talk to me.
It's called that light.
That's that floor shit.
And these are things that nobody has said to you, or these are things that...
No, this is something that I came about. Like I said, growing up, I didn't have a father figure. This is why I just felt like what I went through and where I made my mistakes and stuff like that.
So was you like insecure growing up? Like,
Never.
Did you have any worries?
Never.
Or scares?
My mom. I just told you, my mom was one of them ladies that if you could tell, she was always witty, bro. My mom was the one that always clean, looking, and she always made me feel the same way. Like, she always felt like you never settle for less, bro.
I ain't gonna front. Like with my son, things that I don't want him to go through is stuff that I went through and I was scared. Like if I was scared in that situation, or if I felt vulnerable in that situation, I'm like, yo, bro, you don't want to go this route because you're gonna feel.
That's what I'm trying to show you. You gotta talk to the kids. You gotta give them experience.
Feeling,
you know what's funny? You would tell the kids, back then our parents would tell us, you can't do this. What we gonna do? We're gonna do it anyway because you didn't experience it. But you gotta give them life experiences. So I was talk about myself to my son. Like, this is what I went through. I had friends that passed away. I had friends, everybody turning crip or everybody turning blood. Why didn't he asked me why you didn't turn? I gave him a life experience. Like, why I didn't get into that experience?
You know what's crazy? Like before, I used to do that to my son a lot. I should be like, don't be such a softie.
Yeah.
Don't be this, don't be that. But you know what I realized? I realized it's okay to be there. That don't make you lesser for anything.
Yeah.
You could be vulnerable.
No,
you just have
you gotta be vulnerable,
strength and vulnerability, bro. So it's a difference. Like that's to me, that's just two different ways.
But I want the kids to be confident in themselves. Like you want to be like when you walking like, my name is such and such. You don't want the kid looking like, my son will walk into, he'll let you know what's up. He could be respectful. He see a lady, he'll know, give a hug. Like, I still gave him that morals that our parents gave us, but I just gave it in a little twist to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want him to be, you want to be calm because now when a bully come or somebody, they know. Like I told you, I went through a situation where I was younger. They used to talk about my haters. So now he's thinking, I'm like, nigga, if old dude come to you, tell him like, crack jokes on them. Don't be scared.
Yeah, but like I was saying with kids, like, you should show them that vulnerability is not just a weakness. It's also a strength. So I know you were showing Cam that, like, when bully comes around, there's different ways to deal with them. Yeah. You could deal with them as a quick reaction or just deal with them even
the funny thing
a smarter way.
The funny thing, he never had to deal. I mean, he had one or two situations, but Cam was the kid that was helping kids with other bullies. I didn't know that until, because I told him he got to be a leader. I was like, you can't be that leader. You can't be a leader if you're not, you know what I mean, showing the kids the proper way. You can't be a bum leader. You got to be a smart leader. Because when kids are getting grades, everybody in the class is like, what you got on your test? What you got on your test? I got 100. They go like, what? I had a situation with Cam after he passed. I'm skipping though, but
that's fine.
Cam passed away. After he passed away, a teacher came to me and she's like, I want to tell you a story about your son. I'm like, what happened? She's like, yeah, Cam one time. When Cam used to, he had his crew with his little friends. I have mad stories, but this one. But she was like, Cam, when his friends was doing bad in school, and he wasn't doing good in his grades, but Cam was his friends, whatever. All of a sudden, his grades picked up. So she's like, damn, that's crazy. So she asked him, so she went to him on the side, and she's like, what's the sudden change? Like, what made you pick up your grades? The kid told the teacher, like, Cam is one of the coolest kids. Everybody talk to her. You got the grade, you got this. And he got the grades. I had to do the same thing. I had to step my level up. So that's what I'm talking about. It's all about leveling it up. You know what I mean? Upping it over here.
We get a clap for that, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I got bad
set up a camera for that.
And the funny thing about you think your kids are never listening to you. Like, you could talk all day. You think, like, they're not listening. I learned so much more about my son after he passed. It's crazy, bro.
They watch you, man.
They watching,
all day.
I be telling Romeo stories. He be like, I heard that one already, Dad.
Yeah, you gotta keep who he is. That's the one thing about it.
Say it again.
Say it again. You know the funny thing, you don't remember when we was kids, you had OGs come to you. And they'll tell don't do this, don't do that. You like, man, chill, man. You OG. I had this. I've been that. I used to be, nigga. They used to be that. sometimes I catch myself being that used to be guy.
Really?
But yeah,
I like that
You know what I'm trying to
shit.
show you?
I like being
like you
used
telling
to
to the
be
young
nigga.
niggas like, yo, dog.
I used to do that.
I used to do that, but
Yeah.
I used to look at when I was that used to be young nigga. I'm like, man, chill.
Because 90%
But now
of the time
catch
I did it
myself-
better than y'all.
Yeah, but now I catch myself being that used to be guy. Like, yo, nigga, I used to but with my sons is different because I didn't care. You have to listen. Yes, I used to be this and I used to do this. I need you to understand this. But he has to listen. But other kids don't have to listen because it goes in one ear out the other. But this nigga was listening, bro. And I mean, I could tell you stories, bro.
So you talking about stories? Let's talk about how Cam was like 4 or 5 years old. How
4 or
did you
5
see
years
him?
old. The funny thing, 4 or 5 years old. Like I said, they had transitions. Like I said, when he first started, when 2 years old, it was all about the fucking cars. You know what I mean? Then for music, and I remember him reciting Rick Ross. I think I'm Big Meech.
That was his jam?
2 years at the time. You know what I'm saying? Then from there, he go into wrestling. You know how kids like wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm lying. Before that was Michael Jackson.
You gotta go to Michael Jackson.
You know,
Icon.
that was my thing because I had the feel. You know, everybody. Had
That's
the
an icon.
kids.
That's an icon.
And them times too. Cam had an iPad from like 2-3 years old, so he loved technology. So he been using the iPad, know how to type his stuff from young. You know what I'm saying? Around that time, and you know what I'm saying. So he went to private school, and then I took him to he went like a Fields Academy. Then he went to a charter school. Canarsie Fields or whatever. And from there, it was elevation, bro. Cameron was smart. Like I used to tell him, I never been an honor roll.
I pushed
Not
that
the
all
honor
day.
roll
I
kid?
never been an honor roll kid.
Romeo, you wildin', bro. Like,
So I used to challenge him. Yo, you remember you want to give the
that's
kids
all I'm
everything,
saying,
right?
bro. You're wildin', bro.
I feel
You
you.
want to
'cause I
give
do
the kids
understand
everything,
that.
but at the same time, yo, you remember the kids that was getting everything is the ones that when they got into their 20s and stuff, they wasn't about nothing. The ones that didn't have nothing as a young kid, or the one that used to, the nerds or the corny kid. Well, you know what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
They were the ones that when they got into their 20s, they elevated. They the one that's popping right now. But the ones that was popular and most of them is scum. I mean, not doing nothing with themselves because they didn't have that push.
It was the damn homie.
Yeah, you get me. One of
Fuck
those.
happened to
High
you?
school, you was
yes,
the
exactly.
man,
So I looked at it
homie.
like that, like, yo, I don't want my, you know what I mean, for myself, and I didn't want that for my little nigga. So I used to tell him, like, yo, bro, you gotta be cool with everybody, not just the cool kids. Even the corny, the
weird
nerds,
kids,
everybody.
yes.
Make everybody feel like they're special.
That they won. Yeah,
like they
facts.
won. You know what I'm saying? And he used to move like this. Like I said, I used to tell him that, not knowing that he was doing this. That's the funny thing about it, bro.
That's what's up. Shout out to
So
Cam.
I'm telling
I
him
love
this
that.
stuff, you know, because I just want him to be like, you know what I mean? You never know, because by the time you're in your 20s, the one that was the corny kid who was getting money, he could put you on to somebody else.
Yep.
But you was making fun of him like that. You was joking on him, or you was
Fact.
thinking like, nah, dog. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to make jokes, but respect the little dudes, man. Make everybody feel like they. So yo, it's funny, son. You never hear a kid say, Cam was my best. I had so many kids say he's my best friend. You know how much that make me feel, man.
Yeah, that's a proud feeling, bro.
You know, kids that you're like, yo, that's my best friend. Like, that was my best. Like, yo, dog, I don't even. But at the end, I got respect it because he made them feel like
Wanted and everything.
wanted. You know what I'm trying to show you, cuz?
Hell yeah.
So
I feel that all day, bro.
Clap up for my man. Clap up for Cam, man. Let me get
Cam, shout out for Cam, bro.
But like I said, anyway, my bad. I'm tearing right now.
Nah, that's
but
a fact,
My whole
bro.
point was like I used to challenge him. Like I didn't want to just make him feel like you could have it. You could have everything you want. I'm gonna give it to you, but you gotta work for the type. You know what I mean? So I used to tell him like, Daddy never made honor roll. You gotta level up, bro. You gotta be honor roll.
Gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? I got my degree in book guys, so you have to get your masters now. Like, you know, you gotta.
Yeah.
I never made him feel like he was less than what he was, bro.
That's what's up.
So now when he go around other kids, the other kids felt like they. You know, feel me?
What I know about Cam, man, everybody really appreciate him, and he was a well kid, bro.
Yeah. The
From
thing
what I
about
know
it,
about
yeah, like I said, it's not like I didn't keep him. Like I said, I didn't keep him. I don't know, man. Like I said, he was around everybody. He knew the times, man. I don't know how to explain.
How old was he when he passed?
11 years old.
11.
He was a special
Yo,
kid,
you think
though.
an
My man
11-year-old kid touched so much people, son?
He did. I watched.
That's crazy.
Teachers,
especially-
y'all had teachers telling like, yo, your kid, yo, call me to this day. Like, yo, I just still gotta call you and tell you about your son, bro.
Especially social media. I watched it.
11 years old when he did all that movie because I told him it was about experience. Like he wasn't a bragger. He was around. I moved from Brooklyn to Jersey, so he moved to Jersey. You know, Brooklyn. We everybody's in Jordans. Everybody's in
Brooklyn.
Everybody's looking well kept. In Jersey, they not thinking about clothes.
They Jersey, man.
Shout
out to Jersey.
No disrespect to Jersey. Love Jersey.
Shout out
I
to
love where I'm
Jersey,
at right now. But I'm just
yo,
telling you,
yo.
outside of New York is a hype. when you in New York, everything is glamour. So all your kids, everybody's doing the same thing. But when he went to Jersey, he was the only one that was more expressed. But he never made him feel better than nobody. You ask all the little kids, bro.
Yeah.
To the point that I used to tell him, like, yo, you know, when we was kids, like telling kids, yo, you got to keep your sneakers clean, bro. You can't be looking at. I used to tell him, you got to clean them up. Get this toothpaste. You know this. You know them times, dog.
Sure do.
You know, you got to teach the kids. The kids don't know about. They just throw their sneakers. They got 10 sneakers. I didn't care if he had 20 sneakers, bro. You gonna clean them, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta understand where I came from. Put in the sneaker box, bro.
Clean. Keep them
get
fresh.
me? So at the same time, I used to tell him all that stuff. You know what he used to tell his friends, bro? One time, I didn't even know this. His boy told the homie, that's his dog. He's like, yo, you can't be out here with the dirty sneakers. Because I used to tell him, what's the first thing a girl... Let me ask you a question. What's the first thing a female look at? The female said, what's the first thing y'all look at when y'all look at a guy? Their feet. That was my boss. I was like, yo, the first thing people look at is your feet, bro. You can't have dog. Your shoes can't be looking all wrinkled. You can't have this. I used to try to explain that from young.
Facts.
Get me? So I tell her, like, you know, but anyway, what I'm trying to say, like, so what I taught him, he went and told his little man, he took his sneaker cleaner, what I made him do, and gave it to his little man to do that because he trying to show him, like, yo, level up, nigga. You with me.
Facts.
This how we doing
you can't be looking like that when I'm looking like this. Shout out to Cam.
He never felt like he was better than nobody. He just went and made it leveled up, bro.
It's a fact.
So this is true stories, bro.
That's the importance of just a father being there.
Come on, man. Yo, it's very important, bro.
That's the role that fathers play.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm sorry. I mean, another thing, I remember I told you about sports, what kept me out of trouble. Mm-hmm. Right? I didn't realize until I was in my 20s, like, how much that shit helped me. I had to go back to my coach, Carlton Screen, FYI, and tell him and thank him, like, yo, coach, because of you kept me. You made me go to school, because if it wasn't for ball, even though I knew I wasn't nice, like I said, I wasn't nice, but I went to school. It kept me in school because I had to keep my grades up. It made me want to go to college. That motivated, made me see more.
That's what's up.
You get me?
Hell yeah.
So at my time now, like I said, I had 2 little brothers. I messed up with my first brother because I didn't run with him too much. My little brother, I made sure he had to play a sport because I didn't want him in the street.
Yes.
Even though he was with the times, but the street, I remember the sports keep you out of trouble. I keep telling parents, you got to keep your kids. You know how the kids are all right now, all video games. Nah, bro, you got to keep them motivated. Because you know, by the time they get to a certain age, all they got to know is friends. They're not going to know nothing better. Sports gives you challenges. Activities.
Yeah, I agree.
You get me? So that saved me. So I wanted to put my son in sports.
I
play ball. Basketball,
what
right?
sports they can play?
I was about to tell you, I played basketball. So I wanted him to play basketball too. But remember, I have my little brother. He played football, you know, so Cam used to go to all the games, you know what I'm saying? So he grew up in the football thing.
So he's a football player.
So he a football player. So I told him, you gotta pick a sport. I said, yo, he picked basketball for football. I wanted him to play basketball. I put him in basketball and everything. He didn't want. He's like, I want football.
That's what's up, though.
And he played football. And mind you, he only got 1 year in of it by the time he passed.
Cam is a clean, man. When I see,
be doing all the sports. Pick a sport, bro.
Yeah, like
I see Cam,
you gotta force them sometime too, bro. But like you would think they don't want it at the first time. Like, you know, you gotta, you know, kids are like, I don't want to do that because they all in the video games.
Yeah.
You gotta throw them in the activity. I don't care because after a while they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
But you know, he loved it. But I'm just trying to say for kids that don't love activity to do that.
So you said he passed at 11, right?
Yeah.
And so when did you first find out that he had like allergic allergies to anything?
That's a good question. So that's a good question. So like, you know, Cam was you would. That even though my son was still a healthy kid, you would never think nothing happened to him. But we found out that he had allergies. I think when he was like 4 years old, he was in school. They gave him some fish or something like that.
Okay.
And
tater tots.
Yeah.
The fish sticks.
The fish sticks type shit.
Yeah.
That's how we found out. That's how we first found out.
It's the seafood.
Yeah, seafood. So that's when we first found out. 4 years old. So from that time, they took you to take, you know, the testing. You know, the school called us like, oh, you had an allergic reaction. Took him to the hospital.
So what was it, like minor or was it like?
It was minor.
Okay.
But you know, they had to still do testing on them. Down though they do that back test when they put those dots on your back, like allergy tests.
Yeah, the allergy test. When they put
all the stuff to see what you allergic. Yeah,
what you allergic to.
Yeah, so now they was like he was allergic to fish. They was they allergic to like fish and probably nothing crazy. There was fish or whatever. Maybe lima beans or something like that. Okay. But from that time, we knew that, you know.
He was like what, 8? You said 8?
No, we found out he was 4 years old when he died.
4 years old. All
right. So from 4 to whatever, you know, they gave you
they gave you the asthma pump. You know what I mean? Because he started getting asthma.
Oh, so he was diagnosed with asthma at the same time.
Yeah.
All right.
Asthma. Because when they found out all that stuff, they said that he had asthma, and because he had the shortness of breathing.
Do you have asthma?
No, I never had none of that stuff.
Does his mom have
No,
asthma?
she don't even have that either. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, he had asthma.
Okay.
And
So,
his great grandparents have asthma.
No, but yeah, that's crazy. My grandmother got asthma, but we're not thinking nothing. Even though we're not thinking nothing, bro.
I know. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. But anyway, he had asthma at 4 years old. So from them, you got to carry the inhaler, and they say he had allergic reaction to fish because we took the allergy test. So they would give us the EpiPen. So we have it everywhere you go. Remember, I still lived in Brooklyn at the time too. I didn't move to Jersey until Cameron was 8 years old.
So how did that call go? I just want to know, how did that go? Like,
oh, I was at work.
Okay.
And so forth, and then the school called and said, "Yo, your son had allergic reaction."
And was you thought it was something light, or was you just like?
I mean, it was like he had allergic reaction. So I'm still. I mean, not thinking nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His mom really pressed more, as a female, but I didn't think nothing crazy. You know what I mean? And then we found out that's what it was. But at that, like I said, at that time, everything was good. It was nothing. Like, you know what I mean? We knew that he was allergic to fish, so nobody would cook fish around the house, really, you know what I mean? Or he knew, we'll teach him, like, to go around people. Like, if he were with family, he would ask before Cameron was the most pickiest eater. Okay. My boy was the most pickiest. I'm his father, and I would tell him, yo, eat this, it's cool to eat it. He like, nah, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew, God, we taught him so well to know how to, you don't just pick up and eat people food type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you have allergic reaction.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm ignorant to the fact of how serious
allergies are.
Allergies.
No, but everybody is, though. You're not funny. Everybody is, though.
Romeo has allergies, and I don't even take it as serious as you should.
I do.
And I'm gonna hold you
too.
That's how I was too. But I mean, we had it under order. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like from 4 to like he was 8. Remember, I put my son in sports too to keep him active. So he can open his lungs up. Because they tell you to keep him.
That the asthma is affecting him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because my son was the same way though. Like my son has asthma. He had bronchitis.
Yeah,
he's allergic to everything.
Everything.
So I also had him play sports to kind of open up his lungs, but also understand that. Hey, listen, while you at your sport, I need your Butyl. I need the pump.
Yeah, everything with him. Always with him. Yeah,
because anything can happen.
But the funny thing about it, from that time he had that allergic reaction. That was that one time until he passed. I never had an allergic reaction. He had the asthma.
That's crazy.
Until from 4 years old to 11, he never had no
allergic reaction.
This is what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to get to. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So all that time he had asthma though. Yeah, he had asthma, but he played sports. He chilled. He was like every other kid, running up and down. No problems.
Mm-hmm. Still being a good influence to every kid.
Doing what he's doing, and then tragically, I'm gonna tell you how it went down. I'm skipping a whole bunch of shit, but I'll go into how it went down. I mean, prior to he passing, me and his mom wasn't on the
best terms.
On best terms, whatever. So I had to. Yeah, we moved to Jersey. I lived in Brooklyn. I'm skipping a whole bunch of shit though.
It's fine. Yeah.
2016, I had a little situation. Like I had a career. Like I told you, I was working in banking. I had my degree, all that shit. And then like I told you, I was always left foot in, left foot out. That left foot out shit caught up to me one time.
Okay.
Mind you, I was at my highest point. I wasn't just a job. I had a career, nigga.
So what occurred?
I got caught up.
That's after the kid.
This is way. Like I tell you, I'm skipping a whole bunch of shit. This is like I'm speeding it up to later on. I don't know.
No, we could go back to. All right. So now, let me see. So now you have your kid. He's like, what was that? 2 or 3 years old? 4 years old?
5,
4.
6.
Your first,
6.
You got the phone call. He gets his first allergic reaction at 4.
Yeah.
And you just walked us through that.
Yeah.
They called you. You didn't think it was that serious. It was a little walkthrough, right? They gave you the proper.
Procedures. So from, like I said, from 4 to 8, we always had our, you know what I mean? If he go anywhere, he always had his EpiPen and pump, you know what I mean? But it was his EpiPen was never used.
But okay, so you was still working in the banking at this whole time?
Yeah. I worked, I was still working
in banking. And Cam was still in activities like football and everything.
I know, this time, Cam didn't start football until he was 10 years old. Like,
so that's like 4th grade.
He started
third grade.
Fifth grade he started playing. He was playing basketball like 3rd, second grade.
All right.
And then like, I got him basketball right before he passed, like his senior in 5th grade. But we going back to 6th grade. He was just a little kid, just running around doing whatever.
So now we're gonna get to what you was into. Now,
Yeah.
now like you said, something happened. Like around what time?
I mean, like I said, even though I was working 9 to 5 and all that, I still was a hot boy type shit. You know what I mean? I still
dabbing.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what I mean? Thinking that I was doing the right thing, not doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I wasn't in just I'm leveled up, bro.
Okay.
Like, I'm not in no job. I'm in a career, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in that mix, like I said, thinking I could double. You know what I mean? You know, like in a movie, like One Last Time.
Dip and dab.
You know that One Last Time? You go, one last.
Yeah, we saw Carlito's Way.
Yeah, you know, One Last Time.
Yeah.
One Last Time, man. One Last Time became a fucking tragedy, bro.
And how they camp?
So at the same time, you see, like I was like, even though I tell Cameron real and all that about me, I would never tell him that I was like he know about situations, but not about me. Like I'm a superhero, so I couldn't tell my son that daddy got
jammed up.
Okay.
Are you dumb?
Yeah.
But my son's, like I said, I taught him so much. He's not stupid enough. He knew. I mean, he had an idea, but
he knew.
Of course.
Trust me, he knew.
I'm not. Of course, he knew.
He knew.
But my family, my people's are keeping it. This is right before he's passed. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I passed a whole bunch of things. I'm going to his past now. This is when I'm. You know what I mean?
When you got jammed up.
When I got jammed. No, so this.
My pops had a whole bunch of porn VHS under the bed. He thought I didn't know, but I knew.
You know,
I know.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, remember I said,
I knew it was
you
that.
think your kids don't know, but they know everything. So that's why
I knew the code
It's best
and all
for
of
them to
that.
hear from you than
It is.
Then because you think they don't know, but they know.
Yeah, he had it in a little suitcase with the code and all that. 000.
It's
Got
like,
it.
You know.
What he thought was going on?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So right before that, I was loved, man. Like I told you, I leveled up. Like I climbed the ladder and all that stuff, and then that shit backfired, bro. Then I just told myself that I can't stay in Brooklyn, man. I gotta find a way to get the fuck out of here.
So when you moved out of Brooklyn, you had, but you got fired from your job. What happened? Let's what happened to your job, bro?
Man,
what happened to you at the bank? Did you get fired or?
Nah, I didn't get fired.
Did you quit?
I had to quit.
He had to leave.
Okay, you had okay.
Nah,
he had to leave. He had to do escape route. So you moved to Jersey and you end up telling Cam what occurred, or you just
no?
left it
I
under
just
the-
kept it
fake funky.
fake funky. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
gotcha.
remember I told you how my mom moved me to Canarsie and I wanted to that feeling.
Yeah,
I wanted to give my son that feeling, take him out the hood and put him somewhere else. Like, you ever watch Saved by the Bell?
Hell yeah.
You know, well, we from Brooklyn, so
Saks,
I mean,
Screech.
Lincoln had lockers in their hallways.
We
Yeah,
sure
had
did.
lockers in your hallways.
You sure did.
But Lafayette didn't have no lockers, or the mother.
Lincoln didn't have no lockers in the hallway.
For
Fine
me,
ass.
the only way I see lockers in the hallway was on Saved by the Bell, bro.
Yeah.
we had lockers in the locker room and
Yeah,
some
I
classes.
know
in
that.
your classroom.
I know
that was
that.
retarded.
I didn't have that. So growing up for me, it was only in Saved by the Bell. So for me to have my son leveled up and have that stuff, I felt better. Like I took him out of one environment to put him in a better environment.
Yeah.
Same how I felt like my mom did for me.
All right.
From growing from Flatbush into Canarsie when I first moved.
Okay.
You know, feel me? So at the same time, even though I fucked up and I lost my situation, I was like, yo, I gotta still do A1 for my son.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep moving from what I was doing, and that's how I did it. And then moved to Jersey, try to give him a better.
So he went to school. So he went to Jersey. He moved. He
He went to
school,
Jersey by the
everything
time he was in 8th grade. I mean 4th grade. Sorry.
Okay.
He started Jersey in 4th grade.
8 years old.
8 years old. Yeah. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. But going back to you was asking me about the situation about the alert reaction from 4 to 8 years old. Never had no scares, no problem. You know what I'm saying. Only thing, you have his asthma during the winter time, but it was calm, regular shit. To the point that when the doctors go to doctors, they're like, yo, you don't even need the nebulizer no more.
Really? He ain't in nebulizer at all?
They was telling like, yo, but my mom is a nurse, so she was telling like, I don't
you always need that.
still have it. So we were having each household having it in my mom crib, his grandma crib, and our crib.
And
You got me?
Did you have the butyrol?
The butyrol
drops?
and all that. Exactly. But the doctor already done said like, yo, he don't need this no more. But my mom's like a nurse, so
You always keep it.
so
just
she
in
always
case.
said you have to have it anyway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the older he got, the less, they were saying he was getting like more
accustomed to it.
not even accustomed, but he was
Immune,
just getting
I
better.
guess.
He didn't
Yeah.
need the stuff no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I could put him in sports to keep him active. So by the time he turned 8 years old, like only time I would take outside the EpiPen is when he'll go on vacation or he'll go far distance. But for me to go from Brooklyn to Jersey, I'm not carrying the EpiPen because I tell you,
Cam was the most picky. I could be eating fish, and I would go. He eating something else, and I go pick his food. He like, yo, why you touching my food? That's how alert he was. I'm the pops, my nigga.
Okay.
And he'll tell me like, yo, why you touching my food? That's, you know what I mean?
But he guarded him.
Yeah, he basically he guarded himself, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm his pop. He guarded himself, bro. Because I mean, sometimes, you know what I mean, whatever. But anyway, so we had never had no issues. No, it's like it was never no problem. I'm telling you, Cam, there would be months that Cam don't even touch his inhaler.
Okay, so you was featured on Dr. Oz, right?
Yeah.
Was it Dr. Phil?
No, Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz?
Yeah.
All right, what was that experience like? What was that?
I mean, we skip a whole bunch, but that's like after the fact. So, damn, I can't even know how to tell you how to go back to that, because prior to that, son, it was like I couldn't believe it. Nigga, what are you talking about? Why am I doing here? My son's not here. Are you dumb?
Okay.
I lost my son. Are you serious?
That's how you felt?
Of course. Like,
What made you go up there, though?
that's the thing. You know what made me go up there? Really? Because even before that, when my son passed away, newspapers. I mean, my shit went worldwide, bro.
Yeah, I read
let me
about
tell you
it.
something, yo. I used to tell Cam, yo, you extraordinary, bro. You gonna be somebody in life. This is stuff I used to tell him, bro. Not thinking this is the way it was gonna end for him to be known everywhere, bro.
That's crazy.
That's a fact.
No, I really used to tell him, like, yo, bro, you gonna be somebody. You go, yo, you pop, yo, stop playing. And for him to get worldwide, yo, people was calling me left and right when my son passed.
No,
Left and right. Want this interview that way. I couldn't do it. Like, this is my first time. This is real shit. Even though I did the doctor, this is my real first interview, bro. Because people been calling me, asking me, I can't do it, so I couldn't talk about it. Because people think it's easier than what it is for me, bro. I still don't believe I'm going through this, bro.
I seen the mural, though. The mural.
Talk about it.
The mural's awesome.
Wait, I'm skipping so much. I want to talk about my boy, bro.
I was gonna ask.
Nah, I'm gonna let you talk.
I want to talk about my boy, bro. We skip a whole bunch of shit before you even was here, bro. What talking about? I'm sorry.
You was at 8 years old.
Huh?
You was talking about when he was 8.
Oh yeah, so like he was 8, got to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? A different setting, like I said.
Yeah.
Uplifting for my boy, bro.
You brought him to a new light.
New life, man. Different, yo. Like he was, you know, but he brought his Brooklyn swag out there.
Always. You gotta
That's
keep
different. I used to tell like, yo, you a Brooklyn dude, bro. When you go out there, you gotta let him know where you from. Yeah, I always made him feel like he was, but he never was. Like I said, it's a difference between being confident and being conceited. He was never conceited.
Correct.
He was confident though. He know he was a shit, but he would never tell you. Get me?
I had to understand that.
You have to just feel him. Like, yo, his experience, you felt him, bro. So when he went to Jersey, it's funny because Jersey, like you know the funny thing about it? Coming from the inner city and going into like the burbs.
The suburbs, yeah.
It's different, bro. Like you can see how like the education, the how much value they put into their kids, or like the funding. Two different things, bro.
Yeah, state taxes.
So when I went out there and what Cam did, they had something called like, yo, father and son. I mean, not father. Like, kids come have dinner, come have lunch with your kid. This is a true story. Come have lunch with your kids. First year in school, not even the first year. Couple months, bro. Couple months. So I went to the school, you know, as a father. I didn't have that, you know, when the parent come to your school.
Okay.
Or you know, when you go on a school trip. I used to go on my son's school trips. I'm telling you, I skipped mad stuff. I used to go on my son's school trips. I never had that. You had that?
Yeah. No. My
Your mom
pops.
used to come to your school trips?
I went
Listen,
to my
man.
son's school trip.
Yeah,
my mom's and my
Your moms
pops.
never
They
do, yeah, they
came
was
to
doing
my
all that
trip.
stuff.
right?
You know.
No, but I did that for my
When
kid.
I used to go to my son's school trips, I used to make it feel like, yo, it was an event. Make my son look like he, you know what I mean? So the funny thing, yo, when you have a kid, your kid would think like you're an old man. Because my son called me old man, but he thought like you're not cool. But your friends were like, yo, your pops is popping. You know.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be that. To make him feel that,
yeah,
you know
they
what I'm
know
saying?
what it
But I'm skipping. But anyway, by the time the school was having like a parent have lunch with your school, your student. So I kind of, Cameron told me a certain time to pull up, and I got there a little early. Mind you, I'm in Jersey. They don't know me. I'm like, my son probably in the school for like 2-3 months. So I pull up and I go into the lunchroom, and I guess I told my son name. They was like, your son's lunchroom is the next period. And I'm like, damn. I said, I'll still wait. So she's like, sit down. She's like, who is? So this is the principal of the school, bro. The principal at the school. She's like, who's your son? I'm like, Cameron Jean-Pierre. And she's like, I'm not sure who that is, whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm just sitting there waiting. Next period come, Cameron pulls up.
Yo, mind you, it's the parents with all their kids, whatever, in the school. So mind you, I'm not in the urban area.
Correct.
So you can picture what I'm talking about.
I sure
in an
could.
area. I'm black with my son, and these are all type of. I don't want to say. I don't know how to say it disrespectfully, so I'm just gonna say all different type of different.
Race. Yeah. Different type
We
of race.
the minority. You know what I mean?
Minorities. I got you.
Get me. See, get the vision.
We understand what's
In
going
front of
on.
in the lunchroom with all the things. It's a principal. This not no teacher. A principal.
Okay.
So remember, she told me the first period. She's like, "Yo, I don't even know who your son is, but okay." When my son sat next to me, she's like, "Yo, that's your son? Oh my God! All these kids look up to him. He's like the guru." And mind you, all these parents is looking at it. They talking about your son is so smart. They just look. I'm like, wow, bro. Do you know how that make me feel?
Hell yeah. That's a
Proud.
great
Mind you,
feeling,
come
man.
on, my bro. You know how that made me feel?
It's a great feeling,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? He's not
I
one
could
of them.
imagine.
It's different, bro. It wasn't like women in the hood, like just all kinds, bro.
And our kind.
And for me to say, I can tell you a story because I lived in a complex in Jersey. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the I'm talking too much, but one of the parents, you know how the kids, they see you, but they're not. They see you different. So you know what I mean. So she didn't understand. You know what I mean. My son would talk to her son, but not keep away with it. But that mom was there that day when the teacher said that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think the next day I'm coming from work, the pops pull up on me. He's like, yo.
I hear your kid is.
No,
awesome.
he was like, not even say. He's like, yo, your son could come play video games and with my son. Why he said that? Because when the teacher said that, he's like, yo, that's a black kid. That little kid is the
Brilliant.
principal, bro.
Uh-huh.
That, you know how that made me feel?
Hell yeah, I could imagine, bro.
He's like, yo, all these kids look up to you. I'm like, yo, what? No, you the little nigga, you popping.
That's
If you look on my Instagram, that same picture that I have on my post, that was that day. So that's why I have that day, because I never forget that day. Like, she made me feel like.
You should have, man.
Just to hear that, like, yo.
That's a great feeling, bro.
That's a super feeling, bro.
I know.
But Cam wasn't, I mean, like, it was, to me, like, the reason I did so much for my boys, like, all the stuff that I missed out on, bro, I didn't have that feeling.
Your father never did.
I didn't have a father. It was like my father passed away.
I know.
So I didn't have no father figure, so I had to learn on the loop. Even though I had my stepfather, like I said, but I learned on the loop. I learned from as I went. So everything I learned, I just wanted him to be like. I used to tell Cam, like, yo, if somebody tell you, people's like, oh, you just like your pops. You like, Cam will tell you, I'm better than my pops. That's what I want. I want you. Like, you want to be better than me, bro.
How you feel fatherhood is important?
I was very the thing about it, I don't understand how some dudes like don't take care of the kids, son. When you look at it, like, that's me.
That's a fact.
You know how I feel right now? I'm a man that don't got no you right now. I feel like a whatless nigga, son. People tell me don't feel that way. But
I'm about to say the
Cause I'm
same
like,
thing.
yo, nigga, you know how you have you for 11 years over there with you, Chuck. That's my dog. Yo, my drive to Brooklyn. It was me and my dog. You know, kids, you getting older. Like, you are getting older. He was putting me on to music, bro. He telling me what times. So the thing about the music, I used to tell him, like, yo, you can't just listen to music. You gotta understand. You have to know our times. So I have to put them on, dissect it. What are you listening to? What is it telling you? What's the message? Even if it's not giving you a message, but are you listening to it? You know what I'm trying to show you? So this nigga was listening to Tupac. He was listening to Big. I made him listen to, even though he was listening to his music, I made him listen to my music too, to understand where the genre. You know how they be like, yo, these kids don't understand
The origin.
the origin. You gotta understand
Yeah.
where it comes from, where you come from.
True.
You get me?
Yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I just like, I don't know.
Now I understand you. I shared a lot of those moments with my son. You know.
Me too, all the time. My son has an old soul, so my son
That's how
listens
he
to
had an old soul.
all the old school.
Old school, you got
that I
put
put. My brother put him on. I put him on.
My
because
brother, my
these
two
are
other
things we
brothers
grew
too.
up on.
But to the point that, like I said, when I'm driving now, he's playing his music now. He got his own time. You know what I'm saying? But I let him ride. But I miss that, bro. I don't have that my sidekick with me. That was my dog, bro. That wasn't just my son. That was my
best friend, man. I couldn't.
best friend. Yo, that best friend means something, bro. It's not even about just being best friends. You can't tell me he's your best friend. He can't talk to you like he's talking to his friend.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like my son was respectful. You know they'll come out of his face sometimes. But I mean, I told him, he talked to me like he's talking to his friend. You know, I let him curse. I let him listen to music. I let him, but not in front of his mom. But that's just me. That's our vibe.
Yeah.
But you know, when you come around people, respect that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that in front of me. But that's me. But I want him to feel that way that he can tell me anything. Like, you don't gotta hide from me, even if it's a bad thing. I used to have a thing like, yo, bro, just tell, if something's wrong, I'd rather you tell me real. Because if you let me know first,
it's gonna be a wrap for you. But if you tell me you man up, you took your thing, man up, eat it up, eat it,
eat that.
You was big enough to do what you did, right? You
take the consequences.
Take your consequences. Like I said, I didn't sugarcoat. He's 11 years. This is before 11, bro. The funny thing about my family used to be so mad at me, son, because they used to be like, "Yo, you so hard on him." Like he was older, but I be forgetting at his age, because I'm thinking he's older.
They say that to me all the time. Sometimes
you so hard on him. You think I'm just the coolest guy, but I was hard on my bro, because I want him. I knew where I went to. I want him to be better than me. I made my mistakes, bro, and I didn't want him to go through those mistakes.
That's why you put him through those tasks.
You know, I used to tell him too. Even though I used to be mad at him, after that, I would talk to him like, "Yo, bro." I used to call myself Poppy because I didn't have a dad. So, you know, Haitian, I never had a chance to call nobody Poppy. Daddy.
Yo,
so I call myself Poppy.
Shout out to Poppy.
I call myself Poppy. That was my little nickname for myself, Poppy. You know what I'm saying? He would be mad if I call somebody else. Like, yo, why you calling somebody else Poppy, dog? That's my name, niggas. Stop playing.
Yo, that happened with my daughter.
That's a fact. You know what I'm trying to show you?
That happened with my daughter. She dead pressed me too.
Yeah, but like I used to have really one-to-ones with my boys, son. Like, and I missed that. The older he got, you could see by the time before he passed, like you could see he was coming into himself. Like he was becoming a young man, son. Mm-hmm. And I'm missing out on all that right now. I feel like I'm cheated of that. Damn. That's how I feel right now. Cheated.
Word. Nah, I was saying I feel cheated, but you know they say you can't question God.
Can't, man.
Can't question it, but damn, bro. You be thinking like, yo, why it have to be me?
True.
Oh, one lick of you take from me, bro. Me? Like I was trying to do all the right things. That's the funny thing. So that's how, I mean, this is deeper. You know what I mean? Like, why me? Like, I mean, no disrespect, but you got dudes out here not doing what they fucking supposed to do.
For real.
And you got a man that's willing and doing everything. I just try to, why me? But, you know, it took me time to think about that, bro.
It's God's plan, man. You can't
Pretty much.
God's
It took me a lot of time to think about it. You see how you said God's plan? It's funny because right before Camp passed, like I said, he liked music. And I told you to listen to music.
Drake.
Right? So December, he passed January 1st. So the whole month of December, November, this nigga, the last song he was like listening to heavy was Kodak Black Testimony. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, bro. Mind you, listen to kids, they was into all that mumbo, they was into that gumbo, all that dumb other, you know,
6ix9ine bullshit.
The 6ix9ine and all that other stuff. The, you know, the
mumble raps.
The mumble raps and the other stuff, bro. The shot rack, all the drill shit.
Drill.
So all of a sudden he's listening to fucking Testimony. This is like right before he passed, like a month before. Like you know when they tell you like signs. That was like signs, bro. Because even before that, I could tell you that on his 11th birthday, you know, I always post post my son and I put pictures and talk about my boy. For some reason that day, I don't know. I guess I was in my feelings or whatever. I was mad deep. I don't remember what I wrote right now, but like I wrote some deep shit. You're not thinking nothing. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, that would be the last picture I ever took of my son.
That's crazy.
On his 11th birthday.
Wow.
Right? But to go with that, on his 11th birthday, this guy asked me, before that, like I said, my son was, like, you know, he was on his shit. This came to me like 2 weeks before his birthday. He was like, yo, daddy, I want to wear a crown for my birthday.
I seen that picture.
Yeah, I'm like, you want to wear a crown for your birthday? Man, bro, you're not going to wear a crown. I'm really like sugaring him up. Like, you're not going to wear a crown for your birthday. He's like, nah, for real, I want to wear a crown for my birthday.
He's a king.
So I'm like, what you going to do with it? Like, I'm going to wear that all day in school. What you talking about? So, like I said, remember he was coming into himself?
Yeah.
So remember, I would shop for him and get his clothes. Me, if it was up to me, I would get some high-end shit. Mm-hmm. This nigga said, I just want some Nike sweatsuits.
Yeah, for his birthday. Nike Techs.
Like, he didn't look, that's what they were into. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's what you want to wear for your birthday? Okay, that's what you want. You on your timing. That's what you got me yourself. Mind you, I was about to do whatever, but you want to wear that? Okay. Nike Tech. But I want a crown. Not thinking that he was on some jokey thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, right before, the day before his birthday. Remember, I live in Jersey, so I came to Brooklyn. We still get our haircuts in Brooklyn and all that. Mm-hmm. So, we came to Brooklyn. I went to go pick my mom from work. And then we passed a fucking a party city. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yo, daddy, yo, what's good with my crown? So I'm like, yo, this nigga really serious? Like, he was, that was 2 weeks ago we talked about it. And then right the day before his birthday, we came to Brooklyn to get his haircut. Mm-hmm. We came to get his outfit, whatever. So he's like, yo, I need my crown. I'm like, you really serious? Fuck it, let's go get it. So he went and got the crown. When he got the crown, whatever, his birthday the next day. At the time, like I said, I moved to Jersey with my, his mom and Cam. But we fell off a little bit, and I kind of I moved out. But at the same time, I stayed in Jersey because everything was about my son.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never want to be apart away from that boy, bro.
For real. I know how that's
It's a true story, bro. Like, I really, like, I didn't care if I had to be right next to that guy. Like, I didn't care. To the point, like, after I moved, I stepped up. I mean, I moved out or whatever to those couple of months before he passed. This guy, like, I would call him down. But, at them time, this kids is in their phones. They playing video games with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yo, damn, bro, why you always calling me down, bro? It's like, chill. Like, like, I told you, I didn't have no father and son. We talking, like, he talking to my dog. Like, damn, bro, why you keep calling me down, old man? It's like, yo, chill. I'm here talking to my dogs. I'm telling, that's how we talking, real shit. So, like I said, so on his birthday now, that morning, I mean, I took him for the Sunday. His birthday was on Monday, I believe, or something like that. So the next morning, I had to tell him, like, yo, take some pictures with your friends, bro. I want you to take pictures, I know the importance of taking the pictures. So I take some videos and pictures of your friends. So he was like, all right, cool. I called him that morning. And I told you, I made a post and I wrote some deep shit. I don't know why I was thinking so deep. Anyway, small story short. When he came from school, I was like, yo, you took the pictures? He's like, nah, I ain't take no pictures in school. I'm like, did I tell you to? Not mad, because I'm like, did I tell you to take pictures? Did I tell you to take whatever with your friends? He's like, I didn't have to do that. Everybody was on my body. This is true story.
I know that. That's that confident talk, man. That's that confident talk.
I didn't have to do. Everybody was on my body. I didn't have to do that. I'm just like, whatever, nigga. Like, stop playing. Tell your friends, yo, get the pictures from your friends, because I want it for myself. Yeah. Because I want to post it on my Instagram. So I'm like, yo, get the pictures from your friend. Crazy thing, like I said, I was going through a situation. Feel me? This is all the way. I'm talking about. This is lining up to my son passing. So I was going through my little situation. After his birthday, I took him to. I was supposed to take him and his dogs in Jersey to like the golf stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
The miniature golf.
The miniature golf. But crazy thing, like I said, because of my previous situation, the next day I had to go to
court
probation.
Gotcha.
Come to find out, they held me at probation. Nobody knows. I'm telling you, this is
so they remanded you.
Yeah, because they said they had some warrant. Dumb shit.
Oh, okay.
But even my son don't know what's going on. But this is the next day after his birthday, and I was supposed to take his friends and him
miniature golf
for the weekend. Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm talking too much, man. But anyway, fuck it, because I want you to know where, But anyway, so this is couple months. This is after his birthday, his last birthday. The next day, I locked up. I end up spending some
time in jail,
sitting for no reason.
How many days?
10 days.
10 days.
So you and the moms is together at this time?
No, he said he's not.
So how did you and the moms and him
end up communicating with Cam?
Yeah, what kind
within the 10 days
agreement did y'all come up with?
I mean, even prior to that, I mean, even like before I moved to Jersey and everything, I never had that agreement stuff. Like, you know how people would be like, you have the kids this day, you have the kids that day. I never had that. Thank you, Jody, for that. Like, I never had that problem. Yo, if I wanted my son, I get my son.
Shout out to her for not putting you on child support.
I never put me on child support. You know what, I could never say
shout
I did it all
Jody,
by myself.
Man. Shout out to Jody.
Of course, there's be times that, a dog didn't have it. And for a real girl, some girls, they will probably go
extra.
Bum ass nigga.
Do the most.
Do the most. I'm gonna put you on child support.
But you were bum ass nigga
never
at the
came
time.
me like that.
No,
that's what we're talking about before. Ladies, when we talk about a confident
that.
woman and a strong boss flavor, she's a boss.
Cause now
she
all
had her
women's
own.
got
Like,
it all
that's
the
my
time.
dog. That's my son. You can't do nothing. I'm gonna do it for my son.
That's what I said.
She did that.
We shout her out.
Because she
right
knew
now.
at the end of the day, if I had it, my son's good. Because you have to worry about nothing with my little nigga. Because if I had my son had it. You know what I'm saying? But there was times I had, I was down, but she had to hold the fort. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all ain't come with no agreement. Y'all was good. You
we was always good. Like I said, I never had a problem. We never had a problem. We had our misunderstandings. Even prior to us moving to Jersey, I had a misunderstanding. We wasn't. You asked me why I have one kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prior. Real shit. This is real shit. I grew up, like I said, growing up, I had no father figure. I just looked looked to my uncles and niggas around me.
Mm-hmm.
If you know Haitian men, for the most of them, they all have kids all over the fucking place. I keep saying that, but it's a true story.
Okay.
My uncles had kids this, left, right. But at the end of the day, my mom was like the foundation. Like, my mom was the older sister because my uncles was the younger. So they were still, like, my uncles were still come to my mom's crib. So my mom, everybody would come to my, you know.
Okay.
So I was able to see all my cousins and stuff, but my cousins wouldn't even see their own brothers and don't know their brothers or sisters.
Wow. But you would know them.
Of course, because I knew.
Because he had the base.
Because I'm the base. That's why you get me.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So everybody had a different moms. And that's how I grew up. So I'm seeing that, and I'm just that shit kind of fucked me up a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you, because at the end of the day, it's like I would talk to one cousin. He like, I don't know my brother, or situation like I don't know my pops. But I'm telling you, your pops is popping, nigga. You don't know your like my uncles is growing me up. Like they teaching me, but they not seeing their kids. You know what I mean? But my mom, their moms would drop them off my mom because my mom was home based. So growing up, I used to be saying to myself, yo, dog, I don't want that for myself. I have my uncles, my cousins, they all got 3-4 baby moms.
Shit crazy.
I didn't want that. I wanted to have all my kids in one household. I told you, I grew up with a step pops, and I want my own. I want all my kids with one mom's, one dad. So going back, when I met Jody, I told her, like, yo, if I ever have a situation, I'm with you forever. The only way you leave is if you leave me. I'm not leaving. And that's a fact. Because there was times that I fucked up mad times. And she left me. You know what, nigga, you in denial and you think your girl will ever never leave you?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm talking too much, so she gonna be sick.
Nah, I know.
But yo, you know you think like you a G nigga, you like, yo, your girl never leave. Fuck out of here. My dog used to tell me, like, you wildin', nigga. I'm like, nigga, you stupid. You stupid.
I know
My girl
that
never
feeling.
leave me. Yo, when she left, heartbreak. But when I told you before that, I never had that situation before. I never had a heartbreak. I never had to feel that. My first real love was Cameron. Even though I loved her prior to Cameron, I didn't know what love was.
Mm-hmm.
I really felt love until she left me. Like, oh shit, she dipped on me. Nah, you lying. So now I'm on some, like, I was going through shit like I never went before. Real man shit, like, you know, go on some wild boy shit, like, yo, you fuck well today. You know, Chayce, like, yo, you rock. I get to go on and on, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
Man shit, but that I'd never been through before, because I never cared I never had that feeling.
Yeah.
But the fact that she had you, and I always told you how, because of that feeling, I felt like, yo, you me forever, nigga. Like, we ain't going nowhere. I don't care.
Chayce, can I ask you?
Uh-huh.
How old was Cam when you and his mom split up, and how did it affect him?
Okay, so we split up at first when Cam was just about to be 5 years old. Right, I'm saying? And I'm the type of dude, like, yo, I set myself with like goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals. So you know, you always give it, you know, you want to see yourself somewhere, but to get to where you want to be, you have to have short-term goals. So I used to be like, okay, I'm gonna have my son at 1. I don't want to, you know, me and my sister was 2 years apart, so I didn't really, you know what I mean? So I said, yo, I want to have my next kid at 5. Right?
Okay,
I
5 years apart.
5 years apart. I wanted to give my son some time, Bill, and then 5. Right before he turned 5, me and her split up. That's when she left me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say we split up. She left me. Fuck that. Real shit.
It's fact.
Not knowing that was gonna happen. But anyway, that happened, and yeah, 5 years old. From when she left at 5, and when they have that, when we wasn't together in Cam, how you felt? Like I said, I used to talk to him, so I used to ask him. At that age, I'm asking him, "How do you feel?" Like, you know, daddy. You know, daddy. You think the kids, like I said, you think kids don't know, but they know. They see
sure do.
the difference, that you're not all together to no more. It's only one. Oh, mommy making her own moves, I'm making my own move. He sees it, but I have to console it, like trying to put that feel in him. Like, yo, how you feel, papi? You okay? He's like, okay, nothing. He's acting like it's nothing. Remember, he's still getting love from both sides, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not just not doing, because before we used to do everything together.
So y'all was at Jersey at this time?
No, we still in Brooklyn.
So when you moved to Jersey, you moved with her?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
What's
show
going
you.
on? Tell me what's going on. Because y'all not together, but y'all moved to Jersey.
All right,
and
but
you still
remember,
killing.
I told you the whole.
You gotta be killing still.
Every time me and her we wasn't together, of course I'm talking to, you know, other females, whatever. But at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, I knew where I wanted to be.
Are you still killing her though?
No.
But y'all moved to Jersey together?
No, this is prior. This is prior to moving to Jersey.
No, this is what I'm asking. When you moved to Jersey,
was I killing it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't killing it.
And you decided to move to Jersey with her?
Yeah.
Still.
Clap
it up. Clap it up for my man.
Just because he still wanted
That's
his family.
crazy.
He still wanted his
I
family. He
wanted
still
a
wanted his
family,
family.
bro. It's always all about family. I didn't have a
Still wanted a family.
So what was she in it for? She's not letting you bust it. What is she in it for?
It's not even about. It wasn't even. I wanted a family. Like I wanted to be all one. Like I didn't want to have.
Somebody
kids
ain't trying to talk about it, but we ain't gotta talk about it.
Yo,
we gotta talk about it.
Yo, you know how you can say, yo, woman cheat on you. My baby.
Nah, I never said
never
she cheated
on
on
me.
you.
Nothing. She left me to show me a point, nigga. Like nigga, you playing around, boy.
Yeah, but if you guys still move together,
I don't know.
No, but even prior to that, okay, so we didn't move into
I'm saying
Cam was
you
5
guys
years old
did.
when we split up.
I'm saying
I didn't
in
move to
Brooklyn.
Cam, in Brooklyn, we didn't
Let's not
move
leave that
together
out.
until Cam was about to be 8 years old. That's 3 years in between that we were together, and that whole time I'm chasing her, even though I'm.
That's how it goes. Don't worry about it. It's respect.
She was still. She was on a. She was she got guys on her body. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
you know how y'all females are. Y'all think y'all. Whatever. I ain't mad at it. But I had to take it.
You said you see the
what that's called when a
potential?
woman fed up.
Yeah, I know that.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, Kelly, yeah.
Da-da-da. That was her. That's a fact. That's what she went through.
Shout out to her for being fed up with your
She
bullshit.
she held it down for a while. She took as much as she can.
Shout out
and
to
then
her.
I fucked up too much, and she said, "Fuck you, nigga." And I was like, I was heartbroken, bro. That was my first heartbreak.
Yeah, it's a fact.
That's usually
as
happens.
you,
That's
as
what
you
usually
say.
happens.
That was my first heartbreak, nigga. I never heartbroken. No, I never let a woman. I never put that much trust and feeling into a woman.
I know how it goes.
But the fact that she had my youth and you're everything to me, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
You know what I mean?
So Chayce, look at all those firsts. You said you vetted her, right? When you decided that you wanted to settle down with a woman, you found a woman, you picked her, you had your first kid, you had your first heartbreak. That's a lot of firsts.
Yeah. And then she was fed up.
Okay,
and
so now
and we fed up. Now fed up. She fed up. Sorry, no.
so you in Jersey now?
No, we in Brooklyn still. I tell you, that was around 5 when Cam.
Yeah, that's when y'all broke up.
You know what I'm gonna tell you about too. Sorry. Remember I tell you I was going baby showers like crazy. I gotta let people know this. I'm gonna put my little tip for myself.
Go ahead.
So you know when I tell you I was going to baby showers all day. People going to regular baby showers. People was having regular baby showers, bro. By the time I have my nigga, I'm a type of person, y'all. I'm over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to make it extra. So I was like, yo, if I'm having my little nigga, I'm celebrating my boy. I'm about to have a baby. So I had it in the club, bro. If you know Warehouse, that's when my first baby shower was.
I do know Warehouse.
That's before niggas wasn't having no baby showers in the clubs with the champagne, and I had a champagne splash, like, because I always felt like I always wanted to have a party, but I never had a party. So I like, yo, fuck, this is my chance.
That's your chance.
And I've been going around, doing everybody baby shower. I'm like, I'm gonna make this an extravaganza. After that, mad people started having parties like that. That's how parties, baby shower. This is a true story. I'm not even tipping my own horn.
No,
Even
okay.
the kid first birthday party, my son's first birthday party was at Warehouse again. If you know Warehouse, you know Warehouse?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you know back in the day how big that
That's
shit
what
is, nigga?
That was flex.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to me.
So,
I had my
talking
baby
about?
shower and my son's first birthday party there.
That's
So
dope.
my son's birthday was in the Warehouse. So I took that, like I said, I always took it to the next level. I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Nah, talk your
dope,
shit,
man.
nigga.
Talk my
your
shit. Talk one time. Niggas that know me know the time of that. Nobody gonna really say,
talk
but
your
if you
shit,
want to
nigga.
look, my son was born in 2007. So if you want to go back to any 2007 and see anybody who had a big baby shower, talk to me. Because I was the first one. My dogs will tell you. Facts.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. My son used to say big facts. It's a big fact, nigga.
That's a
Nah,
fact.
And that was the first one. But I'm just trying to show you, like, that's the type of thing. I made everything grand for my boy. Like, I made it. It was excitement to me. Like, I wanted to make him feel like he was the.
Yeah, it's
The shit, man.
Shit.
And the crazy part is not all fathers do that. So I
Yeah.
commend you for that, bro. For real.
So that's my whole point. Till my son died, nigga. My son passed away, bro. That day when I had the candlelight visual, I wasn't out of tune. My family was taking care of the whole situation. And you asked me, like, why I'm doing all this stuff, right? I told you, people was calling me, want to talk to me. I was zoned. I was lost. Like, I can't believe I'm going through this. Like, are you serious? I lost my boy? But at the end of the day, the candlelight visual of my son, that day of, I'm sitting there like, yo, people calling me like, yo, whatever. My family taking everything. I'm like, nah, son. Like I said, his birthday, I made it a splash. I'm like, nah. For his Canon, like, I'll be a splash too. I called my homegirl Daphne, like, yo, Daphne, please go get me a big ass poster camera. Yo, I called my dog, next one, Lugs. Yo, dog, get me a DJ. I need a DJ. This not gonna be no morning. I'm gonna celebrate my dog. Same way I celebrate from the beginning, I'm gonna celebrate to the end, nigga.
That's a fact, man.
Real record, I'm gonna celebrate to the end. That's what I did. Last minute, my candlelight vision was at 7 o'clock. I did all that shit from like 2, 3 o'clock, and I thought about it. Man. Asked him, because I just felt like, because I was lost, bro. Because I couldn't believe I was going through it, but I said, nah, fuck that. Y'all gotta remember my nigga. We gonna make it a grand finale for my boy.
Celebrate him.
Then I said, yo, you know what? My family took care of all the arrangements. I told you, I was lost. I said, nah, fuck that. I remember Biggie funeral. When Biggie passed, I was fucking 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And you remember how they shut down the town for that dog? I was a little man. I cut school for that, bro. The town was crazy. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I told my family, I want horse and carriage.
Everything.
I wanted to take him down from the floors to the 50s. That's where he came from. His mom's was dating the 50s on church sides. And I'm for the floors. I wanted everybody to see that shit. Grand finale. We going out. If we gonna do it big. We're not gonna do nothing less, bro.
Celebrate Cam.
We gotta celebrate him. I didn't want to mourn no more. I was mourning that whole 2 weeks, bro. My dogs would come and chill with me. I was mourning. Like, I can't believe I'm going there. I lost my boy. Like, oh my God. Like, are you serious? Like, is this real? Is this real? That day, I don't know, something came over me and just said, nah. You know what came over me? I'm lying. I looked back to my post when Cam's 11th birthday. I didn't look at it since that day. And I read it. I was like, yo, why was I so fucking deep? Why did I say that? I told that nigga, like, yo, I don't know if somebody could pull it up. I don't know what I said. I was like, yo, I'm just lost right now. But I said, yo, I was like, yo, you came in my life with a bang. I could never lose. I don't remember what I said, but it was just like, why was I so deep with that line, bro? So I said, nah, I gotta show my boy out, and that's what I did. I told my family, I want the works for my boy.
I don't want to. You still talking? That's why I don't want to hit the button. But that shit was so real, bro. Let me give you.
Sorry,
I got to. That's a fact, man. Shout out to Cam for that. That's a fact.
Shout out to Cam.
Like right now, I mean, I'm talking about. I want to tell you about the day how it happened. Cause
talk.
I'm sorry.
Let us know. We here for you. Let us know, man.
Yeah, but I was all over the place, but I want to tell you about from the camp. Like I said, I got into a situation, and I spent 10 days. And during that 10 days, I want to go back to that first. Because this is leading up to Cam's mind,
take your time.
So, that 10 days was hard. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't even know. I didn't want nobody to tell him. It's hard for me, even though I told him real, it's hard for me to tell him, like, your dad is locked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you, I was his Superman, bro. I was like everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So for me to tell him that would kill me, son. But like I told you, in the back of his mind, dog, he's not stupid.
Of course, he knows.
Because he know that I tell him, I'm on that type of time where if I'm going somewhere, he's always with me. That's why everybody knows my son. Because everybody will come to him like, yo, what Cam? Because they don't see him. If you don't see him, because that's how much he was always with me. The only time he can't come with me is if I'm going to a club but for the most part, he was always with me. But anyway, so that 10 days now, this nigga started acting up in school and all that because he's not knowing where daddy at. Why are you not picking up your phone, bro? I still got the texts on my phone to this day, ringing me down like, dog, where you at, nigga? Like, why you not picking up the phone? Oh, it's like that? Bet. That's how you talking to me. You think I'm joking? I'm talking you real. Like, that's how you talking. Like, yo, bet. That's how you talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing I'm in my situation to the point that he's acting out in school to where I'm not even saying he's acting out, but it's just like he didn't want to listen to his mom. You know what I'm saying? And why I'm saying this is because people keep telling me like, yo, I be saying like, I wish that was me and he still be here. But people keep saying like, yo, he wouldn't be able to handle that. Yeah. Those 10 days show that he wouldn't be able to handle. Because that 10 days that he didn't see me and not have me around took him to like a level to the point that he got into a fight in school. He was getting in trouble because he didn't know where his fucking dad is at, bro.
Damn.
So this is December.
Get me? You know what I'm saying? So not leading up is nothing. Calm, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, remember I tell you, he played football. He played for the Skyhawks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I instead of me putting him on a Jersey team, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know about the Skyhawks. My little brother played for the Skyhawks, so I used to travel back and forth every weekend with him to Brooklyn to play. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, kids, they want to play video games and whatever. So after the season was done in November, you know, he don't want to go to Brooklyn because he want to sit home, play his video games.
Yeah.
Right? I'm speeding it up. Right? I'm just giving a long story short, but he's want to stay home and play video games. So I used to, even though I live in Jersey, I still do everything in Brooklyn. I'm still in Brooklyn every week. So every time I'm in Brooklyn, he's pulling up with me. You get me? But he's at to the point like, I don't want to go to Brooklyn. Then, I don't know, the weekend before New Year's, this is my weekend, he was so adamant about going to Brooklyn for the first time. Like, I'm telling you.
That he wanted to go.
I kept telling him to come with me. He like, I don't want to go. But, you know what I mean? I'm chilling. I'm with my home. I want to play video games. I want to play with my friends. But, you know what I mean? But that last weekend, he was now telling me, like, I want to go to Brooklyn. And I'm the one that is like, chill. Remember I tell you about that Kodak Black? Listen to Testimony?
Yeah, Testimony.
The whole month of December, he listening to that. We would go in the car, he listening to his headphones. I'm like, yo, dog, what you know about this song? What makes you like this song? Because remember I told you, I asked him about music. So I'm like, what you like? He's like, yo, I like this song. This is hard pops. But I'm not understanding, like, why this kid is listening to this song. And you listen to Testimony, bro. That's a deep song, bro.
It is.
For 11-year-old listening to that, you like, what the fuck?
Testimony,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, leading up to it, this is like the weekend before New Year's. He's pressing me to go to Brooklyn. I said I didn't want to go, and then I called my brother, and I told my brother, yo, to call Mark Cameron and tell him, like, yo, I'm gonna take you to the movies the next day, because I was really didn't feel like, I don't know, for some, this is the first time, like, this is the weekend before he passed, bro. Mm-hmm. So he's like, yo, I'll tell Cameron you gonna take him to the movies. I'm gonna give you the money. Tell Cameron you gonna take the movies. But Cameron stooped tight at me. He's like, yo, cussing me on the phone. I put it on Instagram where he cussed me, all that. I got all that. So he's like, yo, man, you play yourself. You don't want to come take me to Brooklyn. I'm like, whatever. So I took him to Brooklyn the next day. He went to Brooklyn. We chilling with the family. This is like New Year's Eve. Like, you know, the day before New Year's Eve, whatever.
Okay.
Took him to the movie. Regular calm shit with the family. It's so funny. Like I said, you know, when you say life is... Because it's so happy. Like, he ended up seeing all his family, all his friends right before he left, my dog.
It's like a circle, man.
It was so like when you think about it back, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got to see, like, that weekend, remember he pressing to go, he got to see everybody. He was chilling with everybody before my son gone, bro.
Full
so
circle.
Anyway, New Year's Eve, everything calm. We celebrate Happy New Year's. Feel me? Regular. Next day is New Year's Day. Remember, I left his mom. Oh, I forgot about this. I gotta say that. Remember, I took him from Saturday night. His mom was gonna take him out. Like I said, she be doing her thing with him. He told his mom, like, yo, I'm about to go chill with my dad. Like, he sunned her.
Chill with my
and
dad.
said, I'm gonna go chill with my dad. So for his mom, the last time she sees him is the Saturday. I took him to Brooklyn Saturday night. Mm-hmm. Feel me? Mm-hmm. New Year's is the Monday.
Yeah.
So New Year's Eve is Sunday. Mm-hmm. So Sunday we chilling. Mom, I told you that Sunday so happens he's seen everybody. So it's crazy. Like, he's seen everybody. And then Monday comes, we chilling in the crib. I told him he was coming into, so I used to be on some like, yo, you got to get shape ups, you know, keep yourself fresh. Mm-hmm. You know, you just coming back from Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
He just got Yeezys, just started making Yeezys for kids.
Yeah, I know.
At that year,
350s.
The 350s that first year. His
V1s.
uncle got it for him. So he hyped. Like, I'm about to go to school with my Yeezys. Yo, he called me, he's like, yo, dad, I'm in the crib, this is my mom crib in Brooklyn. He's like, yo, I gotta go get my shape up. Yo, you know how hype I am? Because now we used to he had flat tops and all that stuff. But now I used to tell him that he want to wear do-rag. He want to get 3 waves. So now he telling me, do you know how hype? He telling me like that. I want to go get my shape up. I used to always every time I go to barbershop, he's with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is the church. Like, he's like, yo, I don't want to go.
Yeah, I gotta get fresh.
Yo, I gotta go get fresh, bro.
Barbershop.
Like, you know, when you get to junior high school now, he's into the girls now. He feeling himself. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I said it in the story in my story because it was so funny. So he was mad hype about the Yeezys anyway. We went to go to barbershop. And you know, New Year's is Soup Jumo. That's that. You know what I mean? Shoop, you know what I mean?
You know what Shoop Moon is.
You know what
Shout out to Shoop Moon.
Shoop Moon. So
of course,
gotta do
so I'm eating that all day.
Gotta eat the soup on the first.
I'm eating all day. So like I said, I was by my mom, Chris. So I had to make my rounds to the bar. I told him we're gonna go to the barber shop, and after that we're gonna go to his grandma, which is Jody mom's, right? To go see her, for the New Year's. But he packed up all his clothes. Usually, I pack up my stuff and we just dip from my mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That day I was just like on some time and like, yo, we're not gonna just leave your stuff right there. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go to the barbershop, go by grandma, and we're gonna come back because I wanted some soup. That's what happened. So went to the barbershop. This is the last day, my boy. Went to the barbershop, chilling, whatever.
He got to shape up.
You gotta shape up, getting fly, getting his do-rag. He got his do-rag. Yo, you know what back in when we used to put that do-rags and the kids is all messed up? Yo, my son had his shit lined up.
Fix it up properly.
And he learned all that stuff by himself on YouTube, bro. It's like, I didn't teach him.
360 G's.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of time he was on. But yeah, so he wanted to get shape up, and then we went by his grandma, chill by his grandma. We chilled by his grandma. And after that, on my way back home. I'm telling you from the last day. So we went back home. We're going back to my mom's crib. On my way to my mom's crib now, this is my last conversation with my son. I'm telling you my last conversation. Because remember I told you, my son was always in honor roll. But now he's in the freshman year of 6th grade. He didn't make honor roll. Because, they had math, algebra and all that stuff. Yeah. But he still had his class. He's level, but he's not where I want him to be.
Correct.
Get me? So I'm telling, while we driving, I'm telling cuz like, yo, bro, don't forget about swag now, because they get older now. Remember, I tell him swag from 3 years old, but now he get older. Now he start thinking like, yo, that's corny. That's
swag nerd.
Swag nerd. No, you don't forget about swag nerd, bro.
Don't forget.
Don't get it twisted. You could be cool with all your friends, but don't forget about your books, bro. You remember you've been on a roll all this time. You got to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? So this is my conversation talking to him. I'm telling him on my drive to my mom's crib. So I'm like, don't forget about swag. He's like, yeah, I know, Dad. Don't watch that. I'm good. This is how he talking to me. I'm telling you this. We talk regularly. Like, yo, don't watch that. I'm good. Because I'm like, yo, I see you all into these girls and friends and Ray. Like, I accept it. It's your freshman. It's your first semester of school. I allow you. You know what I'm saying? But for the next semester, and then he wanted Instagram at the time too. I'm like, yo, you can't get no Instagram until you pick them grades up. It's like his grades was bad, but it was just up to my standards.
Yeah, for real. As you should.
You know what I'm trying to show you? So I'm telling her, you can't get Instagram yet, nigga. Pick that grades up. This is our conversation driving to my mom's crib. Get me? So as I'm telling him that, he's like, yeah, I got this. I'm good. So I pull up in front of my mom's crib. There was no parking on the block. And so I just told him, go inside, get your stuff ready, and I'm going to go park the car. By the time I come upstairs, we out. You know what I mean? So by the time I park the car, he's already upstairs. My mom's upstairs, my sister, my brother-in-law, my aunt, and whatever is up there. But my aunt is cooking saltfish.
Aki and saltfish.
But we Haitian. Jamaicans make aki and saltfish. We just make saltfish with butter, man.
I feel you.
So, but it's the same thing though.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I said prior to that, my family's more cautious on not knowing that he'll be around. It's not the first time he's been around the smell or nothing. As long as he don't eat it, we always talk about if he don't eat it. You're not thinking about the smell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's around with the smell, we probably tell him go upstairs or whatever. You know what I mean? Some small thing. My aunt, she not from. She moved to my mom's crib after I left. You know what I'm saying? So she know the time, but she don't know the times about what's going on. Get me? Gotcha. This is true story. So. Anyway, so my aunt is cooking saltfish, but even Cameron is chilling. When I come upstairs, Cameron is just chilling and laughing with my sister and my brother-in-law. He got his stuff ready, so I went and got my soup jumu.
Okay, because the first.
You know what I'm saying? I went and got my soup. As I'm getting my soup, I'm talking to my mom in the living room. You know what I'm saying? My aunt's still cooking she's steaming up the saltfish. You know what I mean? You know how you boil it, whatever. Yeah. Cam walks up to me on some calm shit. Daddy, I need my inhaler. Just once, he wasn't on no panic, you know what I mean? We all family just chilling downstairs. He's like, yo, Daddy, I need my inhaler. I'm like, cool, but I'm like, yo, since we about to drive all the way to Jersey, remember I told you my mom got the nebulizer there too, so I'd rather give you the nebulizer than the inhaler. Yeah. So let's go upstairs.
It's more effective.
Yeah, it's more effective, so let's go upstairs. Not thinking nothing, bro. My son walked upstairs. It wasn't no panic, bro. We walked upstairs. We go in my mom's room. It was kind of hot in there. He still had his jacket on. Remember, we walked in the crib. He still had his jacket on, so I told him to take off his jacket. This is where I'm gonna get deep right now, because now I told him to take off his jacket. It was kind of warm up there. I gave him the nebulizer, and I said, let me open the window for him. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hot, so I went and go get a rag. But he, at the same time, he's just regular, and he's like, "Yo, daddy, I don't feel the pressure of the inhaler. I mean, the nebulizer. But for me, I see all the stuff. This is not. He never said that before. But I'm like, are you sure? You sure? He's like, yeah, I don't feel it. I was like, nah, something's wrong. The way and I'm seeing this shit going, and he never said that to me before. So now, remember, I just told you, I took off his jacket, opened the window, I did all this dumb shit. Now this is why it makes me mad, because if I fucking knew at that time, that 5 minutes I took that time to open the window, the ambulance would have came faster, bro. But anyway, back to my story. So he said that to me. Now I panicked, because now I'm like, I didn't panic, but I'm like, what? You don't feel it? Yo, call the ambulance. Now my family like, what? Call the ambulance? Oh, my family, everybody's calling the ambulance. Everybody calling the ambulance. But I'm still talking to him like, yo, Papa, you good? Chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's talking to me. So he got the inhaler. I'm standing, like I'm on the bed. He's sitting on the bed. Like I'm sitting right here and I'm standing over him. You get me? It's a true story. I'm standing over him. And I'm telling him like, yo, calm down. Just take deep breaths. Because we always had situations, like I always tell him, because you know how kids, they panic too much.
Yeah.
So I used to always tell him, yo, if you get into a point where you feel like you can't breathe, just calm down. Take deep breaths. So I was telling him like, yo, Pop, take deep breaths, Poppy. Take deep breaths, Poppy. Take deep breaths. And he's doing that. And he's got the inhaler. I'm just telling you, my family's calling the ambulance, yo. It felt like forever, son. It felt like forever. Anyway, my family called the ambulance. Yo, my dog took off this is the realest shit, son. My son is in pain, bro. My son took off the nebulizer off his face. This is a true story. And he said, yo, daddy. He's like, I want to tell you something. He looked up to me like, I want to tell you something. I'm like, what happened? Like, yo, daddy, he said, I want to tell you I love you. I love you. I'm like, what? And then he reached up to me and gave me 2 kisses. But to me, it's fucking my head up. I'm like, what's going on? Like, chill, dog. What's wrong with you? Like, you know, I'm like, chill, you good, Pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill. Ambulance is coming, calm. You got me? But he telling me like, yo, he stopped where he took those shit off, like literally by himself, bro. And say, yo, daddy, I just want to tell you I love you. I love you. He said it twice, and then he reached up to me, gave me 2 kisses on my cheek. And then after that, he's like, yo. He looked at me and he said, I feel like I'm dying. He said, I feel like I'm dying. What? I'm going to keep it real with you. On the news report, I told him that I said, oh, don't say that. Shut up. I told him, don't say that. I ain't say that, nigga. What I really said? Shut the fuck up. Why you talking like that, nigga? That's what I told my son. Cause I told you I had that. Me and him it wasn't just a father. I'm talking to my dog, my nigga. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you talking. You never talked like that before. Why are you talking like that right now, bro? It's like my son knew he was passing away, bro. That nigga said to me literally, like, yo, I feel like I'm dying. I said, don't say that, Poppy. I said, shut the fuck up. Don't talk. I'm sorry if I said it, but that's why I said. I'm real talk. I don't care. My son know what time it is. I didn't mean no disrespect to my son, but I told him, like, shut the fuck up. Don't say that, bro. Why are you talking like that? Don't talk like that, Poppy. He's still alert. Why we still waiting for the ambulance, bro? I don't know how much time is passing by between all this shit.
But he's still coherent.
Then he says, I gotta use the bathroom. If you know real about when somebody passes away, what they always say about somebody when they use the bathroom.
Yeah.
What did they say?
They like their bowels.
They gotta release themselves.
They can't hold their bowels, right?
Hold the urine.
Or something like that.
So they say he have to use the bathroom. So I'm still not thinking about what I'm telling you right now, how I'm thinking right now.
Because I wasn't thinking about that.
Exactly. But I'm just telling you, this is after the fact. But at the time, I'm thinking, oh, so I picked up, he's sitting down. I lift him up, like we about to walk to the bathroom.
Push the nebulizer stuff.
No, I took the nebulizer off. Because remember, I told you, took it off. We talking now. This is my last conversation with my dog, bro. My last conversation, real talk. So he told me I gotta use the bathroom. After he told me that stuff, he said I gotta use the bathroom. I picked him up. I just not picked him up, but I just lift him up off the bed and we walking.
as I'm walking with my dog, my son passed out on me. My son passed out on me. And I was like, what the fuck? So he passed out on me. But I still didn't panic, bro. I didn't panic. I see him passed out. Luckily for Lafayette, thank you for Lafayette High School, taking me to nursing school. I learned CPR a little bit in nursing class. Never think I would never have to fucking use that shit. Real shit. First thing I did is check my nigga pulse. I didn't feel no pulse. I'm like, oh shit. I'm calling my brother. Everybody's downstairs. My brother, like, yo, Candle got a pulse. Like, yo. My brother's like, yo, talking to the 911 operators, like, yo, hurry up and get here. I don't know how long this is done, but I'm just telling you what is going on between the time, bro. Mm-hmm. All I know, I took it to check his pulse. He didn't have a pulse. It's like, oh shit. Look at, I told you I didn't panic. I put my, I didn't feel nothing. Now, all I can think about CPR. I did CPR on my dog, bro. Yo, my boy was laid down. I did CPR. My son coughed up. I said, oh my God, Poppy. Oh my God, you scared me. I said, Poppy, you scared me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that, Poppy. Are you okay? Just stay right here. The ambulance coming, Poppy. Just wait, Poppy. Just wait. Let's chill. I'm talking to him. I'm trying to keep him. You know, you got to keep him blurred. But I checked his pulse again. Just to make sure. Like, but he's talking. Like, he's not talking, but he's there. I'm just telling like, yo, Poppy, just chill. I don't know how much time is passing by, though, bro. I'm just telling you, this is the oldest time passing by, bro. I woke my nigga up, bro. I woke my boy up, nigga. I thought I failed my nigga, so I woke my little nigga up, bro. By the time ambulance come down, they say, yo, he had a pulse, but he's not breathing on his own. They say he's not breathing on his own.
They put him on a respirator?
They rushing him to the hospital. This is true facts right here. When they tell you you're going to take him to the hospital, I say, everybody take him to Kings County. No, take it to Brookdale, nigga.
Trauma. Yeah.
If anybody knows real shit, don't disrespect the Brookdale, bro. But I had my cousin's baby father husband that actually died from going to Brookdale. Because you know, you go to Brook County is a loss, niggas. Just say that. Yeah, but you go to Kings County, I'm with people. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Because you go to Kings County, you know they got ticket. Kings County, you go to Brookdale, you know it's a rap for you, dog. Mm-hmm. You know it's a rap, nigga. I'm sorry. It's real shit. If you don't, I don't care. I kept telling them, no, we got to take him to the closest one. I'm like, no, take him to Kings County. Don't take him to... He took my son to Brookdale. I went to Brookdale now. This is the craziest shit right here now, bro. I'm in the hospital. And they just working on him. You just see mad people working on him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Nobody telling me nothing. Now I'm getting irate now. I called, matter of fact, I called Jody and told her like, yo, Cameron's going to the hospital. This is when all the stuff, but to extent that she don't really know the extent.
What's going on?
I still don't know the extent. But I'm just telling her that she's not. So she's in Jersey. I told you last time she see her son was Saturday. Cameron called her early that day and tell you Happy New Year, Dad, Mommy, I love you. I'll see you later. So you're as a mom, you expect your kid to come home, my nigga. You expect your kid to come home. He called his mom that morning and told her Happy New Year, right. Anyway, I called Joey, like, yo, Cameron's going to the hospital. She thinking it's just like, you know, because remember, he got his allergies, whatever. She thinking it's some calm shit. Man, we rushed into the hospital again, and now they working on. They not saying nothing to me. Now I start getting irate, bro. Now I get, wow. What the fuck is going on with my little guy? The head doctor come. The same thing I just told you about the story what just happened. I told him the same thing. Like, yo, this is what happened. What's going on? You know what I mean? They're like, yo, he's not breathing on his own, but we trying. All right. I never would have thought in a million fucking years. In a million years. They tell me come back 10 minutes later. They say, I'm sorry, Mr. GP. Your son is too. Yo, my nigga, I went crazy in the hospital, bro.
I can imagine.
I went crazy, bro. Ask them, my nigga.
Crazy.
Because I couldn't believe, like, nah, y'all lying.
Stop lying to me. I'd have felt the same way you felt, man.
I just told you my son was good. We just chilling in the room, bro. In the crib, chilling. No calm, bro, shit. You're lying. Stop lying to me. You're just telling me some bullshit. Stop playing. I went crazy in the hospital. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's to the point now, I have my family, Jody family, my dogs, them, her friends. Yo, it's like 40, 50 people in the hospital. The nurses is like, yo, who is this kid? Why is all these people here?
To me,
you're like, yo, why is all these people here for my little nigga, son? Because that's how much love my boy. And this is just family and friend, like real close. And I don't know that. But the funny thing about it, not even funny, the crazy thing about it, and I'm sorry, Jody, but the whole time when she was in Jersey, she don't know how in depth with us. You know what I'm saying? And her family and my family didn't want to tell her. So when we first called her, Cameron didn't pass away yet. He's just in the hospital.
Did she come?
But by the time she gets there, what you think?
She's heartbroken.
No,
she don't know nothing yet. She don't know nothing yet.
Now you see, like I just told you, my whole family, the whole family, my friends, her friend, it's like a bad people that she walks in. We couldn't tell her that my son passed away while she's driving. Are you dumb?
Word.
We couldn't tell her that. So for a mother to be the last person to see, she's like, why is everybody here? Why is everybody here? Why is everybody here? Fuck the head up, bro. She was the last person at the thing. I'm gonna be real to know that her son passed away. And like I just told you, you're a mother. You expect your son to come home, bro.
Was you the one to tell her?
I wasn't the one to tell her because I told you. You know how. I told you it's a crowd of people. It's like 40. I'm telling you, there's that much people in there. So it's like a. What's that when the river, the ocean, when they opened it up and everybody just opened up.
The Red Sea.
I'm laying on my son. My son has passed away on the bed. I'm laying on her. Everybody opened up. Because I'm telling you, she's asking, why is everybody here? Everybody just, it's like a, what's that?
Part the Red Sea.
Yeah, the part, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's how,
that,
yeah. And I'm laying on her son. That was the scene. I'm giving you a picture. How is a mother supposed to feel, bro?
Can't imagine. I can't imagine.
How is a mother supposed to feel? She's strong. She's stronger than me, man.
She walked through everybody and saw you laying on top of Cam.
Everybody was watching me on my son. And like I said, she came like, why is everybody here? It's like I said, and seeing your son laying there, like, what? Are you dumb? My son's not here. Are you stupid? I just spoke to him. That's what happened.
Man.
Deep.
Sorry I had to go through that.
Man, for real.
You know? Hell yeah, take a moment of silence for Cam if we could.
Shout out to King Cam,
You
man.
know?
Respect.
R.I.P. King Cam. For real, YB.
Young boss, let's get it, man. We outside for him, man. We go. And the crazy thing about it, people ask me all day right now, like, yo, how do you cope? How do you deal with this? You know, real shit. I ain't go to no therapy, no nothing. Even though I was in denial. Because everybody keep telling me to go do it because I need to break. Like, doing this is helping me. But I've been in denial. But what I was going to say is, like, his friends and stuff like that. Like, I was going, like, I still go to, like, his friends' birthday parties and football games or whatever. And they be like, yo, how do you do that? Yo, that's what's helping me, bro. I'm living through them, son.
Yeah.
That's your way of coping.
That's my way of coping. Like, hey, how do you go to these kids' basketball or football game? These kids motivated me last year. His friends on his football team, this last season, they lost the right before the championship. His friends kept saying, yo, for Cam, forever Cam, we gonna win the championship for Cam. His friends in Jersey, they play football on their team. They're like, yo, forever Cam, we gonna do it for Cam. Yo, you know both of them little teams won the championship the year after my son passed?
That's fire.
That's fire, my dog. Yo, that motivated me. Like, these kids had the will to do that. That was, and I was at every game pulling up, and then like when people ask me, how you do that? I had to do it for this. I was like, I was doing it for Cam. Like, he's not here, but I'm living through them.
Fact.
That's what's up, man.
That's how I feel.
And
Like,
I'm proud of you, bro.
it's hard though, but I feel like I'm living through them. Like,
I'm really proud of you.
Definitely
man. I
proud of you,
appreciate
bro.
you. Man, I appreciate you coming and sharing everything that you share with us,
Ask you a
man.
question.
Mhm.
Do you think that Cameron fulfilled his purpose, his destiny?
yo, that's funny you said that, cause yeah,
Testimony from like his friends, families.
yo,
patients?
I think Cameron definitely fulfilled his purpose. You know why? Cause I ain't know he touched, like, even me myself. Like, people say, "Oh, you were great." I always heard like, "You were a good daddy," but all my dogs is good dads. Nigga, I never thought I was no better than nobody else. Like, you know, when you go on Instagram, everybody posts what they post. When you look at my shit, I post my son. That's genuine. There's no fake shit. It wasn't no count. Like, I could have posted money. I could have did it I could have did all that. But for me, it was my son. That was my heart.
Word.
That's who I wanted to make him shout. He used to be like, yo, why everybody know me?
Word.
Why everybody know you? Because I used to post you everywhere, bro. I made you know everybody. Yeah, that's me, dog. But at the same time, that little kid touched a lot of people, grown to young, bro. Like, he molded, like, it's ironic that he passed January 1st, because January 1st is like a big,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
It is. You know that's my mom's
Every- like a-
birthday, right?
all right?
My
Yeah.
mother's birthday
Yeah,
is
that's
January
like-
1st.
A start
Just-
beginning, right?
Yeah,
Like,
start beginning, like, you know, like, yo, let's keep pushing, let's go. My son never settled for less, bro. I'm telling you, as a young little kid, I think it was, yo, man, ambitious, smart, loyal. Like, he knew the times, man. Like, he wasn't just he was a kid, but I don't know. He knew the time. Like, he was probably I don't know. It's funny. Remember I told you my pops died January 1st? Sometimes like, I feel like my dad came back to show me the love that I missed out. So I gave that love, and he's like, all right, bye. I gave you what you got, that love that you wanted. You wanted to feel love. I'm giving you that love.
And you gave it
You
to
gave
your
it the
son.
love. You gave it to the son. I didn't give it to you. That's how I be feeling sometimes.
I understood that.
Man.
Because how ironic that he passed.
The same day you put the
Like,
pops.
how does that happen, bro?
You can't make that up.
You can't make that up, bro.
25 years later.
The crazy thing about it, like, another thing.
That's crazy. 25.
Cam birthday, 13 years. He turned 13. Before he turned 13, he was 11. Man, he's like a preteen. He was hyped about to be 13. Kept saying like, "Yo, I'm about to be 13. You know, be a teen." So you know, back then we used to have fronts and stuff like that. So he seen an old picture of me with my fronts. Like, "Yo, I want some fronts." I'm like, "Hey, you in 6th grade? I ain't give you no fronts." But I said, "Yo, for your 8th grade, I'm gonna get you your 8th grade prom. Going to high school, I'll get you fronts because I had fronts, bottom fronts when I was in 8th grade type shit. So I'm gonna get you some fronts." He was mad hype. This year is right here. He's supposed to be in the 8th grade year. He's supposed to be 13, and that shit hurts. Like, you know what I mean? I love seeing my little cousins, Cam friends, but it's just like, damn, he's missing. Something's missing. It's not the same.
Well, would you get fronts this year to
I'm
represent
about to
him?
represent it. I have to tell you, you didn't even say that.
Yeah, I
Because for his
understood
prom,
that, right?
even though I'm about to get the fronts
Make
for
sure
him.
you get the
That's a fact.
fronts.
And you see how you say represent? I'm trying to find, like, yo, the funny thing about it is, like, I lost friends from young, and what happens after somebody dies? They gone to the wind. Only person that remembers them is the people that was close to them.
The loved
But everybody
ones.
forgets them.
They
I
love
don't
us.
want my son to be forget. I don't want to forget. Like, I look at his friends and I'm like, yo, they 13 now. They gonna be 20 one day. I don't want them to be 20 and you forget about Cam. I want you still bringing that nigga name Cameron name still. So I'm trying to find a way to keep my son's name alive.
Keep him alive.
To go with that. I don't want him to be a past tense. Like, you talk about, yo, I remember that kid. I remember, nah, nigga, you gonna be like, yo, you gonna remember Cameron Jamel. I'm telling you, you gonna keep saying that nigga name.
That's a fact.
And keep him alive,
The
man.
funny thing about it too, real shit. My dogs, them real shit. For the floors, everybody. After Pop Smoke pass, our friends came to me like, yo, we want to throw Cameron up there too. On the wall. At first, I didn't know how to feel about that because who wants to come outside and see, you know what I mean? You on the fucking wall. And for my mom's lives on I don't live in Jersey, Brooklyn, so my mom lives there. She got to come outside every day and see Cameron on that wall. His mom's, every time she come to Brooklyn, she got to see Cameron on that wall. They wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at first. But it was the fact that they came to me and like, yo, bro, we want to throw him up there just like Pop Smoke. I was like, you know what? I thought about it. I was like, yo, this picture, Cameron is bigger than him. It's not just for us. He's bigger than us. Yo, we got to show a sample for all the other kids. Cause yo, my boy was really a confident kid, bro. Like, like I'm not dead ass. Like this nigga really was confident. So I was like, yo, nah, fuck that. I want everybody. Remember, I kept saying, I want everybody to know. Fuck that. Yeah, put him up there. I want everybody to know my nigga. Fuck that. I don't want him to forget about him. I want him to name still ring bell. So when they go see Pop Smoke, at the end of the day, you like, oh, who is this kid right here? You're gonna have to look up at him and try to say, yo, oh, okay.
Okay, he did.
He did.
Yeah. As you should.
Respect to all my dogs, them, the young dogs, them, they doing music videos.
As you should.
And they doing videos in front of Pop Smoke. Cam's still right there too. Respect.
Fact.
That's a fact.
My son is still being locked and everybody go like, who was that? That's what I want. Still see my nigga. Now I'm trying to find other ways to find out how can I keep my nigga. I don't want to be, he's not lost in the wind. He's still here, bro.
He is.
No lost in the wind over here.
And we will help you do that too.
I'm shining my boy, bro.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna help you do that too.
So this one I would ask you, you started LLC under his name.
Yeah, it's funny how I started LLC because during the 2 years, like I said, I've been thinking about stuff that I wanted to do. But it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying? But his 13th birthday just passed. It's about 13. His second grade teacher sent me a video of him in the second grade giving a speech on his career day.
Confidence. Yeah,
and it took me back to that day because at that day when I told him like I want you to be a lawyer, he's like, nah, I want to be a boss of technology. Because remember I tell you, them kids was all in the iPads. I'm like, you don't want to be a boss, nigga. You want to be a CEO. So I'm like, yo, in order for you to know what a CEO is, you got to do the research. I mean, you got to do the research to know what a CEO is, and I want you to be a CEO. So we sat down. So it took me back to me sitting down with Cameron, showing him. And I was like, okay, we did the research. Now you got to make people believe it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just say it.
Yeah.
You got to look like you mean it.
For real.
So I made him practice, you know what I mean? Recited it or whatever. And then, like I said, on Cameron's 13th birthday, teacher sent it back to me and just took me back. And mind you, I've been sitting for 2 years. Everybody keep telling me do something. I know I want to do something, but I'm just like, yo, what the fuck I'm going to do? I know I want to do like a non-profit. But like I said, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it right. But at the same time, it's easier said than done, though.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still thinking like, yo, I'm really doing this for my son. Cameron, nah, son. Cameron's still here. Stop playing with me. So I got to pinch myself. Like, nigga, this is what I'm really going through. Sometimes I forget that this nigga really not here, son. I have to scream his name out sometimes to remember and forget, like, yo, this, on my own time and type shit. You get me?
Nah, I hear you.
So, like I said, after I seen that video, I was like, yo, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna really do it.
But like I tell
and
you,
if you look at that video, if anybody got to see it on my page, like, that boy, he made you feel like, yeah, he's gonna be that guy.
Nah, I
he interacted with you, with the students in the class, and it wasn't like no, like, you know how some, you know, we kids, we just do half-ass stuff. There's no half-ass. I always tell them, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it, bro. We're gonna level up. We're gonna up it, just like my boy said, up it. We no half-ass. You're gonna do something, you do it right,
all the way,
man. Like I said, you gonna aim high, you don't get the best thing, you get the next best thing. That's the type of time I was always on.
And Chayce, I'll tell you, man, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you through that journey.
Respect.
Whatever you want us to do,
in
terms of shouting out King Cam and
like right now, support. Like I said, so right now I want to do maybe start a clothing line. Like why not do? I want his name to, I don't know, and then from there I could, like, I want to mentor kids. I've never thought about it, but it's a thought that's going on. Like you know what I mean? Like as far as like, I want to build kids' confidence, son. Like, you go around kids don't got confidence. That's all it's about, man. You get confidence, man, people gonna fuck with you, bro.
That's true.
If you feel, nobody gonna love you more than you love yourself.
That's correct.
So if you don't show love to yourself, how you gonna expect somebody to love you? So if you feel like you got flaws, you know what I'm saying? You gotta work through them flaws. Like, yo, own that shit, nigga. And I have to tell my son that, like, yo, you. Somebody's always gonna have more than you. Somebody gonna have less than you. But you work with what you got. Like I said with the Swagner, it was about clothes. The clothes don't make you. You the clothes, bro. You bring the experience to everybody. When you step somewhere, people look at you like, yo, yeah, who is that kid? You know what I mean? You're the experience.
So let's make this mentorship.
I want to do that. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to, because like I said, remember I told you before, like, I got tired talking to like kids. I didn't want to be that guy like used to. But my son had to listen to me because I didn't get. Fact. Well, now you talking to other kids, you feel like you just like, you, man, you're OG, man. You talking too much. You know how young dogs. Yeah. Like, my son called me old man. He didn't call me daddy. He called me daddy when he wanted to be. I told you, the older he got, he started feeling himself.
So he used to call me old man. That was in there. Yo, ugly. Yo, old man. Stop playing old man. Like that's the kind of build me and had. It wasn't no fathers. That was the brethren, son. I couldn't tell him that he was my best friend if he couldn't talk real with me.
For real.
Cause I used to tell him like, yo, loyalty, nigga. How you gonna lie to your best friend? You gonna lie to your best friend, so you're not my dog. So that's how it's reverse psychology though. Cause I wanted him to tell me, even though it's a bad thing, tell me, nigga. Like, right. So I used to tell him like, how you gonna lie to your best friend, bro? I'm your dog. You gonna lie to me? Nah, I ain't fucking with you. You're not my dog.
Right.
So now he knew that. Oh, nah, that's my dog. I could talk to my dad.
Yeah. I push that same thing to my
That's how you gotta
kid,
do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of vibes I had. I'm talking to you right now. You see, I'm talking to you. That's how I talk to my son, bro.
All right. This is what I was about to ask you. How long did it take from Cam passing the phone calls? People started calling you. From everybody started calling you.
I ain't gonna hold you right away. Yo, you would my phone was like a hot box, bro.
How did they even get the information?
I don't even know. People was posting my son up before I even know they was posting my son up. It was crazy. That mean, it's all respect though and love, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody was shocked. Because I tell you, I always post my son. If you look at my thing, I always post. So when everybody found out, I guess they was like, what? And I was getting phone calls. My phone was like I had over 1,000 text messages. Mad missed calls. My DMs was crazy. Everybody was hitting me. It was all love though, you know what I mean? And these people I know, it's not like no strangers.
Nah, I do remember my boys posting them up. That's how I.
It was all over, like rap. It was like all over. My shit was all over, bro. And I was like shocked. Like what the fuck?
I remember reading about it.
Yo, you know how to listen to me. The hospital, right? When I told you there was like 40, 50 people, the nurses them was like, yo, who is this kid? Why is all these people here? That's why News 12 come. Cause it's like, yo, this guy gotta be somebody. Like, why is all these people here? It was the hospital was flooded, bro. Within hours when they found out my son passed, bro. And I don't know how everybody found out. Cause remember, I'm in my zone, so. But my fault, yeah. Everybody reached out to. Yo, I'm not even gonna hold you, son. If it wasn't for my family, my friends, the outside support, so I would have lost it a long time. So the love I get is what
keeps you going.
Keep me going. Yo, I have random like tugs them, like real niggas, like you don't even expect to come, like real niggas coming to me like, yo, dog, son. Yo, Chayce, Steve, whatever. Yo, because of you, nigga, you make me want to go take care of my youth, son. You know how make me feel? Even though inside it hurts me, but you know how much I get that? I have dogs I don't even know come pulling up. I'm walking, whatever, come in the situation. They just ran up and like, yo, stop their car. Come out their car. And you like, yo. Now you make me feel like, wow, I really did something. Not knowing that I was doing something. Because I'm thinking, like I told you, I'm thinking like every other nigga, so I didn't think I was doing nothing different from nobody. But you expect, the least nigga that you expect that real, you know what I'm talking about.
Fact.
Gunman, whatever type niggas.
Yeah, but you know, you
really felt heart to heart niggas come to me like, yo, dog, for you, nigga, because of you, nigga, you made me take care of my youth, dog. You made me want to,
Facts.
Real shit. And that makes me feel like I did something that at least I, showed love.
Nah,
not knowing I was doing anything different from, like I said, from anybody else.
And but everybody knows you for being with your son.
Yeah. But this is what our platform is for, and that's why I commend you. And like I said, sleep in peace, King Cam, and I appreciate you for coming, man.
Respect.
And I know it's family's love, man, over here on this side.
Okay, you said you was hit up by like Japan, people in Japan, people here, people all over
the country.
So what made you go to Dr. Oz? I want to go into
the Dr. Oz. Like, what made me go to Dr. Oz? Like I said, I was getting not even before Dr. Oz. Even when I did my first interview on ABC on the news, I was getting calls all day. But like I said, I sat down. That was the day of the candle visual. So when Cameron passed away, I was getting calls from the day that he passed. So it took like a couple of days before I even spoke to anybody.
Wow.
My family was keeping everybody away from me. I was getting calls everywhere. And I was just keeping away. But then I sat down, like I said, that day. I was like, nah, man. They need to know my son. They need to know Cameron's name. And I was on my way to Jersey to go get some of my clothes to come back to the candle. The same day the candle visual.
Mm-hmm. And
so happens that ABC was sitting right in front of my crowd. I don't know how they knew my address. They niggas knew my gun. They was standing right there. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck that. I told the guy, like, man, it's going to be hard, but I talked. And I did that little talk I did. And that was for him because I want people to know who the fuck he was. Like, yo, Cam wasn't just regular, bro. My son was not regular. I don't care. I used to tell myself, you extraordinary, bro.
As you should, man.
Yo, that's how I end up, you know what I mean?
doing my first interview. From there, I went to Dr. I just called me out the blue. And I told Jody, I was like, yo, fuck it, just do it. Like I said, same way. I was like, yo, I want everybody to know my son's name. I don't care.
But it was because what was the
the cause
of the death?
The cause of the death was say
connect
Anaphylactic shock.
Anaphylactic shock. Basically, that's a combine of had an asthma attack and allergic reaction at the same time. That's what he had. And the crazy thing about it, you know, when you go to the doctor, the crazy thing, 2 weeks before Cameron passed, I took him to a regular checkup.
Everything good.
Everything calm, bro. To the point that he grew 2 inches. So now he's sizing me up. Like, yo, Dad, I'm about to be taller than you. Because I'm short guy. So I'm like, I want you to be taller than me, bro. Like, I told you, you're better. You're going to be better than me. So I want you to be that new improved me. So he's sizing me up like, I'm going to be taller than you. Like, it was regular. And then 2 weeks later, he passed. And he was regular. That's the thing. It just happened out the blue. Like, it was like, you know, if you expected somebody sick and it's a different feeling. But the fact that he was just a normal, get regular, and just happened you just what's the word? You know what I'm saying? Within the minutes. Yeah, that's crazy to me, bro.
Now let me ask you a question. With your LLC that you have going on, you're gonna spread more awareness on
Of course, that's my goal right now. Like I said, I didn't want to go straight into a nonprofit because, like I said, a nonprofit. If I'm gonna do like anything, I always put myself into it. If I'm gonna do it right and do it big. I'm not gonna just put myself into something. I want to do it the proper way. So I didn't want, you know, that one takes more effort. So I was like, let me just start with the LLC, maybe start a business, get the name out more. His name, Cameron Jamel. That's what I'm gonna start with. Jamel's his middle name.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to start it off and maybe start with the clothing line. And like I said, I want to do like a nonprofit.
We should. I'll help you.
Yeah, I want to do all that. You know what I mean? That's goal. Like, you know, even when I went to Dr. Oz, they wanted me to. They gave me. I forgot who the lady was. One of them. Them housewife ladies. I don't remember her name. I forgot. I'm done right now. Okay. But anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
But she was trying to help me, and she gave me some connections. But yo, it's harder than you think, son.
It is.
Because at the end of the day, not even about the LLC, it's the fact that I'm really doing this for Cameron. Like, he's really not here. I'm still on that time. I'm 2 years later, bro. I'm still thinking. When I'm by myself, I'm sitting there like, yo, my little nigga really not here.
Yeah. Let it sink in.
I still didn't sink in yet, bro. I feel like God's not gonna let me move on until I accept it.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
I really do feel that way. I feel like God's not gonna let me move on until I accept this
reality.
Like, I keep telling people, yo, I done lost cars, you lost money, jobs, and all that. That's material stuff. You can get all that back, and I done got all that back. But I can't get my son to say, Daddy, I love you. I can't daddy say I want to. I can't see my son, so it's harder for me. So it's a different mental, dog.
For anyone,
you know what I'm trying to show you. Like, people be asking me, like, when my son's birthday come around or the New Year, like, what you doing? What's the plan? What's the plan? But they be thinking to me, to them is like
another day.
But for me, it's like, am I really setting a? I couldn't believe I was selling my son's 13th birthday on the fucking corner of 82nd and Flatlands, bro. He should have been there. You know my time. Yo, if my little nigga was here 13, you know what? My nigga was gonna shine, dog. My nigga was gonna shine, bro. I was gonna have a party for him. Yo, my boy was gonna shine, but I don't play with my boy, bro. Ask anybody. I don't play with my boy. So he was gonna shine. And it's so happy. It's so crazy. So 2 weeks before Cameron's birthday, I'm like, damn, man, I told you, he was mad hype about to be turning teenager, and I seen everybody turn teenager. He's not gonna be a teenager. That should hurt me. I'm like, what can I do to, you know what I'm saying? The wall, the mural, they already had something there already, but it wasn't up to par to my standards. Mm-hmm. And even the Pop Smoke, I don't know if y'all know about the situation, but they redid the Pop Smoke, but they didn't. They left Cam shit the way it was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even mad at the label. The label did it over because the hood was gonna do it over, but the label did it over because Pop Smoke birthday was coming up and his album, whatever. So they left my little man shit the way it was, and they did Pop Smoke. So I'm sitting there, you know, bad people pulling up. But they're not showing my son no respect because they don't know they looking at like, who's this little nigga? But Pop Smoke shit look lit. Man, I took it upon myself. The hood said we're gonna do. Remember, I'm not the one that put my son up there. It's like I asked everybody to do it. They want to do it. So, you know what I'm saying? So they would say they were gonna take care of it. But, you know, shit happens. You know, situations happen. You know what I'm saying? But when Cam's birthday, I'm like, yo, what can I do? What can I do to celebrate my boy, yo?
You know what I said? I was like, yo, fuck that. I'm gonna do the mirror over. So I went to the dogs them and told them like, yo, I'm gonna do the mirror over. They was trying to find another artist. Like, nah. I want the same artist that did Pop Smoke. If Pop Smoke shit look like that, nah, my nigga gotta look like that too.
For real.
Are you dumb for the floss, nigga? I want the top, boss. You got me? And that's what I did. So I reached out to them by myself. And I'm sorry. I mean, I'm nice right now. I would support. I mean, call out the company name.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all could do it. After.
Shout out to y'all. We probably have y'all names.
I'm just
down here,
sorry.
maybe.
You know what I mean? They did, but they did a great job. Man, I reached out to them and I told them like, yo, this is 2 weeks before Cam's birthday, 13th birthday, November. That just passed. I called them like, yo, I mean, I did Pop Smoke stuff, and then my son's situation. I want the best. Y'all did the best. I want the top best too. I don't want nothing less. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And they was like, yo, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. They paid such and such number. I'm like, what? They paid that much money? So now I understand. It took me back to understand why the label didn't do Cam shit. They only did my because them niggas put a number up there. I'm like, damn, heard? I don't want to throw that number. That's their business.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, they did that. I'm like, damn. I say, yo, miss, I'm sorry. Real shit. I don't got that, bro.
You said wrong number. I called the wrong people.
Not even, nigga. I'm big, nigga. I don't play that, nigga. I told him, yo, straight up, no disrespect. I don't got that. But end of the day, I know what I want, and I want y'all to do. I want the best. So if y'all could work with me somehow, some way,
we'll do that over.
We do it over, please. And then they were like, yo, we know your son's story, and they helped me out, and they gave me a number. And then for me, I still didn't have the number that they asked me for by myself. So I just went to my closest friends and family. If it's genuine, it's real. I said, yo, help me out. Make it happen. Make this happen. Facts. And within 2 weeks, I was able
to get it done.
To make that happen. Real shit.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, shout out to King Cam.
Like I said, I always try to do over top for my boy, man.
And his role was done over.
His was done over. Go back on 82nd and Flatlands.
That's what's up.
King Cam, man. Shout out to King Cam.
So now when everybody go see Pop, you know, Pop Smoke was out there. Everybody goes. It's like videos and all that. Now when you go see Pop, you see my boy. So you know what I mean. See Junior, you see fucking the king. You know that's the king of the floors. That's the Junior of the floor. I don't go fuck.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? You go now. Like I said, for other kids, I want that picture I put there. The reason I re-put, I want the kids to like, yo, why is this kid up there? Why does he have a crown on his head?
King Cam.
Exactly. So I want to make the other kids feel when they see that, to motivate them to feel like, yo, I'm that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Because he felt like he was that nigga. So I want the other kids. I didn't put that up for me. That's to motivate other kids. Like you see Pop Smoke, everybody from the town see Pop Smoke up there, but I want you to, the little kids, like, yo, I'm a boss too. Because Cam was YB. That was a boss, nigga. That's a young boss. That nigga never thought less, bro. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
So, like I said, that's not even about me up there.
Let me ask you a question. You ever think about having any other kids? That you still young, you still 21, you still out here?
See, I've stepped back. Like I told you, I didn't have no other reason. I didn't have no other kids because, of course, I want other kids. That's a fact. I feel naked without a kid right now. But remember, I told you the reason why I didn't have other kids because I just wanted one woman to have my kid.
Yeah. Right.
So, in between that, me and Shorty was not on good standards, so
it didn't
happen. But at the end of the day, if I really wanted to, shit, I could have. But I knew what I wanted. It just never applied. But I can't have it by myself. I'm not the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How's your relationship with his mom now?
I mean, we good now. We live together and everything. We good. But, you know, like I said, the hard part about it is that she still misses Cameron. Like, everybody grieves different. Yeah. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Ladies, I'm sorry. Bro, whatever. I cry more than she cry.
It's okay, man.
She's stronger than me, bro.
It's pain, bro. It's hurt.
I cry more than she cry. Like, she's level. Like, she holds it up. And I be, funny. Let me tell you, when I say I'm crying, that's funny. Because, only thing I regret about my, I don't regret nothing I did with my son. Only thing I regret, one regret, is I used to tell my son all the time, yo, big boys don't cry. Stop crying.
I know how you feel.
Stop crying. What you crying for?
I told that to my son.
I regret that because what you think I've been doing since my little nigga passed, son?
Cry, bro.
Son.
And you human.
And he never seen me cry.
But you human,
and
bro.
I regret telling him all the time, like, stop, to the point that, because he know he around me,
he would hold it in. Cause I told him, yo, cry. You know how we grew up?
Yeah.
Crying is showing emotion.
Yeah,
that's
for
weakness.
girls,
That's not
it
a
ain't for
weakness,
men.
nigga.
Yep,
and I used to always tell him, stop crying. And I regret that because he used to want to cry. He would hold it in. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And then now I know he's looking at me like, yo, dog, why you crying all day, man? Stop crying, Poppy. Daddy, you always crying. Oh, man, you always crying. I be crying all day. And I don't care. I could be anywhere. I'm here with y'all and I'm crying. I don't care.
That's a fact,
Cause real
bro.
nigga shit.
Real humans
I don't
cry,
care. I be
bro.
a
Real
part
men
of
cry,
this.
bro.
You know,
It's okay.
certain things trigger me. Music,
Yeah.
places. I could be anywhere. I don't care who I'm around. I'm crying. I don't care. Real shit.
Facts. I'm with you on that, bro.
I ain't soft. But I regret not telling my son all day, stop crying. Cause all I do is cry. And I know he up there like, yo, why you crying for? Stop crying. Pick yourself up.
You're human.
Pick yourself up, man. Like, I always told him, like, yo, you always want more. You know what I mean? Like, don't settle, whatever. So I feel like now I'm not giving him what I told him to do.
But that's the masculine energy that, you know, as we grew up like that, right? Being young black men saying, because I'm a victim of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a victim telling my kid, yo, don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry.
And I didn't understand that at a young age as well. But now, you know, it's okay.
No, it's okay to cry.
Release.
Man,
it's just for you
I
to
ain't
release
gonna, I'm one of them dogs. I be going
pain,
through
man.
anything. Like, you know, I could have $1 in my pocket. You would never know because I still look clean. You feel me?
Yeah,
I'm one of them
victim of
niggas.
that
But this
circumstance,
is one
man.
feeling that you look at me, I can't hide, bro. People tell me like, yo, I see you through your pictures. I'm like, damn, you real like they I can't hide this pain that I'm feeling. I'm trying to hide it. Like I usually hide whatever.
It's better
I'm
to
going through.
release it, bro.
You can see my grays, nigga. You feel me? Like I went through situations and made me more gray. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I could hide that. Nobody would understand what I was going. I just told y'all what I'm going. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But
It's better
this
to
pain
release it,
right
though.
here, I can't hide it, bro. People feel my pain. Like they see it in my eyes. They be like, yo, I see in your eyes. Like you're not the. I'm not the same person. Like I feel like I lost my mojo, bro. If it makes sense.
Can I
sit
say
that.
something?
Yeah.
You just said sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough after telling him so much that he has to always strive for more. And I just feel like every day that you fight to live and make his memory be known,
Yeah.
like you are continuing to go above and beyond, what a lot of people would be able to do in your situation. And you sitting here today and going on Dr. Oz and all of these different things, you are really, you don't know how many people you are possibly touching
Thank
with
you.
your story. Not only touching, but also educating
Yeah.
about the types of struggles that they can go through. You know, it's just, you're doing a really big thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny you said that because even on Instagram and social media and stuff, I have random people that went through whatever situation they went through, and they will go on my DM and tell me like, yo, you motivate me, you do this, and I'm like, for real?
That's dope, man.
No, real shit.
It's a
I'm like, for
positive
real,
outlook.
me?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how do you keep yourself so positive? But people keep saying I'm strong, but I don't feel that. Yo, you look, you know, when you go around people like, oh, you look good. I don't feel that.
You're doing a good job, though.
Oh,
man.
you do. I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I would still compensate with them and build with them. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry you going through what you going through, and I'm sorry I'm going through what and we just gonna we gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, fact.
Because at the end of the day, I had homeboys that passed away, and I seen their moms after my homeboy. You know what I mean? They never came back to who they was, son.
Some people.
And that's what haunts me because I don't want to be that. I don't want to lose myself, son. Because if anybody knows me, knows I'm that dude. I'm up. I don't have that in me no more. Because at the end of the day now, I feel like I have I feel like people used to look at me. Oh, that's just Chayce. That's Steven. Now they look at me. Oh, that's that kid that lost. That's the guy that lost his kid. I don't want that stigma, son.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. With people don't even gotta say it to me. I just feel it. Like just looking at me. You know what I mean? It's all about. You know, I'm a person. I'm aware. I pay attention to shit. You know what I'm saying? So
energy.
People don't gotta say nothing to me, but I can feel the
energy.
the energy. Exactly what I'm trying to show you. Facts. So when people look at me now, it's not like, oh, that's Chayce. Or that's now they looking at, damn, that's that nigga that lost his youth. I don't want that feeling, son.
You know when it's gonna shift?
Sometimes, huh?
You know when it's gonna shift? I'm sorry to cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but like you said, you feel like God won't allow things to change for you until you accept it. It's gonna happen for you. None of us know when, but when you do, you're gonna shift. You're not gonna be the person that you were before. You can never go back to that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be a different version of yourself, and you're gonna come back to
A better version. A better version of
shit.
yourself, bro.
Absolutely.
But that's how. This is my after feelings of since it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still in disbelief, bro. I'm here talking to y'all, and I'm still like, this is what I'd rather have my dog here with me, my little nigga, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes I picture like, yo, what's be? I remember, this is a funny story. One of my last conversation with him, I'm like, yo, when you turn 21, I'm still gonna be partying with you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, you gonna be an old man. I'm like, you stupid.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I'm like, I'm gonna be taking your girls.
Bro.
Right? He like, yo, you gonna be a pedophile. I'm like, what? You stupid. You gonna be 21. They legal, nigga. I'm gonna be that OG pops, nigga. Stop playing with me, man. This is one of my, like, this is the last, like, this type, you know what I mean? Like, I missed that, son. Like, it was like, I'm having real conversations. Like, we talking about sports. He like, yo, dad, you seen this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, son. And I feel like I really do feel cheated, son.
But I feel like you got a lot of youth in front of you. You
know what I'm saying? You know what?
Not to replace him. Not say you could ever replace him.
I have a million cameras right now. Because all his friends check for me, son.
They live vicariously through him.
And then I feel like they look at me like, yo, that's Cameron dad. So if I fall in love, they're gonna like, damn. So I it's like, I gotta stay leveled up, dog. Because they look at me like, yo, that's Cameron. All they keep saying, that's Cameron dad. Cameron dad. Cameron. They all follow me on Instagram. They check for me. And they call me and all type of stuff. So I feel like I tell them all the time, man, I'm living through y'all, man. I'm living through you. So as far as you turn 20, I'm picturing Cameron turn 20. Whatever you do, I'm picturing Cameron do. So I just want y'all to level up, keep doing it, don't stop. Swag nerd, keep going. We started a swag nerd academy. We like, you know me, all swag nerds.
Hell yeah.
It's not only one. I'm making all of y'all, everybody swag nerd.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's my therapy.
I'm riding with that too. I'm riding with swag.
Yo, swag nerd, man. Y'all might think it's mad corny, but that's a good thing. Yo, you gotta think about it, son. And the inner city kids think nerds is whack, son. It's not being whack, nigga. You stupid. When you get into your 20s, what happened? The girls gonna want a small guy. They don't want no dumb nigga, son. So
that's a fact.
You wanna have that level up from beginning. You don't wanna wait. You know what happens? They be saying, yo, it starts from home. It does start from home, son. You can't wait for the teacher in school to teach your kid, son. You can mold your kids the way you want your kids to grow, son.
That's facts.
That's fact. Let me ask you a question. When your son passed away, how was the relationship with your stepfather? Did he reach out to you? Did you speak to him?
Man, my stepfather was out my picture from me since high school, but he's still around my brothers though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
I know you heard this.
Of course he heard it. He came around. But he saw my son. You know. The funny thing about it, like I used to tell my son, like he my stepfather was around like that. So when Cam used to be around, when he do say like, yo, that's Dudley and Marvin pops.
You told him that he the one that did that?
Yeah, I told him to keep it 100. I told him real. Yeah, I told him real. I told him.
He's like, yo, that's
like
the nigga right there.
I told you, I felt like, you know, our parents, you would tell a kid, don't do such and such, but you're not giving them reasons why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell him reasons why not to do such and such, or why this such and such happened. So when he come across something, you know what I mean, he understand it. Like I told you, I have friends that passed away. I could have been a blood or a Crip. I'm not that. But I have a reason why I'm not that, and I explained to him why I'm not that. Okay, you know, I could have been that too, but I have a reason. But I chill with all the dogs, them. But I just didn't. I choose not to do it for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I gave him reasons why not to do certain reasons. Like you can't just tell him. You gotta tell him, oh, don't do this. All right, I'm gonna go do it anyway.
I felt you was a good role model to Cam, man, and he totally is grateful for having you as his father.
All right, respect.
You know what I mean, for real.
Yeah.
So,
question.
Yeah.
Do you think that one of Cam's purposes was to teach you about fatherhood, teach you about love, feel like a void that you
I was missing. Yes, I do feel that way because, like I said, prior to Cameron, even though, like I said, I had my moms. You know, your moms love you, but you never hear love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Cameron, that's my first real love. Even though, like I said, even though his mom was there and whatever, I did love her, but I didn't know that I loved her at the time until I told you what happened prior to that. Mm-hmm. But Cameron made me know what love was. That's my first real love, bro. Like this boy, man, like. I missed all that stuff that I felt like I was lacking as a kid. He brought that feeling to me. Like, it was everything. Like, I couldn't, it's to the point, like I said, his grandma, his mom's, I used to take him from young, and she's just like, you always taking him outside. And we got into argument type shit, because I'm telling her, like, I don't care, that's my son. But she loved him too. And I love her for that, because she loved my son. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't care. I wanted my son with me at all times. And he made me know what love, yes. And that's, I guess, by him showing me love, made me show me how much I loved his mom and whatever, because I didn't know. You know what I mean? So I think he fulfilled his purpose, son. And it's not even about just only me. It's the people around him. My cousins, his friends. They all know what real love is now. Like, he was really a genuine kid, son. No cap.
That's what's up.
No cap, bro. He was really genuine. Like, he would show everybody love. He made everybody feel like they was important. And that's what I'm trying to show you. I learned more about my son after he passed.
And I feel his love.
From people's stories.
I feel his love, bro. By you just sharing your stories alone, man. I feel his love. And like I'm always shouting him out. King Cam, for real, man. Sleep in peace.
My whole thing for me, like I tell my friends now and everything like that. This is the last. I mean, same thing. I just want to tell everybody, yo, tell your kids you love them, son. Yo, I don't care if you're going to the store, you going to the car, you going to whatever. I love you. I used to tell Cameron that every day, not knowing I was doing anything. I just tell him, I love you every minute. I love you. He's to the point he used to get tired and tell me, like, I know, Daddy, like, chill. You know what I'm saying? But don't forget the last thing that man told me. That nigga took that shit off his head like this. He took it off. And when he told me, Daddy, I love you. You know why he said that? Because he always heard love, son. Mm-hmm. If he never heard love, he would never said that.
Thanks.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
He knew love, son. But him to go through what he was going, that pain to take his last words and say, nah, fuck that. I want to tell my dad, yo, I love you, Daddy. Pop, I just want to tell you, you gave me 2 kids. Like, that's real shit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I think about stuff like that.
As you should.
I really do think about that. Like, since he passed, like, that shit haunts me, though. But, because I keep picturing that last moment. But that's real, son. He knew love, son. Like, I can't say I didn't. He knew what love. I love my boy, son. He knew that because he told me he loved me. You know what I'm saying? So me telling to everybody else, all the families, all the dogs, them, all the females, yo, tell your kids you love them, son. It doesn't hurt to say I love you every minute. Tell you love them.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's telling you, like I said, we grow from bed. You know, I knew my mom. My mom loved me. Like I said, my mom loved me, but she wouldn't say it. She's not telling me that.
You know what's crazy? I had the same experience, bro.
We good.
Cause we Caribbeans.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Caribbean,
they just show you.
Strong. They
show you a lot.
You that.
They show you.
They show you, but they're not telling you. They. Oh, you got a sleep. You got a place to sleep.
Nigga,
you got. That's your love, nigga.
You know. Yeah.
But no, we want that affection sometimes, man. I want to feel that. I want to know that you love me. I want to hear it sometimes.
Facts,
you get me?
Yeah.
That was what I was missing. But from a man, I didn't have that, son. I had a woman point of view of love, but I didn't have a man point of view of love. I never had a man tell me I love you or show me. You know what I'm saying? But I had people that guide me, but not to the full extent. So I wanted to give my son that full extent.
And you did. And you did a good job.
Like,
and I think he did, and he did the same thing.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing.
He did. Yeah, that's a fact.
So let's clap it up for them.
He definitely appreciates
it. Hell yeah.
Cam definitely appreciate you, man. And this is the platform, like I said, man, for Give Father's Day flowers. You was a wonderful father.
Respect.
Don't ever let nobody tell you that you
still is. And you
wasn't at all.
You gotta think about it. Where else a man gonna say I need love from another man?
Yeah, like come on,
you know?
It's okay, man. Society got
people
us all screwed up.
People don't really say that. Men don't really say that. Like, I need love. Like, I needed to hear that from another man that I love you.
Yeah,
without it being no sexual, nothing like that. It was just, you know what I'm saying?
Just
emotional and
just emotional.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Yeah. Even that, just hearing that aspect.
At all. Because as men, we need love too, man. We need to show love to our kids, man.
Because like we said, we always want to be tough enough, but come on, man. We gotta. I always say, a man can't handle what a woman can handle. So we got a soft side. We act like we tough, people. We all there. But nigga, these women take more pressure than us, bro. My mom took care of 4 kids, live in the house that she couldn't only pay by, but she still made it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They strong. Women are strong. But man, come on, man. We run away from our problems.
Sometimes.
We could, for the most part. But for the real shit, niggas run away from their problems, dog. They have their kids. What they say? Oh, they leave their kids. The kids with them. I'm out, and I go do my own thing. A woman can't do that. They gotta sit there and still hold on. They can't tell you, oh, my kid can't eat. A father gonna say, yo, I can't eat. Oh, fuck that. You know what I mean? A woman can't tell you that, bro. So you gotta respect the moms, man. Clap it up for the woman, them, dog.
Yeah, clap it up for the woman. Yo, there's been a crazy
episode, man.
Much respected episode.
Chayce,
I love this whole vibe.
I appreciate you,
thank you for even expressing yourself. I thank you for showing this type of light on fatherhood. You know what? You know the aftermath of even losing a kid, and you know still pushing forward, and still even having hopes and dreams, and even the feelings of still a fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? That don't go away.
That don't go away.
And we can, like I said, you have our support. We can help you out in any ways that you need us to. And we're gonna keep pushing King Cam.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's a fact. And yo, listen, I'll invite for you to come back
whenever you feel
million. You get what I'm saying?
Whenever
when you come back, you
y'all made me feel good today, bro. Real shit, because like I said, I haven't done nothing in this aspect. I even went into my personal situations, but I feel good right now, man. I feel like I let off a lot of like something I was holding in. Like you know, I'm trying to show you. Like I said, I'm not the one to like talk about my business, but I feel like I just need to just let it out. Like sometimes you holding it in. Like I guess when they tell me to go therapy, I need it because I be holding all my pain and what I'm going through inside. I'm helping everybody else, but who helping
y'all need to give him a hug,
but
man.
I thank you for
That's
allowing
what y'all really need to give.
Thank you for allowing us.
Y'all need to give my man a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for allowing us, though. Chayce, real shit.
Feelings, but can we stand up and give this man
a hug?
Of course. Love is love, man. Love is love.
Respect, love, my God. Respect for that, man. For real. Respect. Respect, bro. You know that, man. Love, man. It's love. Heart to heart, man. For real. I needed this. I
gotta tell you, that's okay.
This is real, man. This is real.
You know, fam is fam, bro.
I needed this. Oh man.
TheDadCouch, episode of million.
TheDadCouch, the realest, man.
Episode.
Wait. This is the realest podcast. If you don't know, you're gonna know after this. That's a fact. It's only up from here. You hear me?
Yo, appreciate you, Chayce.
That's a fact, man. They gonna up it right here, man. This is real shit. They giving like flowers to the fathers. Nobody give respect to the fathers, man.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? The respect to the woman, y'all women do everything, but nobody
Respect
give
to
the
y'all.
man the glory, give the man. And for me to even be here and do this, it's love, bro. Thank you, I appreciate
It's love,
it.
man.
Thank
we love
you,
you
thank
too,
you.
bro.
Anybody you want to shout out? Think you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out.
I just want to shout out to
Cam LLC,
LLC, Cam. Watch out for Cam. Cam Jamel. That's the name of the brand right now. Starting it off, and from there, I just want to thank everybody that showed me support, family, friends, even social media, whatever, man. Just thank you, man, and just keep pushing. That's it, man. We're not stopping from here, man. Like I said, I'm mourning myself, but it's a celebration, man. From here, we celebrating. We're gonna keep pushing, man. I want y'all. I want Camp to live. I want Camp to live through y'all. So when y'all look at every January 1st, you think like, yo, Cam didn't make it. Yo, I got another opportunity to start over again. Because every year, 365, you got another. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I just want y'all to just feel like, yo, Cam didn't make it. Let me do for myself and push for Cam.
That's what's up,
You know what
man.
I mean? Forever Cam, yo. Woo.
Forever Cam, Spdo.
We want to give a shout out to all our listeners, all our supporters, all our viewers. Please hit the like button, subscribe, bell
leave
for notification.
Comment, get the bell
We
popping.
appreciate all the fathers, man.
Yeah, we
Mothers
appreciate
as
all
well.
the fathers, man.
Hell yeah.
Real recognize real.
Shout out to Flock. Shout out to Connect. Shout out to Honeybox. Shout out to Munchie. Shout out to everybody that fucks with us. You know we fucks with y'all.
Chayce, we love you, my
Yo,
guy.
love, and I respect to all the real fathers them out there, yo. Real tugs them, real.
And TheDadCouch.
Real recognize real.
TheDadCouch.
All right.
Yo, this is love, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
I want to be a CEO of a technology company. I choose this career as my dream job because I know a lot about technology. A normal day in my dream job would be helping and telling my technology team how to make technology if they're mechanic. Yeah, I'm a beginner, so the education or training I need for this dream job would be 4 years in college and a master's degree and training from other tech companies. The school subjects that are most important for my dream job would be math, businesses, management, English, and a technology class. My dream job would help people buy if somebody wants a new phone or a new iPod or iPad. I could tell my team to make a new one, like a new version of it. The supplies I need in order to complete my job each day would be first I need an assistant. I would need my own office so I could set the rules for the company. My dream job provides goods and services because the goods are the products, for example, telephones, iPads, and TVs, and the services are helping me.
Give him one